a few seconds. What's that?
Alright everybody and welcome to
The live Jumper Punch.
The Jumper Punch live from the TJP studio.
Now that's why we don't do it live, because you would have had
Yeah, I
to
know.
retake that intro,
We
sir. But
usually-
very well done. Very well done.
Well done. Welcome boys. Now, I hope everyone can see us
Can you see us?
and hear us.
Can they see us and hear us?
Well, it's going to be.
Hey,
There's going to be a delay.
we got people in the green
Hey,
room.
can they see us and hear us? Yeah, mate. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're good with that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Campioni del mondo.
We made it.
We made it. You don't
How's
understand.
how's that for tech? Can you see us and hear us? Yes.
Trust me, we've been fighting, brawling for the last 2 hours trying to get this stream up and
I
going.
think Mars needs to be put in
Nah,
a straitjacket after this.
Leaving me.
It's all up to, it's all thanks to Mars.
No.
Blue abroad.
Yeah,
But Mars has done the groundwork to get
Yeah,
all
no,
this
but
thing
well,
over
I'm
the
just saying, to
balance.
get this
Yeah.
set up
Yeah.
is all Mars.
Yes.
It's zero Rocco. Trust me.
Hey, you said you wouldn't be able to get it sorted.
No, it was a bit of a
We
reverse.
had a $10,000 bet.
Yeah, it was a bit
You're
of a
gonna pay up?
reverse psychology.
Are you going to pay up?
Yeah.
You got to give him 20 now
Why 20?
because it's $2. Oh, it's $1.90. So
Oh, $1.90 each of two
$1.90
for yes and no.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
there you go. Thank you very
you
much.
give him 19,000.
You took the book. Thank you.
I'll give you the
All right, who
round.
we got? Just before we've got Lou Folino, Nathan Oliveri, we've got, who's that? Boo Crazy Bro, Jonathan Telato, Jared Dwyer, Michael Marcucci, Laurie McDonald, Luca Lippa,
He's
Chris
going to read them all
Jared
night
Dwyer,
or what?
Steffi Diggs, hello Steph, Sammy D, Annette Bevi
You
Lacqua,
missed Beachy.
Mezza, no, I mentioned Beachy.
Oh, okay.
Beachy's there, Matula, Enzo, they're all there. Hello
They're all
everybody.
there. Thanks for joining. How good's this, mate? If you got any questions, anything, we're gonna have guests coming in. Angie's coming in at the end of the show, so the last hour we get to speak to Angie.
Yep.
Any questions, mate? You put
Shoot
them
'em
up
through.
there, and
Bloody
if we
oath.
like them, we'll read them. If we don't, we just disregard them.
Exactly right. Send the link out to your mates, your family. Send the link out, the YouTube link out to everybody you can think of as
All
well.
right,
So we wanna get as
loving
many
it.
people in.
All right, what have I got here? Well, let's start with the first thing here.
All right, let's
What is
go.
it? Un café.
The cafe.
All right. Does everyone know the number? Put the number in
Go
the
put
chat.
the number in because I forgot it.
There's a bit of a delay.
Let's see the first one
Let's
to
see
put the
who can get
number
the
in.
number in.
Who
Here we
does
go.
the first one? Who does the first number?
I'll give you $1,000. Whoever gets it first.
We're just
Down
throwing
here.
money away. This is like the telethon, yeah.
Oh, that's
Well,
that's
Good
the-
Friday
Good
appeal.
Friday
The Good
appeal.
Friday
Telethon.
appeal. While you're there, man, if you want to just, like, it's up to you. If you want to push the money thing. Anyway, who's that?
Nathan.
2024. I like the
Yeah,
answer.
I like the idea.
Here we go.
Oh.
Beachy!
Beachy!
1995.
All right, we got it, we got it.
Yeah,
Somebody
1995.
69.
Hey, how you going?
Smaller things
Yeah.
small minds.
Yeah. No. It's Tuesday, I know. No, this is live at the JP. What is it? TJP
TJP
studio.
Studio. Hey, tell him the coffees are going to be presto.
Yeah, we're going to
because
do
we're
coffees
live,
here,
mate.
but this is live. This is live. So they're going to be hot, and we need them delivered because this is live. Paul can't,
can't
just
get out
go
there. I can't-
delivering,
hey,
drive
hey,
his car.
hey,
What's going on,
Hey,
mate?
what do you think this is?
All right, you got a
bullshit?
special delivery. All right, person, you got someone. All right, beautiful. Yep, he needs a job. He come asking for a job, did he? Really? I didn't know he was doing that bad. Really? Far out. Lucky we get him on. All right, cool. All right, he can come on. All right, done. All right, apparently we got someone who really needs a
Apparently
job.
we've got someone who needs a job. All right, this is very good.
Really good, yeah. If he was watching, he'd probably. Oh, yeah! Big
Apparently you wanted your coffees nice and hot.
That's the one. Bring him in
Hello,
there.
fellow.
Ciao. How are you?
Welcome back, Nas.
No, thank
Good
you.
to see you,
Big
mate.
Big green
mate.
dreams.
Rock. Now that's just the start.
That's just the
That's
start,
fine.
of course.
Straight off the griller.
The press. Yep.
I like it. I like it.
What do we
I
got?
like it.
What's he got for
Usually
us?
it's unarmed.
What do you reckon?
I don't know.
What else, mate?
What else? We're from.
Got
Snitch.
Snitch. Northlands.
Here it is, the
Set him
Schnuggets.
up. Love it.
Got
Some
the
beautiful
nuggets.
chips.
Very favourite.
Oh,
the
my
Schnuggets.
favourite. I'm
Sweet
going to keep
potato
him this
chips.
way.
How much does he love those
And
nuggets?
these lovely
Wraps.
wraps and
Oh,
Pizza
how
chicken.
good.
Well,
How
Vince,
good's that?
So take a seat.
let's
Oh,
close
thanks,
this
mate.
door.
Oh,
You
hang
can
on.
come sit there. Has you got something else?
Don't think so.
How good's this?
You can sit in the middle,
Oh,
sir.
thanks, mate. I need more space than you do.
Yeah.
Alright, what we're gonna do is straight up.
That's why Mars has dropped
I was
the
just
weight.
gonna say, see how Mars has lost all this weight. He gave it to me.
It's to accommodate. It's
Good to see everyone.
Hello.
It's like you know they say energy in the universe.
Yeah.
You can never get rid of it. It's got to go
Gotta
somewhere
go
else.
somewhere else.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
very
well,
well.
I'm always the one that the weight comes to. Isn't it? Anyway,
Alright, what we're gonna do, what we've been doing normally now is we get the guest
To decide
which drink you want.
well, you're
well,
you're-
let me have a look.
We got the Yeki Raki.
Yenny Raki.
Oh,
actually.
yeah.
A bit of
I think I
Turkish
got
feel.
drunk on that
We've got
one.
the
Uzo.
Lomari Uzo. And we've got the
Grappa.
Luigi Francoli.
Well, you know my partner Tanya she loves her Black Sambuca and
Yes, okay.
and Coke, so I'll go for the Uzo.
Okay. There you go.
Just
that
there you
aniseed
go. I
flavour.
like it.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
get
Alright.
the, you get the
going,
pour
by
up.
the
Thanks
way?
very much,
Very
mate.
well.
You're gonna need it after Saturday.
What am I putting in? How much?
Yeah, that's it.
You can
Are
No,
you saying
no,
you
I
don't
don't trust
have any?
myself. Like I'll let you.
Are
do
you
it.
having?
No,
Are
no,
you
no,
having
hey,
some?
you're
Yeah,
the
I'll have
guest.
some.
Oh, okay.
No, the guests do
No,
it.
you do it.
I'll do it. All right.
Depends on.
Let's see.
Are
how-
we going to finish the bottle?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Any
I'll hold this
any
for you.
comments there, Paulie?
There's
Can you
there's
say
one-
to some of the
there's
guys?
one.
Yeah, let's
This
have a
one.
look. Johnny Holden's in there.
That'll
Josh
pick you up.
White's in there. Josh is there. Schnuggets are the best. That's probably the comment of the night.
Hold on.
so
That's
far. Thank you
Nuggets
very
are the best.
Who else is in there? Brian,
Brian.
Enzo, Sammy D, Peter V, Peter Vlahos.
Peter,
in there.
oh, he's a man.
Remember we went for
You
dinner, how
have
much
that
Peter
and
Vlahos
I'll-
ordered
I'll-
at
You don't want
Andrew's
this?
place? He ordered for 3
You want me to
people.
put
I'm
the rest
telling
of
you,
it in?
mate.
Nah,
He just didn't stop
Hungry,
eating.
hungry man.
The endless pit.
He's a
There
hungry
you
man.
go. There's
All
a
right.
bit of
Let's
Uzo.
stop the
Uzo.
WOG 45 conversations in one.
Lomari.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Salud there.
Salud.
Salud.
Salute to
Blues.
everyone at home.
Go,
What did the
Make sure you
Greeks
hit
say?
the like button.
Yamas.
Yamas.
go Blues in
Yamas.
2024.
Shit, how much is you put
Strong
in
pour.
Wow.
Is that a strong pour or
Oh,
what?
yes. Strong pour for strong men.
So how's everyone liking the live? Do you think the
That's
live
wow.
is the way to go?
Yeah, let us know. What do you think? Is live the way to go now, ladies and gentlemen?
I
It
can't
feels
say.
a lot more engaging.
I can see a bit of
does.
a love it.
Oh, we're getting comments coming through.
Bloody
in there.
oath, mate.
Hundreds.
Look at him. Yeah.
Beautiful.
You want to get rid of that? All right. What we're going to do first of all, let's go straight into the main sponsor here. First of all, now, Gokhan
Yes.
was supposed to come,
Yes.
Yes.
but he got very, very sick.
It's going around.
It's going around. So
going
there's
around.
a few that
Thank you.
got sick. So we'd like to say thanks to Gokhan
Yes.
for sponsoring us for the next 5
There he
years.
is.
There's six.
Not doing
There's
Zach,
six
not
figures
doing a
attached
Zach
to that as well.
Fisher and leaving us.
Nah, nah, nah.
Is that a 6-figure deal?
Yeah, well, we'll talk about it later.
Six-figure deal
Yeah,
worth
six
of
figures.
nuggets.
Yeah, four digits, then a decimal point, another two.
I could just see him. He just fell out of his chair. Fell out of his
I
bed
think
there.
he just went to the vomit
But
bucket.
go
again.
down now. We're going to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Let's play the game, the Snitz game.
All right.
Okay.
Let's
play
go.
the
First
Schnitz
one. Everyone have a look at this.
The basic
The
instinct.
basic instinct.
Now, for those who don't know, the Schnitz game is where we're applying Schnitz food items to a player,
To a Carlton player.
to a Carlton player,
Carlton
of
player.
course. Now, the basic instinct.
Well, usually it's all, when the guest comes in, it's usually based off that game.
Yeah.
Correct.
Passed, but we didn't make the grand
Wow.
finals.
We
So-
might do it for the
For the
Oh,
year.
yeah.
the whole
This
year.
is the entire
For the whole year.
The whole year.
The most basic instincts.
Yes. I know Vince always puts a lot of thought into these.
I do,
boy.
and I'd like to give it to a player who I reckon's had a fantastic year by playing the basics of football as well as anyone in our team.
Hence the basic instinct. Thank you very much.
I think it's got to go to Nick Newman.
Love it. Yep. I think
gotta
that's,
go to
that's an
New Zealand.
all-round pick.
That's an
I actually reckon he might be a sneaky chance of top 3 in the best and fairest.
I think you could
Yeah,
be
no,
right.
he's very
I think you're
close.
spot on.
Sneaky chance,
I'll
but
tell you
certainly
what.
top 5.
He could maybe even win it.
He's not
Certainly
close.
top 5.
Our one either.
He isn't.
Okay, so
And we'll find-
Vince's Schnitz team so far, we've got Nick Newman as the BI, the basic instinct. Okay.
I like that.
Yep.
Let us know what you
Love
think,
it.
ladies
Let us
and
know
gentlemen,
what
in
you
the audience too. Let
This
us
is
know
your
what you
basic
think.
And if Steph, you're out there, don't let us know what you think.
Who did she say?
Who's Steph?
I can't remember.
That's Terry's sister.
Terry's sister.
Oh,
Stephanie, yeah.
why don't you want to know what she thinks?
because she got the Garden of Eden
Everybody-
slightly wrong.
So basically,
Oh.
every
Yeah.
selection she made,
Sorry, Steph.
we rinsed her for it. but initially we said, you can pick whoever
You can
you
pick
want.
whoever you want.
There's no right
But then
or wrong
as soon as
answer.
she did-
Wrong.
That's a wrong goal. That's like when your old man used to watch Sail
we
the
got?
Century.
Yeah.
Huh?
Enzo saying Newman,
Yeah.
a
Remember
couple
that?
of Wiedering.
Wiedering.
I know all the answers.
Laurie McDonald saying Mitch McGovern.
There's
That's
a
not
bit of
bad one.
Cottrell in there.
Bit of Cottrell.
Yeah.
Matula saying Newman.
Yep.
There
Can
you
I
go.
tell you now? I want to tell you my story first.
Go
You
on.
made me remember something. The old man, when he used to watch Sail the Century,
Yeah.
I might have stolen this off someone, but
Job,
I'm
buddy.
telling you, it was true.
It's all the same.
It was true. He used to watch Sail the Century, can't understand a word of English,
Yep.
used to listen to the question, right? And then he used to go, used to hear the bum bum, and he used to go, wrong goal!
The contestant would answer.
He didn't care.
Yep.
Well, the second one
That's
we
true.
got,
What do we got?
What do we got?
the plain and simple.
All right, now
plain
you need to get this one right.
It's plain.
Plain and
Plain and
simple.
simple.
The plain and simple, which isn't so
Look
plain
and
and
listen
simple.
to the cogs ticking over in his head.
They are,
ladies and
they
gentlemen.
are ticking over in my head. The plain and simple. Gee whiz. I'm just trying to think of all the different numbers in the team.
All right, you know,
I
I
reckon-
know this is a live show. We haven't got like.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I'll come up with one. I reckon Sam Doherty.
Sam
Yeah, it's
Doherty.
plain and
Okay,
simple.
yes, okay, I like
Have
that.
we had that?
I don't think we've had Sam
We-
Doherty as a plain and simple.
No, not as a plain and
I
simple.
like it.
But I like it.
I
He's
like
just
it, I
plain
like
and
it, I
simple.
like
There's
it.
nothing
Plain and
necessarily
simple.
spectacular about him, but he just
And he does look like that old-fashioned football. You
Yeah.
know, just that old,
Just kick it long.
I
and-
must say,
good, a good ordinary football.
speaking of plain and simple,
Come on, he's better than ordinary.
Nah, but didn't Jack Dyer used to say he's just a good ordinary?
Peter Pizzasta, good ordinary
Yeah,
player.
good ordinary player.
I will say one thing: he needs to start getting plain and simple with that hair. It's just got to. You got to show.
Oh
it.
go
yeah,
off.
yeah,
Leave
true.
me.
Get rid of it.
Leave.
Oh,
Shave it
he's
off.
trying to hang on to it.
No.
Bit like me.
Nah,
You reckon
Shave
it's
it.
starting
Like
to
us,
get?
Mars.
starting.
Oh, yours
He
is
started
starting
doing
to
the
do
Kevin
that.
I
Bartlett.
got
Yeah,
nothing,
he's
bro.
got-
I got nothing.
Shave it, mate.
I'm telling you, when you get to the Kevin Bartlett, you gotta go.
It's got to go.
We got another one coming up. What's
Yeah, we
yours?
do. We've got the Aussie.
The Aussie.
Who's your
The
the Aussie of
Australian.
the year?
Who's
Wow.
your Skippy the Kangaroo?
Well, there's
Yeah,
only
well-
a few to choose
Well,
from.
it's funny you should say Skippy because the skipper is as Aussie as
Ah,
Really
I love
good.
it.
Good old Cripper from
Actually,
Yeah.
from
was it-
country Western Australia.
Cowan.
Where's he from?
no,
Northampton?
he
Yeah,
said
Northampton,
Cripps.
country
Yeah, I know.
Western
Yeah,
Australia.
Chris.
So who said Cripps? Was it either Steph or was it Taylor?
Who did say Cripps? Who was our most recent guest?
I reckon it was Taylor who
Taylor
said.
said
Did she say
Yeah,
Cripps?
She
yeah.
said like
Maybe.
Yeah.
Cripper.
she did.
Yeah, she did say
Yeah.
Cripper. Because we don't usually associate him, even
No.
though he's Australian.
No, he's a dinky die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keno's a dinky die too.
He
Matt
is.
Kennedy.
And
He's a
then
full
we've
dinky
got
guy.
Paul's favourite.
Now we got Paul's favourite.
My
here.
favourite.
Ah,
the Schnuggets.
The Schnuggets.
Yep, no lips and assholes. The
No
wait
lips
is
and
finally
arseholes
over.
here, mate.
Howie Crumb in pieces, introducing our new star Schnuggets, made from 100% RSPCA approved chicken breast and coated with our signature crumbs. #Schnugget. Now,
You, you said that. You said that like someone who's on radio.
I wonder who that was.
really?
Oh,
You,
really?
you wouldn't happen to have read out a few commercials in your time, would you?
I might get paid for it every now and again,
Yeah.
but yeah, a few live reads.
SEN,
I was
11,
going to
16
say, I don't know if
AM.
you were about to say the same thing. We never give a player to the Schnugget.
No, but this. who
But
could-
it's what was it? He was the new person on the block. What was it?
Schnuggets.
What was the first bit of
The
it?
chicken nuggets.
Yeah. What did you read out?
It is, yeah, the new thing on the block. The
All
new
right.
thing. I'm going to say, you
The
know
new
what?
sensation.
Because he's-
Well,
you
you
know,
know, that's got to be Blake Acres then,
it
doesn't
can
it?
be Blake
Yeah.
Acres, but I'm going to give it to myself because I'm the Schnuggets.
You are the
I'm the
Schnuggets.
Schnuggets man here.
You love the Schnuggets, mate. I'm telling you, we had double the amount. He ate like half of them before we even got out here.
That could be like our small forwards. Always Motlop.
Yeah.
You know
I'll tell you who's the Schnugget.
who?
He's a nuggety little forward.
Oh, yes.
Jesse Motlop.
Motlop.
Real
Jesse.
nuggety.
Man,
Real
man.
tough-hearted
He is,
nuggety.
Yes.
he is,
Jesse
he is.
Motlop's going to be the Schnuggets.
He wasn't in the last game, but he
Oh,
is.
well, there are a couple of them. Who else is in the comments? Zainab is in the comments. Vincenzo's in there. He's got a few. There's a few comments. Ollie Hollands is the Aussie. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Did you mention Ollie Hollands as one of the Aussies?
Yeah, I call him the blue healer.
Yeah, yeah. He be
Yeah,
one.
well, he runs after
All
everything,
day.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
He does.
Rounds him up.
Yeah.
Round them up.
You just say the dog, mate. They say
Who's
dog.
that? Laurie McDonald. My wife developed the Schnuggets.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
that's
yes,
right.
that's right, Laurie. Big
We
shout
did
out
say
to Laurie.
that a lot. We did
Well, you know
mention
what?
that. We did
Yes,
mention that.
yes.
She developed. Oh, I don't know. She is the cat's mother. Or is the cat's mother? But I can't.
Oh, we
I hate
can't-
saying she, but I don't
We
know.
can't say she.
Well, you
It's
just
not
did.
she.
Could
They
be
are-
anything.
they are
Sorry.
better,
but
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
clearly
they
better.
are. You know what? She walked
Laurie's
into that meeting.
partner developed it.
She walked into that meeting,
Yeah.
and you know what she said
What'd she
to
say?
the heads of Schnitz? She said, "No lips and arsehole."
I'm sick of eating lips and arsehole.
We need 100% RSPCA approved chicken breast.
I did. I agree.
Are you a breast man?
I am.
Well, you are now. Are you a breast man?
I am a breast
Yeah,
man.
You
yeah.
are now. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey!
So am I.
Yep.
I do like.
In more ways than one.
I do like arse and legs, but
Come
anyway.
on, man.
All
Moving
right.
right along.
Kids watching, man.
Seba's in the comments as well.
Hey, Seba!
Seba,
Give
hello.
yourself a snap kick to Marshy.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Snap
Yeah,
kick
that's
is
it.
there.
All
Yeah,
right.
Seb is a good follower of our show on a Sunday night.
So
too.
listen,
that
I'm
is.
gonna
Yeah, it's
say.
your brother.
Yeah.
Your brother Michael. Good on you, Seba. Where are you? There.
Nah, he's a good
Camera one.
Come on. I was gonna say. What was I gonna say?
Memberships.
The
No,
membership.
I was gonna say right.
Yeah.
Now I haven't confirmed this with Snitch yet.
Right. Yes.
But I'm assuming the 17 to 25% continues.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you go in there, show your membership, and you get your 25. Also, become a member, even though it's going to be the off season.
Yes.
All the money that you give us, we can maybe go away somewhere. It's up to you.
Send us on a holiday,
Nah,
ladies
send-
and gentlemen.
No, seriously, we got. Hey, we were just talking about the new stuff we've got to get for the
Yes,
off season.
yes.
So it's going to be a better and a new improved.
We've assembled kind of a new studio. It's going to
it's
be
going to
a
be
new
a new
look.
studio. So, yeah,
Okay.
so-
New and improved.
So send
Thanks
in
to
your
you
money.
guys.
Nah, thanks to
Exactly.
you guys. We do appreciate
Thanks to all the
everything.
viewers.
Also,
Do we have
is-
the memberships?
No, but
How much is a Schnuggets pack? 6-pack. If you become a member,
7.50.
25% off.
70,
25. No.
no,
It's $5.60.
So
Correct.
$5.60.
$7.50 down
you
to
believe it?
$5.60
$5.60.
for a 6-pack of nuggets.
It's not bad, is it?
It's under
Not
a
bad.
dollar.
Gotta be a member though.
Under
Gotta
a
be
Where do you
dollar
get
a nugget.
25% off?
No,
Nowhere.
no, I agree. You won't get any arguments from me.
All right. Hey,
Next.
and if you want to get in contact with us,
The Jumper
Yeah.
Punch at gmail.com. The Jumper Punch at gmail.com.
Boy, I'm going to make fun of myself here and say
There are-
one of our viewers did pick this out.
Who
Yeah.
was it? Who picked
Michael
it?
Marcucci.
Michael Marcucci.
So, you
Picked
know,
out
it
what-
says join the TJP. It's meant to be join.
now could I say, he did
TJP.
mention that when we first came on weeks ago.
He did.
And you still
What's
haven't
that?
fixed it.
I think just leave it for now.
I'm going to leave it until the
Da,
end
da,
of the
da,
year.
da, 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 da. Sounds
I
like
just
me.
want to
Become
make
part of
myself
that.
look like
I,
a
I
hero.
just see something green there. What
Oh,
can you
Seba.
say?
We got a super chat. Keep up the good stuff, lads. There you go.
$7.99.
Oh,
Wow,
Blue
nice.
Broad. Blue Broad. Hello, Terry. Poor bloke's on his deathbed at the
Oh,
moment.
he's on his
Thanks.
deathbed now.
Thanks, Seba. I think you just
I'm
used
gonna-
my bank account for that. It just came out of the TJP bank account. Well done, man.
Come
Got
out
a
of-
notification
Well
on his
done,
phone.
man. Well done. Good stuff, bro.
We had $6.95.
Don't worry, I know
Now
where
we're
you
in
live,
debt.
bro. I know where you live and I know where your room is.
Well done, well done.
He went to the
Well
Dan
done.
Andrews School of Accounting.
He's smart. He's smart. Use the people's
Yeah,
money.
is Mike? Is he going to disappear too?
Yeah, 100%.
You're disappointed.
Thank God for that.
Disappear when he's in the grave tonight.
Moving right
So, Marino brothers, we have to thank them too.
We do. Another. What are they? How they? Have they been on since the start?
Since the start.
since the very beginning
They are the OGs
of
of Jumper Punch.
of giving us money for a
Giving
holiday.
us money for holiday. Giving us money for holiday.
Top dog liquor.
We could probably only go to bloody Rosebud with the money we make. But
And of course, they sponsor the Banana of the Week.
well, they
So we're going to
sponsor
have the Banana of the Year today, seeing it's the last
yes,
show.
we have got a banana of the year.
We did agree on one. Was it one?
I've got a couple of nominations this
Oh,
week.
there's-
All right,
there-
now we
there
got
are
it.
many.
Then we got Top Dog Liquor.
We do have.
Yep.
Top Dog
Dog
Liquor.
Liquor.
They are
Get
proud
him
sponsor
involved.
of
Get him there.
Rocco's Rant. Hey, these
Yep.
are perfect. You get a Commonwealth Game boxer to be
Lyndon
sponsor
Hosking.
of Rocco's
Bronze
Rant.
medalist.
Yep.
Bronze medalist.
He's a very good man, Lyndon. Very good man.
Bronze
I'm
medalist.
surprised you haven't had him on.
No, we will.
We will
We
eventually.
will.
Okay.
We will.
The regional Victoria lad.
Mm.
So it's a bit tough.
And then we've got, of
We'll
course,
definitely get him on.
North Seafood Bar and Grill.
Right.
Ange, and he's coming on
He's
later. He
Angelus.
did promise
Eve Angelus.
Eve Angelus.
So, ladies
He'll
and
be watching.
gentlemen,
He'll be watching.
get ready because Ange is going to come on
Yeah,
as
Ange
well.
is going to come on,
Yep.
and he's got something to say about that game.
Are we going to have a kicking competition in the studio? Or
No, and well, we're going to talk about the
Gotta
kicking.
sort that out.
No, we're going to sort. But what we're going to do is we're going to have the kicking competition next week or two,
Yes.
and we're going to do a special show.
okay.
It's
that
going
we're
to be its own video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Its
kicking
own
comp
live
with
video.
Ange.
Yep.
Ange is, and plus we had the way Ange did have a sore knee.
He did, didn't
He
he?
did. He
And
did.
he's been very busy down at
Yeah, just
North.
quietly, Ange.
By the way, on the subject of kicking competitions, did you see Fev?
Yeah.
In the,
yeah, he launched
in
the
the
Cully
longest
7.
kick.
He almost won it.
Yeah.
Jeez, he can still roost it,
Bloody
can't
oath
he?
he can.
I don't think you ever lose that.
No.
I don't think you ever lose how to kick like a ball like that. And Saad did all right.
Sadi did all right.
Everyone that was saying that Saad didn't have a long kick, he did
He,
all right.
you know he doesn't kick long, so they
Doesn't
should have
kick
whooped him.
Well, they woofed. Yeah,
Leave.
they gave him the big
So,
woof.
Ange and North Seafood Bar and Grill sponsor Legions of the Jumper.
They
Punch.
do indeed.
And this
They
week
do.
is part 2 of.
The Brett Ratton interview.
Yeah, it was.
What
very-
that was, that first parter,
Fantastic.
Enjoy that?
brilliant. Thanks to this man
Look,
himself.
I want to thank actually all of the past players
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you know, even past coaches like from last year, like David Parkin and Robert Walls, that have made themselves
Yeah,
available and
absolutely.
been so generous with their time
It's
for us,
been,
haven't
it's
they?
been fantastic. It's been my dream. Like I've been like,
You're like a
like
little
I
kid.
met Brett Ratton. Like I'm sitting there, like, and we had breakfast before. Like I was sitting having breakfast with Brett Ratton. I'm like, you believe it?
Just some
Yeah.
dead shit from
I know.
Reservoir.
So,
But
and
you're
then
not,
we did the
that's the
interview,
thing.
and they're so like candid with the stuff he
is.
said.
He is.
He is.
Yeah.
Are you? You are, yeah.
What?
The dead shit from
I am
Reservoir.
a dead shit from Reservoir.
As long as you know that.
Who good has come out
But
of
maybe
Reservoir?
you're the number one dead shit of
Yeah.
Reservoir. Number one.
Now, there's a few footy players that come out. I think
No, they call
Tony
him
Shaw.
the Rat from Reservoir,
Shaw.
I think
the
the
Crook
Shaw
from
brothers.
Coburg.
Who has come from
The
here?
Shaw brothers come from Reservoir. I'm pretty sure.
Who? I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Shaw, Ray Shaw and Tony
I
Shaw
think they come from Reservoir.
and Neville Shaw. I think they're all from that part of town.
Are you sure?
Could be
We're
Shaw.
sure.
You sure?
Yeah.
How sure are you sure?
Well, they were all around that Preston
Okay.
Bull Ants
There you go.
Football Club era.
All right. Has everyone enjoyed themselves?
Let's see. Have we got any comments? Let's see. Terry's commented a few. Streaming directly from YouTube instead of StreamYard, Josh. So we don't have that function tonight. What was that function? Wait for the messages to put on. Oh, the messages on the screen.
Ah, yeah.
You know, through StreamYard. Don't worry, we'll read them out as the night
Yeah,
goes
we'll
on.
read
ladies
them out.
and
We
gentlemen.
can't do it. It's all brand new.
We'll
to
give
us.
you. Forget about the message. We'll give you a proper
Ah,
hardcore shout out.
undercore. We just won't like just put it up there. We'll mention you,
Yes.
and if it's a stupid comment, we'll bag you.
I wonder how many showers Bev had after his swim.
Oh, yeah,
Nick Adams.
God,
Oh, that's
jeez.
right. He threw himself in the air.
Yeah.
That Yarra.
All
But
right.
you know that Yarra really isn't as dirty as you think.
No.
It's
No.
dirtier.
No, it's not. It's not. It's just the colour. It's apparently it's fairly clean. I wouldn't swim in it.
He adds a
wouldn't
lot
catch
of he adds
fish
a
in
lot of colour to the whole thing. If it wasn't for guys like Fev, it'd be pretty boring.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I think what's it called? The Marmalade Boys they got on.
It did.
I watched them so through their socials and they were trying to get onto the longest kick and they actually got their way onto the longest kick.
Oh, did they?
Maybe they were paid to do that,
Maybe.
but I
They're
don't know.
funny bastards, aren't
but
they?
they are
They're
good.
hilarious.
See
I didn't see
Daniel
that.
Gorringe
He went in the
Just
kiss
up as a
outfit.
kiss outfit.
Oh, yeah, I did
Jake
see that.
Simmons.
Yeah, yeah,
couldn't kick the
No,
ball.
we like Daniel, no, but what do we say? Do you want to say what we usually say about him?
What, nothing rhymes with orange.
No.
Orange.
I wish he showed that much passion when he played for us.
That was from an ex-player.
Come on, man. You can't throw him under the bus.
No, he's good. He's good. He's good. All right, hey,
Bandwagon.
let's get into some serious. I know people don't want to do this, but there was a game on the weekend.
All right, let's get through
Let's
this, shall
quickly
we?
vaguely
get through
remember
this.
that.
Let's get through this. All right, Collingwood.
All right.
12-18-90, defeating the Brisbane Lions 13-8-86. I just want to say something before we go on.
Yeah, go. Say something.
This is a historic moment
Mm-hmm.
because it is one of the first times in VFL AFL history that the winner of the grand final has kicked less goals than the team who
Yes.
it defeated.
And do you know the last time it happened?
I think Carlton?
Nah, Carlton
Yes.
did it against
Which
Essendon.
year?
68?
Yes.
Good memory. Well
Do you remember the score?
45-47?
No.
Or was it? I don't know.
Was it?
Carlton kicked
Wasn't.
7-14-56 to Essendon 8-5-53.
There you go.
That's
So
the
we won
same.
by 3 points. It was a very windy day. and fortunately, there was a guy called Brian Kekovic who kicked 4 out of our 7 goals.
There you go. There you go.
Anyway, that was a
Bit of
drought-breaking
history
premiership,
lesson.
so
There you go.
it doesn't matter
Anyway,
how
That
you
it
was
was-
when Barassi. It was that
Correct.
turnover
Yeah,
period
that's
from
right.
we went through that lull. Barassi came
21-year
in.
gap
Oh,
between
yeah.
premierships.
Yeah, we picked him up. Well, we picked him up. He came to Carlton what in '65.
End of 64, start
In
of
the
65.
65, and then 3 years later,
Yep.
pretty much changed.
And so it begins.
And so he began. All right, so there was a game, everyone. What are your thoughts about the merda that I watched on thing? I was at a barbecue.
I'll be very interested to see what Forever Rivals is like this Wednesday night.
There is no forever.
Oh, what? You're not going to do it?
No,
Why not?
because it finished last week.
I finished last week. I thought you were going to have a sort of a grand final review, or
Why not?
Nah, stuff him.
Why
stuff
not?
Magpie
Manny.
Manny will be very upset
Well,
with
first
you.
of all, last week
He
was.
would have been giving it to you all week.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Has he rung you?
Don't worry.
No, he's messaged me,
He's
but
messaged you.
yeah, but now he's not going to be on the show anymore. That's it.
Does he know who won the Norm Smith? I'm just. You reckon?
He and Bobby Dazzler Hill.
Like I said, he's the typical Collingwood barracker, right? And now you're going to
Barrica.
barracker. You're going to
Barracker.
Not
bring
supporter
you're
or
going to bring
member.
my rant early, but just quickly.
Yeah.
These people don't support nothing, and then when they win, they're at the front of the parade with the baton. like anyway.
Wait, but if it was us, there'd be plenty of them too, which we have seen.
What's that?
Bandwagon
Of course, they're
supporters.
everywhere. They're
Paul
everywhere.
Italiano, how good was my goal from 80 out? boys?
Steel
Yeah.
side, but he
Yeah,
looks like
yeah.
steel side bottom. Now he's part of the Weekend Grill. Who, mind you, we're going to be doing some roasting very, very shortly.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
that's it. That's
Gonna be
it.
doing
That's
some
it.
So what do you
roasting
think of the
very
game?
shortly.
All right, let's get into the game.
Let's go one at a time. You brought up the topic, so
But what do you want to know? Like, what do you think of the actual game, or what do you think of like what happened that
Well,
day?
as the Rock
Well-
says, what do you think?
I think it's a bad day for everybody except for Collingwood sport. Let's be honest, right? It was a bad day. Like
Yep.
no one wanted this, you know what I
Yep.
mean? But as far as the game, was the game great? I don't know, people like I heard after, and everyone gets overly excited after a grand final. It was the best grand final ever. No, it wasn't. It wasn't the best grand final ever. The only thing that made it half decent was that it was close.
Correct.
And I have to admit, there were some crunch goals that were kicked during the game
Yep.
by Collingwood.
That made a
Both
lot.
teams, too.
I thought
Both teams, but those Collingwood goals, and we were talking about it before. There was the one at quarter time, the one at half time.
Yep.
There was the Goey goal,
Yep.
and there was the side bottom goal. Those 4 goals, like crunch goals from 50. You know, like when they
pressure,
needed
pressure,
it,
big
pressure.
pressure goals.
That's what made it good. You know what I mean? As far as like to me, like it's, you know me, I despise the team. I wish nothing but misery. So to watch that was like, it was
Painful.
bad.
It
It
was
was
painful.
painful. It was painful to watch.
Nazi?
When you watch the game, because you're so like invested in the game,
Yes.
you're going, fuck, what a game, right?
That was me too.
That's
Yeah.
how and I think I was watching with a few mates and all that, and we're going, shit, what a game, you know, it's to and fro. You know, Brisbane get out to, what was it, like
13
13
points.
point
Yeah.
lead.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, maybe if they kick another one or two, that's it, it's game over. But then Collingwood kicked back, and fuck, there were some classy goals in that game by both.
Bloody oath.
There was.
Zach Bailey
Yeah,
kicked
yeah.
2 classy
Oh,
goals.
yeah,
The one running,
Yeah.
and then the
snap.
other, then the snap
Yeah.
from the boundary. Then you got, as we said, the goalie running away from goal and just nailing
Incredible,
it.
Then you had-
incredible stuff.
You got
Incredible.
side bottom. I never thought he'd kick over 55, but we know he, he
I'm
had a
telling
bit
you.
of tailwind.
Wind, yeah.
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
best
Yeah.
goal he's ever kicked. And then there was that Cameron goal at the end. I mean, that was
The little dribbler, yeah.
a little dribbler, but he had to get away from it.
I thought in the game, I thought the midfield for both teams went a bit astray. Like they were hit and miss.
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
in some quarters, you
Yeah.
know, they got going, but they weren't there throughout the whole game. But there was one constant towards the end of the game who I thought just willed his team over the line was Pendlebury.
Oh, incredible footballer.
Fuck, if you wanna
Incredible footballer.
like a performer at the top level, and how old is he? Like 34?
About
Is he
33.
Collingwood's best ever
Older?
player?
He's
You
older.
have to be close to
What is
it.
he, 35?
35, I think.
Yeah, fuck, man. He just, that last quarter, he said, come on, boys, you're
The best-
coming with me.
The
and
best players withstand the test of
Yeah.
He
time.
was the architect, wasn't he?
He was.
He was like an on-field coach, playing coach out there.
It was like
There was
when,
there's one on the boundary line and one out on the field.
Yep.
when Cameron kicked that dribble, I thought, all right.
They get the next one,
Yeah.
they're done.
Well,
like
I
they're
thought they
done.
just needed to get a couple of stoppages
Yeah.
just to slow down the game. But then
Within-
out of the
within
middle,
a minute.
I was within like 10 15 seconds.
The Degoe
The-
goal.
the
If
goal.
you see what happened in the lead up,
Yeah,
if you see the behind the goals vision and Dunkley slips,
correct.
Degoe gets forward of the ball. Neil doesn't track the run of Degoe. He
That's
tracks
right.
Dacos.
Dacos.
Sucked in. They get the overload.
The
to
quick
the
hands
outside.
by
Oh,
I didn't think
brilliant.
Dacos was amazing. I didn't like people go, yeah,
He did
you
a
know,
couple of
he had
good.
29 touches and it looks better than it was. But it's at some times in that game he had crucial like
Yeah,
handballs,
yeah, yeah.
little kicks off the floor.
When he set up that goal at half time,
Yeah.
he had that play on the wing.
just
He
bang.
stepped inside, found the
Hit
kick
it.
inside. He's
Brilliant kick. Brilliant
a
kick.
crazy player.
Yeah.
Vince, your thoughts?
Well, I really enjoyed the first half. I thought it was good, free-flowing football, and
Yep.
we saw
Plenty of
about
goals.
11 goals scored in the second quarter.
Yeah.
And I thought, great, entertaining game, and I thought that really suited Brisbane, by the way.
One of the more high scoring grand finals.
But then it really closed down in that second half, and there were very few
Pressure.
goals scored, and goals were like diamonds. And I thought, for the most part, the game was played on Collingwood's terms. Brisbane just struggled to get that
Yeah.
normal free flowing
Yeah.
They couldn't.
Fair
flow,
point.
football
they got
that
it in that
they
like
used
second
to.
quarter.
In the second quarter, they
But
got a
then
few.
Collingwood wrestled it back.
Yeah, that's where I reckon they lost the game. When
Yeah.
they were up 50-37,
Yeah.
Collingwood then scored 4 out of the next 5 goals, and they went in behind at half time.
Yeah.
Again, another goal after the siren.
Yeah.
Just like in the first quarter, a goal after the
They were
siren. Those
important,
two
those
goals
two goals.
were crucial.
The one thing that I noticed out of this game was Collingwood's ability they're just so efficient going forward, and then you look at what they did in the red time, in time on of the quarters. It was
Punished it.
there were goals that Collingwood kicked towards the back end of each quarter where Brisbane just thought, okay, there's a minute to go in the quarter,
Yeah,
let's just see it out, flat-footed.
yep.
Didn't compete up the line, didn't defend properly,
Yep.
and Collingwood just said, all right, you want to do that, guys? We play to the last second
Yep.
of this quarter. We played to the last second. So
They were the smarter team.
Bobby Hill, fantastic.
What they did was,
Mate,
and
right.
later on we'll get Ange to have his thoughts on the grand final, but he did say to me, like during the week, right? He goes, Collingwood play this brand of football where it's not pretty, but they push the ball forward. They tap
Surge
it, they
football.
get
I
a
was just going
kick,
to say
Yeah.
that.
they do that, and
Yep.
he goes, they'll do that, and they'll win it. He actually picked
Yep.
they'll win it, and he was 100% right. They did nothing fancy except for those goals to finish off the play, but they push it, they'll tap it, they'll do this, they'll just do
I don't-
anything they can
The
to
one-
get that forward.
Just before you,
Yeah,
there's
go,
only
yeah,
one
go.
thing that I looked at out of that game, and it was the biggest query I had on them. Who is going to be their key forward in this game? But then you can look at it the opposite way and say, well, who do you match up on?
That's
Bobby
right.
Hill got loose.
Even-
Coleman and a few others were playing. I thought Coleman was fantastic.
First half.
Defensively,
Yeah, he slowed down now.
he's a little bit
Relax,
lackadaisical defensively, but it's okay because what you get from him forward
Correct.
Yeah.
is going to be part of scoring chain. So
Bit
regardless,
like Sard for us.
They clamped him though. That was the key too.
Yeah.
They clamped him after half
He wasn't
time.
quite
It was
as polished
non-existent.
as he was the week before against us,
Yeah,
was he?
but
Tom?
he had free rein
Against us, he had to have the game of his life,
and
mate.
well,
Yeah,
I mean, he was good that first
he
half.
wasn't.
That first
He was.
quarter,
he's still
was
one of their
everywhere.
better players.
Still one of the better. In fact, he got the second highest votes in the Norm Smith voting.
And I said at
No,
the
third.
start,
No, second.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I
yeah,
said during the
But then
week-
Dacos.
a single comment. Tom Harrington, if Brisbane had Rocco, they would be premiers.
I'm telling you,
He's telling
Where
you.
at?
if I was their coach, I'm telling
coach.
you,
But also,
and a
look,
player,
I know that Collingwood had a lot of
Robert Rassi,
points.
Alex
I could do like the player coach. I'm telling you, I would have taken out 2 free Collingwood players. That was another thing, man. They got to go a bit harder. One before you go, I said before during the week, I said the only chance Collingwood have to win this game is either Bobby Hill or
It was Elliot.
Elliot have to have big games. They have to kick 3 or 4
And
goals.
one of them did.
And what happened? You know what I
Bang.
mean? Because if he didn't kick that 4 goals, where are they going to get their goals from?
Yeah, and
Hey?
they're part of so many
4 goals
scoring
too.
involvements.
4
4
goals too.
assists.
No, he deserved the Norm Smith
Star,
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
star.
but one of them had to do it, and he did. You
But
know
he
what I
has
mean?
been that player all year.
Yeah, but not that good.
Yeah.
Like he's usually kicked a couple,
But I think
and
that's
then
what
he
they did.
disappears.
As we you analyse throughout the years, that they spread on that ball
At the back on the counter.
Yeah.
see you
Bang.
later.
Yeah.
Off to the races, and
They'll
good luck.
absorb and absorb and absorb.
Yeah.
And if you don't kill them,
Yeah.
ta-ta.
What about Brisbane now? Stuff, Colin. What about
What
Brisbane?
were you going to say
What-
before?
oh,
What were you going to
No,
say?
I was just going to say I thought that was a golden opportunity lost by Brisbane.
Yeah.
Oh, completely.
They had
Absolutely.
They've had
every
two
chance to
golden
win that
eggs.
premiership, and
Two.
I reckon they slipped.
So what did they do wrong?
Well, I think that they, as Paul mentioned, they weren't playing right to the final siren in every quarter. That cost them dearly.
Yeah.
And also, there were some crucial set shots
Yes.
that they missed.
Yeah.
Danaher.
Danaher missed one.
McCarthy-
Hipwood missed one.
yeah.
McCarthy missed one.
Yeah.
These guys are all multiple
Where
goal
Collingwood
kickers.
took their opportunities.
Whereas Collingwood, they didn't miss one of those key ones. The really important ones, they didn't miss them.
They had what? 30, it ended up 30
30
scoring,
shots.
Yeah.
30 scores on the scoreboard, and they had
Yeah.
14 more inside 50s,
Yeah.
I think. So, even though they didn't take a lot of it, like the majority of their opportunities, because they had weighted numbers, what's going to happen?
The other thing I think that was important was that in the ruck, I think Oscar McInerney didn't have his best game.
Influence.
I,
He had
I
no
thought Darcy
influence.
Cameron
Yeah,
and
no.
especially
They
Mason
held it,
Cox
yeah.
actually
Nah,
really
because he
helped.
had his
They
best
beat it.
game against us.
Of course.
Everyone had to play good against us and then fall over.
Well,
Yeah, but you're right. He was the other
But
one, you know.
I think, but
yeah.
having said that, I think Collingwood were the better team on the day. They nullified.
They were the
I agree,
smarter
impact.
team. They were the
They
smarter team.
forced them
Agreed.
down the line.
Yeah.
You could
Agreed.
see it. They took
Yeah.
away the middle. Kadeem
That's what I'm
Coleman, they just took the middle away from him and
Yeah.
said, go, kick down the line.
Did
We're happy for
Fagan
you to
get
go.
out-coached on the day?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he did.
A little bit.
I mean, the
I mean,
scoreboard
it's-
maybe
well, it
does it.
shows-
It's harsh.
because-
It's only a 4-point
Well,
game,
if
but
you can play your style of game and you can nullify the other, you've out-coached him because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to play their style
Like
of
Brisbane
game.
had the
Opportunities.
spurt in the second quarter, but other
Well,
than that,
There was a stat going, I think, to half time. You would not have suspected this at all. Brisbane, up to a certain point, which was just a complete shock, had only had 2 marks inside 50.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
And Collingwood had more marks
More, yeah.
inside 50.
yeah, yeah.
You still got to create those opportunities,
Yeah.
create space.
No worries.
And I thought Brisbane really early in the game were very fumbly
They were.
around the ball.
Bit
Really,
like
really
us.
fumbly.
Bit like against us. They
Yeah,
started
they
off
started
very
bad.
nervous. They were nervous. They
Again,
fumbled.
did they utilise their big men properly?
I think Joe Danaher.
Danaher-
Joe Danaher was probably
great.
the
I
best
thought
one.
he was great.
Danaher
He
was
was a
good.
letdown.
Other than that
Hipwood
set
level-
shot, I thought he
level
was
shot,
great
yeah.
on the day.
I thought Hipwood was really good early.
And then
Waned
Yeah.
away as
Yeah,
the
yeah.
game went on. The one thing for me with Brisbane was you can't go into these games. They would look at that game, 13 points up, let that lead slip.
Yep.
They hit the front with 5
Last
minutes to
quarter.
go
Yeah,
I know.
and they didn't know how to
and
shut the game
conceded
down.
within 30 seconds.
So you were talking about that last play that
Yes.
Jagowie got the goal.
Yes.
What happened there?
Well,
Like you,
I said Dunkley slipped.
yeah,
Neil is following Dacos into the contest because initially at the stoppage that's his man.
yeah.
He doesn't realise that Degoe's got free and there's just a complete mix-up. Dunkley's trailing Degoe because he slipped.
Gets
There's
the
a moment,
handball
gets
out.
the handball, sayonara,
And he's
right?
done.
But
They had only just finished celebrating Charlie Cameron's goal, and before you know it, 30 seconds later, they've had
Exactly
the wind
right.
taken out of them
exactly
because
right.
Collingwood got the lead back
Exactly
within 30
right.
seconds.
And you take your
No,
moments.
Collingwood
it was
just looked-
deflating for them.
They look more professional on the day too.
And then
Collingwood.
that other crucial error from Berry on
Oh
sideball.
yeah.
50. It's a
I
50 every
mean,
day of the week.
50.
50 every day of
With
the
less
week.
than 5 minutes to go, you can't.
You can't be doing that.
50.
At any stage of the game, you can't
How
be doing
costly was that goal?
that. We've got comments coming through. Petra Khan's in the comments. Hello, Petra. First half, the inside 50 tackles were 8-0. Pies favour. Pies deserved the win, even though they kicked one less goal. Yeah. They gave themselves the
Mine's-
best opportunity.
Mine's
to
are
win.
stuffed. I can't say enough of
Me
them. Paul's
too.
a half stuffed because he's got to move a little bit
Well,
forward.
Josh-
you like an eagle.
Well,
Like,
Josh says Tom Mitchell wasn't anything special. I kindly disagree.
Oh, mate.
Terry
The
saying
guy
Mitchell
played
was excellent.
13 tackles.
I thought that's what they picked him up for.
I thought he was one of their
seven,
best.
You know what it
seven
is? You know what
score
it is, though?
involvements,
This is-
29 possessions.
This is what people see is that
That's
when
right.
they picked him up, before they picked him up, it was high possession
That's
count,
right.
35, 40, 40, 50,
Used
to
80,
be.
8,000 touches, right? Now he's coming to the Collingwood team and he's getting, what, 20, 25?
He's their contested player.
But he's the one inside that feeds out. He's,
And
the,
that
he's
was-
the extractor.
They looked
You
at
know-
that last season.
That-
That was an area
correct.
they lacked.
Well,
Correct.
Now we'll go back to the Brett Ratton interview, right?
Yeah.
He said about that. He said sometimes a player, someone like a Chris Judd, and you'll see it when you watch the interview, right, has to step back
yes.
and like do something, maybe play a different role. It's going to affect his game, but it's going to help the
But
team,
it's the
and
best
that's
thing
what
for the team.
I'll
that's
say
what
something
Mitchell's done.
to continue on with that point. Voss mentioned something about role players in the team, and he said it's a bit disrespectful to call certain players role players.
Yeah.
He's of the idea, and I agree with this too. Everybody in your team is a role player.
Yeah.
Everyone has a role to play.
Yeah, that's right.
Everyone has a role to play.
Yeah,
If the
true.
star up in lights, if that's your role, that's your role.
Yeah.
If your role is to be the guy who's just going to be 6 out of 10 every week, like a
That's
Blake
your
Acres,
role.
like a Matthew Cottrell, your role is to run up and down the
That's
wing,
right.
patrol the wing. That's your job.
Yep.
It's
Yes.
because these players are
Yeah.
not the glitz and glam
Correct.
players that are promoted in the media.
yeah, correct.
And I can say it because that's what the media want. They want the
Mm.
big player, they want the muscly player, they want the guy who celebrates, they
Yeah.
want the guy who's got the flowing locks of hair, they want the muscles, they
And
want the
what-
goal kicker.
A bit like the jumper punch. You guys are the stars.
yeah.
I'm a role player.
No, but see, we all play a role here.
You know what I thought was
Wow,
actually,
that's right.
I had when I watched the game back again, Frampton nullified Harris.
Well, that's the thing.
Yep.
A lot of
Harris
people-
Andrews
He did nothing.
couldn't get a run and jump at it.
I mean,
He
he
didn't do
had
it.
a couple of intercept marks.
Correct.
Other than that,
That's all he's had to do. But I reckon that's all that McRae wanted him to do.
and I think, yeah, probably that was his role to
Just
negate
take him out of
Harris
the-
Andrews and just go
So from that point of view, he did his
Any
job. He did
comments,
a lot of the
Dave?
ball.
defensive forward
Paulie?
role.
Hey, there's a few comments. Someone said Robbie Williams is greater than Kiss. That's Josh Failer. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. Josh said Bo McCreary was terrible. 3 behinds and 13. Yeah, but you look at the numbers like that and you say they're terrible, but they all play roles in that team. Whether it's defensive pressure, they look at Bo McCreary, right? And this Fly said this, and I'm paraphrasing him. If they're not worried if he's kicking
No.
a goal or 2 or 3 goals. If he's having 5, 6 tackles and
Yeah.
creating stoppages inside
He's in the
50,
chain. He's clean player.
mate, they're like, you've done your job for the day, mate.
Yeah.
We don't need you to kick 4 goals. We don't
Yeah.
need you to kick 5. If you have, great, well done.
In it, sometimes like with our team, for example, we get a small forward who doesn't kick a goal, but he's had like 7 or 8 pressure acts.
Correct.
A Matthew Owies type.
Matthew Owens. And people go,
Fogarty.
oh, he hasn't kicked any
Or
goals.
Fogarty.
Fogarty. He's a prime example.
Fogarty's the prime example. He's getting
Doesn't
his,
kick goals,
Yeah.
but just late
The pressure,
big
the
pressure.
pressure.
Well, Silvani was doing that. too.
Yep.
Silvani's one like that.
Yep.
Yeah, he'd be one like that, you know. So
Alright. So, what does everyone think of the whole 16, 16, 16 thing?
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club. I'll say one thing,
whatever.
and I know this will be part of Carlton chat, which we'll get onto soon. This will be the best thing that's happened to Carlton.
Oh, it could be. It could be.
It'll spur
It
them
could
on.
be.
Lights a big fire.
It's going to create a lot of rivalry between the
It's
three.
already
big
started.
They've
clubs.
already started
Well,
last year.
I
That
think
last game.
I think that
True.
first of all, Forever Rivals is the one who started the rivalry. let's be honest here, because before that, everyone was wimps, mate. They were. We really got it going, but forget about the rivalry. I think the rivalry's always been there. Well, I think what it's done for Carlton now, and maybe some other clubs, is say, because at the end of the day, we finished 3rd.
Yep.
Right. At the end of the day, we finished 3rd. What it says is, hey, we're not that far if we do everything right
Yes.
for next year. I mean, we can't just
Consolidate.
stop. Don't think the top 4's a given now.
Nah.
Consolidate
In actual
that.
fact, be careful, because you could be further away than what you think you are
In the blink of an eye.
in the
can be
blink of an
taken
eye.
from
But
you.
what it does say is, if you do get everything right, mate, we weren't that far off it, you know.
This
So
is why I love-
hopefully it spurs
and-
you
and
on.
Terry's just mentioned it in the comments about being humble. This is what I
Yeah.
love. And it was one thing that Brian Cook said. We need to become humble as a football club,
100%.
because if you think about it, what have we achieved as a football club in the last 20 years?
Nothing.
Zilch.
So what have we
Nothing.
got to brag about?
No,
Nothing.
we have.
Nothing.
We have. A Wizard
Brownlow.
Cup.
A
Wizard
Wizard-
Cup.
Oh, a couple of Wizards, a couple
Yeah,
of
you
Brownlow,
understand?
or
You
Brownlow,
need
whatever.
to humble-
Individual awards
You
again.
Individual.
need to humble yourself.
Of course.
You need to swallow
You
your
just
pride
got to
and
take it
ego.
on the chin, mate. They're going to give it to you for the next 6 months.
And you know what?
Good.
The
Well,
season
I want
said
it.
they are a better football club than us,
They are.
and the last 20 years has said they are a better football club
They
than
are.
us.
No,
The moment you accept that
The
is
best,
the moment you can become better than
the
them.
best team won the flag. The best 2 teams played off in the
That's
grand
it.
They did.
final,
They
and
did.
the best team won the flag.
First versus second, the gap
Yeah.
was that much. What was it on the day?
that much.
That much.
I mean,
What's
they-
yours? What's yours, Rocco?
What's that?
That much.
That much.
Can I ask you one out of left field?
Yeah.
It's
What do you
about
think of the
the-
weight?
it's
What do you
about
think? What do you think of the?
The girth, mate. Is it girth?
Come
Yeah.
on, man. There's kids watching.
No, I'm just saying it.
What do you
I
think
don't
of
know
the
what
the Guernseys and shorts that
Oh,
were
the
worn by
white
the Brisbane
and the-
Lions?
Because they were white.
I didn't like it.
They wore
Brisbane
white
wore the
shorts.
shorts.
I mean, if you look at the 2002 and 2003 grand finals, they wore the full dark kit
Maroon, yeah.
as well as Collingwood.
I have a question.
And there was
for you.
nothing wrong with it.
Would that have made up for the 4 points they
Yeah,
lost?
definitely. Yeah, I
just
could have
thought-
seen the shorts.
I just thought it was
man, you don't know.
All I'm saying is I just thought it was
It's
spectacle
like,
at
have you
least.
ever heard the comment
They
when
would have
they
been better
wear...
off wearing the old Fitzroy jumpers.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
You ever heard the comment when Carlton wear the white? It's like, oh, it's like putting up the white flag. You know what I
Nah.
mean? Come on, get off of you.
No, no.
Really.
No, I'm
Like,
just
it
saying
doesn't
as a
matter what they
television
are.
thing.
Yeah.
Just as a television
I'll
thing.
bring up this point because
I didn't even notice.
I
it.
don't
No,
know.
I didn't even
I know
that.
somebody will bring up this point.
Who?
Because Carlton support. We're salty, but
Yeah, I'm salty bad, man.
the advantage.
Disgraceful decision.
Oh, what a shocking
Disgraceful
decision.
decision.
Oh.
What did everyone think of the advantage?
Well,
let's get the
I
chat
put
fired
it
up.
back on the player.
Yeah,
It
but
shouldn't have
But
been
he didn't
advantage.
know necessarily. I mean, in the frantic
But
last
the
quarter,
umpire's there. You can't either. I
the
know there's
umpire
100
should have
crowd.
seen that there was no
I know.
advantage.
You've got to
there.
be able to read the game,
I understand
mate,
that.
as
These
far
umpires
as an
are hopeless.
umpire. That should never have happened.
But then if he kicks it and someone marks it, then you're not saying
Yeah, yeah,
anything.
yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I
I
mean?
know,
So
I
it's
know.
like the player did take the advantage.
No, but if someone marks it, that's more luck. No, that's not because he
Yeah,
had an
I
advantage.
agree. It wasn't a clear pass.
It's not because he
I
had
agree.
actual.
I
Matthew
agree.
Richardson
I'm just playing
was
devil's
skating.
advocate. That's all I'm playing.
No,
Did you
look,
Matthew
at the end
Richardson
of
on
the
the,
day,
on the Channel 7 coverage?
no, what did
He
he
said
say?
that
That-
was an advantage.
that
That was
Even
nothing
BT
close to
said
an
it too.
advantage.
It wasn't
It
advantage.
wasn't.
no.
No. So it was
And
a
that's
shocking
like, I'll
decision.
give, like last week against Carlton Brisbane,
Yeah.
start of the third quarter, they get the 50-metre penalty because Cripps kicks it away, right?
Well,
I
there's
know it
the
was an
opposite.
advantage, but it's the same thing. Like, are you serious? Because when you look at that, Cripps was held,
Yes.
right? So he's thinking
I've
it's
got
a
the
free
free
kick, right? So he kicks it away and then he goes, no, it's a 50, and I'm going to the umpire. Listen, at the end of the day, they won, we lost, whatever. That's the worst umpiring in the final season I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The umpires were
I
terrible.
They were terrible throughout the whole game, mate.
Low key, Toby Green, he got castrated.
Well, I mean, we saw that
Bro,
too.
Bro,
The
he
Collingwood
got
GWS game.
smashed.
Yeah.
No, but in the
I
grand
agree.
final,
I agree.
bro, he got clotheslined.
In the prelim,
In the prelim.
No,
Toby Green.
Toby Green.
was it? No, someone else they got clotheslined in the game.
Oh, the Brisbane
Oh,
player.
Starcevic.
Starcevic. Why you say
Yeah,
Toby
yeah.
Green?
Sorry, because it was in my brain.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
sorry.
Starcevic,
From
yeah,
Maynard.
yeah.
Yeah, bro, he got clotheslined.
I know,
What
I
the
know.
Yeah, Maynard did it again.
Right.
Maynard
Yeah.
gets away with everything.
No. Yeah.
And pitter patter feet.
So,
puts the
but
arm
anyway,
up and-
that's
Yeah,
that's the
Dacos is
Bro,
Dacos is starting to do the shoulder.
starting. I counted
Yeah.
like 5
yeah,
instances.
they're doing.
And he got a cheap little free kick where he got like pushed and he went to the floor. Like, get up, bro. Come on, bro.
I don't know what you can do with that, about that. You know, I mean, umpires can't even get the basics right. They're going to try to work that
A
one
high
out.
free
Sorry,
kick
Starcevic,
should
yes.
not be paid if the player raises his
Yeah.
arm to get it slipped up.
Well, it should
shouldn't
be
a free
where
kick.
where you initiate, like
Yes,
if you initiate and then
exactly.
he's lifted it.
There was
like-
one where Zorko, if you remember, sort of slid down and he got tackled high,
Yes.
clearly high.
Yeah.
But the umpire said, nah, play on.
Yeah, anyway.
But Dacos in the end, when
Comments?
McInerney got him,
Maz, the umpiring has been atrocious
Terrible.
this final series. Hello, Maz.
it is.
What's Terry got to say?
Anyway,
He's just, I think he's comment. Dacos has to stop the shrug.
I was pissing me
He's
off.
too great a player to
he'll,
be
you
doing
But
know
that.
he's
what?
been-
I'll
but-
start calling him Selwood.
But he has been
If he's
doing.
not
He
careful.
has been doing that. Like if you actually
Yeah.
watch
Yeah, I know,
him,
he has been. He has been.
and he does his little pitter patter, and he doesn't
Yeah.
quite go in as hard, and then the shot.
Listen,
mate,
man.
come on, bro.
Anyway.
You're
I
better.
can't believe that Mason Cox is a premiership player.
No,
Better
Will
believe
Hoskin
it.
Elliott, man. Will Hoskin Elliott hurt.
You better believe it.
No, Lipinski. Oh, Lipinski, man.
And Ginnivan,
Now, see, Ginnivan, I kind of, but no, he's actually got some.
he
he's
didn't
got-
play a good game.
Yeah, I know, but he's got talent. He's got something there. I know we all
Yeah.
hate him.
They haven't.
Right.
But they're premiership players
That's
now.
it, man. Lipinski, man. The novelty from Oklahoma State, man.
Mate,
And
he's
Mason
Billy
Cox.
Frampton.
And this goes back to our point. You don't need a superstar ruckman to
Nah.
win the grand final.
Again, they've
No.
done it again. It's happened again.
Yeah, did you
They
hear
did
what
it
Craig
again.
McRae had to say about the medals?
No, I haven't watched anything because I hate.
Because he
anything
said
about
since
Collingwood.
they put that medal around my neck on the grand final, they haven't worn it since because I don't feel comfortable wearing it.
Why?
Because they've made it all
Everyone,
like
yeah.
I'm the one responsible as the coach. He said, but there's a whole coaching team. He's
Yeah, that's
pushing
true,
for
Joe.
all the coaches to get something and all the staff to get something, and I think the
Interesting
club's got to
discussion.
do that. The AFL shouldn't have to
Yeah,
give
yeah,
every
yeah.
single
All
person
right.
a medal.
So, you know what I'm going to say. Talking about medals.
Well, I was going to bring this up later.
Oh, you want to
Bring it up later. Bring it up later.
It's actually.
Sorry, Rocco.
but
Bring it up
we
later.
are going to talk about
Yeah,
that.
bring it
I
up
know what
later.
you're going to
I brought
say.
it up before
and-
that fraud said it too.
Yeah. No,
Hey,
it's
by
a
the way,
good point, and I think we had opposite views, but it's a good point.
By the way, you got to admit, what a day for Craig McRae.
Oh,
He becomes a
that's
dad
his
in the
daughter.
morning.
Oh, what did he name his
what
And
was
then-
it,
and then
Maggie?
he-
Was it
Maggie?
Maggie?
What if she was
Yeah,
still?
Maggie.
And
What,
Andy Marr.
what if
oh,
she
that's
had
a
was he
beautiful
gonna go?
name. Probably
What's
spat out his water after too.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful. Probably is, you know. But
what
Maggie
happened
there.
if she hadn't given birth yet? Was he going to still go to the grand final?
Of course.
Yeah, I would have.
She didn't even wake him up when she was going into
Well, he
labour.
could.
She rang the sister or something, and she took her into the hospital.
Bravo.
She let Craig McRae sleep.
That's good.
So
Well done to her.
I mean,
Great wife.
what a day! You become a dad, and then
What
later
would
on
you
you
do?
become a premiership coach.
What
It's
would I
hard for
do?
you to say because you haven't got kids, but
What
what
would
would
I do?
you do?
Sorry, but I'd go and
straight in
coach
the
my
coach's
team.
box, mate.
I'd go and coach my
Where
team.
would
Straight
you
to the
go?
coach's box.
If it's your first kid for touch and go.
That's what I mean.
It was his third.
What
I
would you
think.
do?
Ah,
It was
the
his
third one. Don't worry about it
Third
then.
is
Nah, it's
rubbish.
okay then.
No.
I think
What would you do?
If it's the first, oh.
What would let's
Come in
if
a
it's your
quarter
first
time.
kid in the chat, let us
Come in a
know.
quarter time, hurry up and push the baby out there. Come on, man.
If it's your first kid, are you,
You know what you
coaching
do?
the team or you go to the
You
hospital?
do a Zoom meeting
A
in the
live-
coach's box.
full live, yeah.
You do a Zoom meeting in the coach's box.
Put him to the forward line. Push. Push.
Someone locked down on Coleman. You're right.
And she's squeezing your
There you
head.
go. If you're thinking of nominating Father of the Year, here he
Yeah.
is.
I'd be at the game.
Yeah, of course you would. I think
Taylor,
most,
Dylan, let
I
us
think
know what
most
you
people
think.
would say, look, you've got
I'd be at
a
a
big job to do.
pre-season
Go.
game.
Scratch match, you know.
A scratch match.
It's
I'm
a
just
match,
a
yeah.
scratch match, mate.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. I thought I was going to
Toby
say.
Crook in the comments. G'day, Toby. Big fan of the show. Thomas Becadley's in there.
Push
Yes.
Hello, Thomas. Pushman Naya.
Bushmanaya, yeah, I can just say
Love it.
Bushmanaya. What else we got there, Paulie?
You can always have a kid. That's from Gokhan. Premierships
Premierships
aren't
aren't
guaranteed.
guaranteed.
100%. I agree, mate. I
She needs
agree.
Northland. Thank you very much.
And then you're there for the rest of your life for the kid.
Yeah.
Well, most dads are. You're there for the. Well, it's true, isn't it?
Well, some would,
I know.
yeah, that's right.
Some are dead shits.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
I'm not naming, but I'm just saying
Yeah,
some
yeah,
are
no,
dead
it's true.
shits.
It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. Just didn't expect it. That was all.
Mm.
Moving right along.
Ah,
So,
all
Maggie.
right. Is that enough about this merda? I can't. Listen, man. I can't deal with it. I tell you, I almost had to call the ambulance that night. I almost had a heart attack that
You,
night.
you did actually.
I did really.
I should have laughed.
Can I
man.
just
should've
say one
laughed.
more thing? One last thing. Right? Isn't it amazing how you can turn a club around within 2 years? What happened two years ago?
Yeah.
What happened 2 years ago?
Buckley
They
gone.
were
They
nowhere.
removed all
It
these
started
players.
with
Yeah.
the president.
Trelaw,
Yeah.
It started with the
yeah.
board. It always starts at the top.
Yep.
New president, new board, new administration.
What do you
Bang.
win? What do you win?
Craig Kelly's
54
come in
games?
this year as a CEO. Craig Kelly,
Yeah.
Craig Kelly. Yeah.
first
yeah.
year as CEO.
Yeah.
Craig McRae's come in as a brand new coach who's looking for an opportunity. He'd been with Richmond. They'd won premierships while he was there. I mean, you know,
I mean,
54
but
within
in
games.
2 years.
54
But in that
games.
meantime, like you're injecting players into that
Yeah,
side.
of course,
We
of
could
course.
say
But
whatever.
hang on, Rocco, admit it, right? They'd finished 17th 2
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
Now, last year, a lot of people thought, flash in the pan. They won a lot of
Yeah.
close ones. You watch, they'll go back down the ladder this year. Didn't happen.
No. They've done extremely well. But I'm just saying, it's not just like they did inject players into that.
And you know what?
And
But
those
they
McRae-
got what they needed.
Yeah,
those,
100%.
close finishes, and they haven't lost one close finish this year. Not one that I can remember. Can you remember one?
No,
I don't think they
didn't.
have.
No, they lost a couple of
Not
close ones.
close ones.
These close ones. They just know how to.
Not
win
close.
those
Not
ones.
maybe Melbourne.
just know how to
Melbourne,
win.
Melbourne in the King's birthday.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's it, right?
Brisbane
Other
wasn't
than
too
that-
many points, was it? It was a couple of goals.
4 goals. They lost.
goals.
Four
Four
goals.
goals.
Yeah.
All right.
But what I'm trying to say is that they've been practicing that since November.
Yeah.
They know
So
how to
it's,
win.
it's not by fluke.
They
It's
know
by
how to win.
practice.
I
They
did.
know how to win.
Culturally, they've changed the whole culture of that football club.
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
I think that's what we're doing as well. You
I
can
think
see
so.
it. Well, towards the back end
Yeah.
of the season.
Ross was
it's-
right. You've got to expose yourself to these moments to be better at them. But you've got to win in those moments.
Correct.
That's
Yeah,
the thing.
100%.
Did you see what Craig McRae and Justin Leppich did on Sunday? they went to the reunion of the Brisbane Lions 20th anniversary
go.
Oh,
of their 2002, 2003 back-to-back.
So they
they
should
were
have-
Or
part
trip,
of
no, it was three.
Yeah,
Right.
three-peat.
Back to back to back.
Yeah.
201, 2 and 3.
Yeah, a bit- a little
And they
bit
actually
awkward,
went to
but-
that.
Is it?
Well, if you're
Well,
if
Well,
you
you're
each other.
remembering the times of
no, but I'm
yes,
saying if
you gotta
you're
give
the
him credit for
premiership
that.
coach of the team that you just bet, right, and then you got to
Bet,
go to
no.
the union,
beat.
beat, sorry, and then you got to go.
But that
to
was
the,
a
That's why
reunion.
they
But
hate
that was a
on.
reunion of that team. They did the right thing.
yeah, I know, but then like Brisbane are still mourning the loss, whatever you say.
Oh, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
but that's players
That's-
that played from 20 years ago.
Yeah,
Nah, you let it go. You do.
I think it'll slightly be there. Come on, man. Come on, mate.
There would be because they're competitive.
What are you joking? You should say at a club, even if you have the reunion, it's not like you lost like during the year.
I think
You
it was a-
lost the grand final.
I actually think it was a strange time to be doing. a
Yeah, that's what I
reunion.
mean. Like you lost at
They
whatever
probably
you
should
say.
have done it a month earlier. Or
You
something.
lost the grand final.
Or maybe a month
You've lost the
later.
grand
month
final,
later.
and then the coach that beat you is there like,
But they didn't set the date. They just did the right thing and attended.
I understand. I didn't say that either. All I'm saying is it'll be a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
would have to be.
After having just
It would have
beaten
to be.
Brisbane in the grand
It would
final.
have
yeah.
to be.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
I've got one thing to say.
What?
As Chaz Palmentieri said on the Bronx Tale, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Anyway, yeah.
All right, listen.
We're here to talk Blues.
No.
We don't want to talk Magpies anymore, do we?
No, we're done with the Magpies, and what we're going to do is we're going to what do we do? I'm just looking at time because we're time restrained here because we've got guests coming through.
Who's that in the comments there? Is that Ali?
Where
Al-R?
LR. The reunion is
ALR.
separate.
I'm glad you can
Different
see that.
eras.
It's a
Sorry, yes.
blur to me.
Yeah,
I can't see
different
it.
Yeah,
eras.
different
Yeah.
errors. Yep,
Yeah.
fair point.
Errors,
Thank you,
so-
LR. ALR.
Yeah, cool. All right, you
stuff.
know what we're going to do?
What are we going to do?
Forget about the Collingwood shit.
Okay.
Yep.
All right? No matter that they are. They're still, the turds still run through Johnson Street. I don't care how many
They
premierships
run- the
they got.
sewer runs from Carlton
Straight
through
to-
down to Collingwood in Johnston Street.
I reckon it's time to liven up the place.
All right, let's liven it up.
And we're going to finish off this segment with...
Ma di che cazzo stai a parlare? Ma di che cazzo stai a parlare a te? Che bello! Ma che cazzo sta a fare? Ma che cazzo sei? Ma che cazzo? Ma che cazzo ne so?
1, 2, 3.
Ma che cazzo!
You nearly missed
I
that.
missed it. I was looking what I got to do here. I got to look at because I had to change things around. But
Joey's in the comments. Dos Habibi. Hey, listen!
I listen.
I listen.
We're listening.
Now listen. That game was a game of inches.
Yes.
It was a game of inches, wasn't it?
Yes, it was a game.
Could have
of
gone
inches.
either way, you know.
Correct, yes, yes.
So this first one I call it's and what we're doing is we're going to show a few segments of market cuts. We're going to bring back some of the favourites that
Yep.
we had during the year. So this is the first one. I call this one Every Inch Counts.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
Look at the team, mate. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Fucking hell. What do you got Bondi Sands on?
That's alright, we'll grab from the other sounds. Guys, listen to Beckley. Anyway.
Now, I think you're definitely dealing in inch, not inches.
Is there a sock
Well, it is called Every Inch Counts.
Counts, correct.
So that's one of the ads, Inch Bikinis. That was behind.
No
the
doubt
scenes.
you would have had one offer after another after that little
Heaps, mate.
commercial.
Yeah,
You've
man.
seen my
Where
other
was-
stuff, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
Where was that recorded? In your backyard?
That was at the owner's
The owner's
House?
backyard.
house.
Oh, really?
Who owns the bikini line?
Oh, okay.
And they were in Bourne or something. The house was like
Did you
a
steal
lot
a few
of money.
things on the way through? Or?
I tried. I took those shorts home.
Still got him. He's wearing them right now. Underneath.
All right, let's. All right. This one was one of our favourites. Let's call this one.
Oh, God.
I lick it.
What is that called? What did you call that? What is that called?
Keep your eye on the ball.
Balls. Plural.
What I've done here, we during the year we had a few jokes. So this was one of our favourite jokes. This is from a comedian called Jeffro.
Yes.
Oh, this is.
Let's have a look.
Let's have a listen.
He was on watching the football and he was throwing up peanuts. And he catches him, like he's bloody good. And he threw one up, and his wife said, Denzel, he had a warrant right in his pissing here. A bloody peanut. Well, his missus tried to dig it out with a knitting needle. He said, I can't get the back. She said, well, look, the daughter's in next door in the front room with that boy. He wanted to be a doctor. Perhaps he could help. Well, when he went in, he's about to give it. Dirty bastard. She said, look, Denzel, I've had a peanut gone in his ear. Could you help? He said, well, I can. He come out and he said, he stuck 2 fingers up Denzel's nose and hit him right in the back of the head, and this peanut slide right out. When he's gone, his wife said, what a clever boy. I think he's a clever. I wonder what he'll be when he grows up. He said, by the smell of his fingers, our son-in-law.
That's fucked. I knew that was coming and I still laughed.
Oh,
Far out.
that is a classic.
That's quality. Gokhan said in reference to your bikini ad, what a rig. The Italian Andrew Tate without the baggage.
The Sicilian Andrew Tate.
100%, man. 100%. Yeah, the Andrew Tate, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
That was a classic. So we're going to have a few makikatsus?
Well, we've had them.
Yeah.
You only get 3, relax.
Oh, we only get 3.
You get 3.
That's my favourite segment.
Yeah, well, there's a few more coming.
Okay.
All right, but we're going to finish off this part of it with one of our favourites. Hey, let's have a look at this.
Abbiamo tostato un poco di panuzzole casa e la mamma di passa. Adesso ci mettiamo un minuto, un movite.
Yeah.
Ora ci mettiamo l'olio di olivia. La conoscita olivia? Ecco con
Bit of olive oil?
di olio di olivia. Poi ci mettiamo l'upo marrone, dello pomodoro, l'insalata
Yes.
e la
bit of
mamma di
tomato.
passa. Poi ci mettiamo una bicchiera di sale marino. Sale marino! Chilo di me cuscino, sale marino come internazionale. E per concorrere in bellezza ci mettiamo una bicchiera di origano, facciamo italiano, origano in siciliano, origano in italiano. Neve. Eccolo qua ragazzi, tagliate che
There's a
bellezza.
beautiful bruschetta.
Mate, how good.
1, 2, 3 alle 126.
3.
Un panuzzo di casa a me. Come?
You ever seen someone so happy
Oh,
to
for
have
food.
bread with tomato, salt, and
Yeah.
oregano?
How good's it look, bro?
Beautiful.
La croccantezza, la squisitezza, la semplicità. Buona serata a tutte quante voi. Panuzzo di casa e la mamma di masa. Ciao.
Ciao, bello.
Ah,
How good's that?
Notice how it's oregano.
oregano.
But
Pomodoro.
he held the Skippy say
Oregano.
oregano.
Yeah, and they pay $20 for it now.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Melbourne supporter.
Oh, yeah, they
Oregano.
would have paid a lot
She'd
for
pay
them.
$35 down.
We used to
somewhere
have
the
like
east.
in the garage, mate, those bundles of
Oregano.
oregano all over, man, just
Yeah.
hanging.
Drying them out.
Best.
They're drying them out, yeah.
All right.
All
Comment
right.
section's going off too. Sandra McDonald's there. It's all happening. which
Hello,
is great.
Sandra.
What do they got to
Fantastic.
say? Anything interesting there?
Sandra McDonald. I,
I feel like a pancake now.
Pancake.
Sammy D. Simple food.
Yeah, simple
the best.
food is
It
the
is.
It's
best.
always the best.
Less
Peasant
is
food.
more.
Peasant
Correct.
food, man.
It is.
Just
It
like
is.
hair, less is more.
Yeah, no, that's it. All right, all right.
All right, I think we're
Beautiful.
sick of Vince now.
No,
Sick
we're
of it?
done.
Gonna make
Yeah,
exit
yeah,
stage
We're
left?
done. We're done. Yeah, we're done.
Well,
How quick did that go?
that was very quick.
Oh.
Hopefully it wasn't long for everyone else.
No, I think we're
But great to see you, boys.
Thank you for
Great,
everything.
well done.
I'm sure
Thank
we'll
you
see
for-
you.
No, thank you.
We'll see you
Very
at the
short.
end of
I
the
did
show.
bring a little something for you
No,
to
well, at the end of the
indulge
show,
in
it's
later.
Going in the blue room now.
Yeah, he's going
Blue
in
room or green room?
We've actually
Whatever.
no, it's a
Blue
green
room.
room.
It's
No,
a
it's a
blue room.
green room.
No, it's
Blue
a green
room's
room, but it's a
makeup.
blue room.
It's
Carlton.
Carlton.
Oh, yeah, all right, yeah.
Fucking hell, man. What's wrong with you?
Come on,
trying
what's
to
the
be
matter with you? All right.
We have got a
A
blue
big
room
thank you,
there.
and a big thank you to Vince for
No
all
worries.
the interviews.
Wait,
as well, all the
before you
photos.
go,
Hang on.
What?
before you go,
What?
but we'll see you at the end of the show too.
Yeah.
But thanks for big Vingens.
It's a pleasure.
It's
Everyone give Vince a thanks in the
yeah,
chat.
big
mate.
thanks.
He's
Thank you,
been
everyone.
Being the
a big
one
part
man
of
with
show,
the
so
interviews. He's an integral part of the show.
Oh,
Give us
you
that
want me to
microphone.
take,
Make sure you swap.
Thank you.
Oh yeah,
That's
we
all
can
right.
hold that.
We'll do the readjustments. Yes, thank you very much.
All
Got
right.
a big spot in
Thank
the
you.
middle of the couch. We're about to do a changeover. Let's hit the segment now, shall we? Let's go for it.
No, turn around. So the Blues. That's it. That's it.
There we go.
How smooth was that?
What a transition.
Want to know what happened?
Better transition than the Collingwood.
No one saw that coming, mate. No one.
See,
Cameron.
Gentlemen.
How are you?
All right, let's introduce him.
Yes, this is Adrian Deha, the producer, creator, host of The Weekend Grill.
The Weekend Grill.
Thanks,
The
guys.
Weekend
Thanks for
Grill.
having me.
How are you, mate?
Appreciate it. How are
We
we?
get
Thank
to
you.
sit on the couch.
Thank you very
Massive,
much.
massive Carlton supporter.
Huge.
Does the Weekend Grill on a
Tuesday.
weekly, every
Used to
Tuesday.
be Tuesday. Yeah, it used to be Wednesday. Now it's every Tuesday.
Is
Do it
it?
with a Collingwood supporter.
You don't wanna
used
do
to
it.
be. Used to be the great man.
It doesn't come out like 7 because you've got no chance.
No, we got none. We're very We're very tactical about it.
You
He's
got
in the
no-
comments, Paul
no
Italiano.
Mate, I've been watching him. I'll tell you what,
He's running
mate.
his mouth.
I seen that video you played of the dog getting his plums played with.
Yeah, I was excited to
Mate,
get.
Cleo was.
Cleo's
That's going downtown on this shit. Funniest thing I've ever seen.
Cleo
I've never
first
seen it.
up.
I've got a video. I've got
Paul
it.
Cleo.
That's the funniest thing I've ever seen. But nah, thanks for having me.
See,
Appreciate it.
everyone gets slated. Everyone gets slated, man.
I wasn't sure what we could say on the show.
Before we go on,
I'm a bit worried.
What's
You
your-
and Cleo
what's-
by yourself
what's-
over there getting excited over
No,
something.
I've never
I
seen
love
it in my
this.
life.
She perked up. What's your Carlton story?
Yes.
How you started following them?
Yep.
What your association is with them? Let the audience know.
Yeah.
So people, let the chat know because it's
Sure.
going to be up and about.
Okay, so growing up, 1999, first memory, first family holiday in the Gold Coast. New Year's Eve, Millennium Game.
Ah.
Yep,
there you
up
go.
there with a
The
few.
family go, you
Yeah, up there with a few Collingwood supporters that are relatives of the family. Mum's majority of mum's side, first cousins of a lot of first cousins of mine. They're all Collingwood supporters, and we're up there. And Fev's dominated, kicked all these goals, but I was persuaded to go for Collingwood. So up until up until about 5 years old, I was basically a Pies fan. So
Wow.
don't disown me, don't neck me here.
Even a
but-
little bit of Collingwood.
But
isn't good.
after that, my dad basically pulled me aside and he goes, in short terms, if you love your bed and you love a roof over your head, he goes, I think you know what you have to do, type of thing, and fearing for my
Good
life.
Dad, good dad.
Yeah, so blues all the way through now. So have been the majority of my life.
And
Yeah.
since then, it's probably been a little bit of pain for you for the whole.
That's
the
for
last
all of
20
us.
years.
Yeah, I mean, like we've grown up with Paul and going to school with him, and everyone I associate, the majority of people I associate with are all Carlton fans.
Yeah.
The only bloke that's not a Carlton fan is the fucking idiot in the comments that I've been watching.
Told you the
Paul Italiano.
Paul Italiano, the Lebanese
Yeah,
assassin.
so I sort of feel out there in your room. I felt like I was Henry Hill. We've got the Italian mafia. I'm the outsider. I'm the outsider here. So, yeah.
Henry Hill.
The good fellas.
I like this comment. Dos Habibi, more monograms in the room than a Louis Vuitton.
Oh, mate.
Look at how many other
I'll tell you what,
Right
that,
everywhere.
you know, must
Four.
admit, that is one thing I love
One.
going to Carlton games is it's honestly a Middle Eastern and a European game.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one thing I have noticed.
Guerrilla
Like the amount of
warfare is
designer
great.
brands
Oh,
and everything.
mate.
I love it, bud.
The
I
seat
love
belts.
it.
Everyone
Yeah.
got a
It is
seat belt on.
a good family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we jumped ahead on everything there.
Did we?
I reckon we
Jumped
did.
ahead on
I
what?
don't know why we jumped ahead today.
Well, what did we have before? Did we have something
Did you just
before?
play AFL?
No, the
No,
Wild
Wild
World of Carlton.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Then we didn't jump
Come on,
ahead.
man.
Mate, you're the one who was getting shit scared about, God, I got to be clicking this. He's on. Mate, you missed Make Katsu. You stuffed up the intro, and now you're going
You're
ahead.
like Lockie Neal.
Come on,
missing. You're going missing, mate.
Come on,
I've got
mate.
missing.
You're going missing.
But we're still going to push forward, and we will win at the end of the day, mate.
We will.
We're
We
going.
will.
All right, what we're going to do is play part 2
Yep.
of the Snitz game.
bang.
Oh, here we
All
go.
right, here we
Okay.
go.
All right, let's go. Look at the first
All right.
I
one.
did have a precursor in there.
Yeah, okay.
Garden,
The Garden
of
of
Eden.
Eden. Who's
So
your
this
paradise
for the
at
year.
Carlton? Who's your Garden of Eden footballer at the Carlton Football Club?
Nick Newman.
Oh,
Okay,
he's
yeah, I
got
like
Nick.
that. Nick
Yeah.
Newman, all
He
right.
can pick anyone because he didn't know about.
Yeah, no. We could
Oh,
pick anyone
yeah.
because it's multiple guests.
But
Multiple
do we tell
guests.
him he's wrong now
Nah,
or
he's
later?
wrong.
You're wrong.
No, you're wrong. But anyway, that's your choice.
Do you want me to change?
You're
No,
wrong.
well, yeah,
This man's not usually wrong, ever.
no,
But
you're wrong.
I'm going to tell you, you're wrong on this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Well, we
Garden of Eden. Who's
Like the
we-
Garden of Eden is the
Paradise.
ultimate.
Oh, the ultimate.
Think about it. The Garden of Eden.
I don't know.
Are you sure you go for
Who's
Carlton
it-
or
who's it-
Collingwood still?
Crips.
So we're pushing. This is
Yeah.
another
This is
step.
the best.
This is
There's
What have
no
I
right
done?
or there's no right or wrong answers
Isn't
until
that,
we
isn't
tell
that
you
what
there's
I
a
heard?
wrong answer.
Yeah, I was going to say. Look, no.
No, there is no right or wrong.
Nah, this is wrong.
How
you're
far?
right.
How far off am I?
Bad.
You're bad. He's in the forward line.
Oh, not King Charles.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
He's
Okay.
like the Garden of
Is
Eden,
he?
isn't he?
Okay. Yeah, I would have thought someone else, but fair enough. Sorry, Bosman.
Hey, it's your choice. We'll tell you if you're right or wrong.
See, the Garden of
Even though
Eden
there's no
stumps
right or wrong
people.
answers.
It does.
The Garden of Eden stumps people.
Yeah.
You are now with you in Steph Degani's
Yeah, you and
territory.
Steph Degani's
Who did
like.
she say the
Stumps
Garden
people.
of
I
Eden?
don't know.
Hewitt.
George Hewitt?
Yeah, that was even worse.
Oh, come on. Like, that's.
You're-
I've got a couple yards
Hey,
on that.
There's no
I'm
right
just-
or wrong answers.
No, yeah.
Until we tell
All right,
you
let's
you're
have a
wrong.
look at the next one.
Mhm.
Let's see if you get this one.
Spice of life
Spice
gives you a
of
real
life.
kick when they play football. Spice of
right.
life.
Spice of life gives you a bit of.
Bit of chili in their football. Bit of spice in their football.
I reckon like he
Have
would've
to
gone for
be-
Charlie.
It'd have to be Jesse Motley.
Yeah! yes!
That's a good one, see? I like
Love
it.
it.
You're starting to understand now.
Yeah, I reckon.
I'll tell you, there's no right or wrong answers,
No.
but that
But
comes
that
with
one
the
was
national-
right. That was right.
That was right. That was the rightest.
All right,
of
let's
right.
have
How many more we got?
One more.
One more.
Okay. Here we are.
The status quo.
Business as usual, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's business as
Ooh,
usual?
business as usual
Just comes
for
in.
me would be George Hewitt.
I like it.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I
that-
like
Is that pass?
Good
Yeah, I
one.
like that.
Yeah,
I
reckon
like
you
that.
do.
I like
Very
it.
good.
Business as
I like it.
usual.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Very,
I like it.
very
I like
good.
it. I
Good
like it.
start.
I like
He
it.
just gets it done week in,
start.
week out, no?
He does.
All right, very good, very
I
good.
like
So
that.
go down
What
to
do-
Snitz Northland.
Yes.
If you remember,
I do.
25% off.
Wow. Huge.
That's huge.
You can't beat that.
You actually can't. Where you get 25% off
Nowhere.
at a fast, well, it's not really a fast
In
food
modern
chain.
economic
In a
Like
restaurant
times,
yeah.
that's
chain.
pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Mate,
you spend
we'll go
$100,
down.
you
It's a
get it
decent
for
clip.
75.
Yeah.
decent clip.
I'm telling you. You
$100
go,
is a lot of food. Might have to take, me and my brother there.
I was thinking of family, but if
Take your mum and
Mate,
dad.
our food bill's about
And he
$200
goes-
a week, mate.
and he goes, I might have to bring my brother. Like he was thinking, I'm going to go on
Who we got in
my
the
own.
comments? Petra is saying Akers and Newman. I reckon that might have been for the status quo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nicole
Paul
Fraser.
Italiano comes in
saying
and says
Weeders.
Pendlebury.
Hey, look, he's got a Collingwood persuasion, so that makes sense.
I don't know how Paul's still breathing.
He won't be if he keeps it up.
Yeah. Nah, he's
We're
good.
going to have to send the hit squad around.
Why even
The-
here?
nah,
go
the-
go and
Rocco-
watch Swoop Luke or something. Leave us alone, mate. Go and watch
Right,
that rubbish
they
content.
won a premiership, and the first thing they can think about
He's
is
us.
us.
It's us,
the monogram.
correct. Exactly.
Say no, say no
I'm
more.
telling you,
Say
they're more
no
worried
more.
about us than anything.
I
But
did
It's
see
good.
somebody, they did go, it was on somebody's story, they went down to the Carlton Football Club with a
Oh,
Collingwood
I know
scarf.
who that is.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I saw that.
If I saw him,
That's cute.
low key, he would have been run over.
But that just shows how low someone is. Like, is that what you're thinking about? Instead
No,
of
no.
celebrating,
I think the rivalry is now. You guys touched
I
on it
love
bove
it.
with Vince. It's heightened.
No,
it's
I
even
love it.
better.
I love
It's
it.
good. It's all.
I love
I'm,
it.
I'm,
It should be.
I love it.
it should
The
be
whole
like
rivalry.
that.
It's good.
And now that, like,
Except for Essendon.
Essendon are mad.
Never heard of him.
They
Anyway.
are shit house. Bunch of drug addicts.
Justin Akari's in the chat. Oh, God.
What
Big
are
shout
they?
out to Akari.
I'm tracking his location.
Are you watching-
Akari.
Are you watching Marco from Forever Rivals? Yeah, bunch of
I saw
drug
Manny
addicts.
was there. Manny's
Systematically
Is he in
drug the
Manny's
kids.
popped up.
in the chat.
Manny was
Did
there in
Manny
the chat.
pop up?
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out to
He
Manny.
better pop up.
Earlier,
He's,
yeah, he
he's
was
not going to
there.
be on the show next year.
Fucking hell.
Nah, stuff him and his.
Hey, the live chat's active tonight, mate. It's hot.
Plastics.
Getting
I like it. All right, let's talk some business here. What we're going to do is we've got the man here.
Yep.
Right, you love your Blues. You usually do your podcast there. We talk about the Blues. We are going to go through the list
Yep.
Yep.
We
And
come
rank 'em.
prepared. Yep. No,
We're
no.
going to rank the
I'm a
teams.
harsh judge, and people who know me will know that. I'm fair, but I'm
I
harsh.
like it. Let's do it. And everyone out there,
Send through your ratings in the chat as we go through each player, so we
Alright.
can get an idea of what people think.
we're going to
and
start
have a
off with
discussion. So we're going by player number order. We're going to come up with a rating and then 3 words for that player. What, 3?
2, 3, 4
4,
words.
5,
Thereabouts.
5,
thereabouts.
10, a
and then
sentence.
we'll
So we obviously we don't have 6 or 7 hours to do this.
No.
yet.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a shame.
Correct.
So
We
we're
could.
gonna
Well, I was
quickly
about to
go
say, I
through
was,
it.
yeah.
We could. That's what coffee for after the show is. So
Yeah.
the show will be done at about 10:30, but we'll be here till about 2 a.m. discussing list management.
We're going to work out a team to win that like we do every night.
Let's commence.
First cab off the rank.
Number 1.
Jack Silvani, the guest, can go first.
Yeah.
I got him
AB,
at 6.5.
Ooh.
Great role player.
like
Role player.
3 words. Great role player. Perfect.
6.5.
I gave him a 5.5, and my 3 words were versatile, passion, son.
It's a son, yeah. I like it. All right, so just so everyone knows, 5 is a pass mark.
Yep.
Anything under 5.
Yep,
isn't
And
it?
everyone, while we're going through, put in
Put
your
numbers,
ratings
put
as well.
numbers.
Join us.
And you know what you
Join
do?
in the game.
Because there's going to be a tiny little bit of lag with the chat. Put in Jack Silvani and a rating.
Or 1.
Put in 1 with the rating.
Yeah, all right.
Player number or the name with a rating so we can differentiate.
And Lana-
them,
Owens, your one doesn't count, but she's just going to give Jack 10.
okay? right. Okay.
She's just going to give him 10 and that's it.
Marzi.
I gave Jack Silvani a 5.
Yep.
People are going to slay
I
me
thought
for
I was
this.
harsh.
That's all right.
People are going to slay me for what I wrote here. Average footballer.
Well, 5. That's average. Pass mark. Okay. It's your opinion.
I gave him exactly the same thing. I gave him a 5, just pass.
Yep.
Just pass. Could do more.
Could do more.
Yeah.
Is your 3 words? Okay.
Could do more.
All right, let
because
us
he
know in
doesn't
the
kick
chat.
enough goals to me. And that's
Okay.
I know he
Yeah.
played it, but a 5 just pass for the opportunity. Anyway, there you go.
Let us know. JSOS, this is the rating. These are the ratings
A
for
lot of
JSOS.
6s. I've
Yeah.
seen some 7s.
What do we got? We've got
Or 7. Now, whoever
Well,
gave
I
the
can
7.
see the 7 there.
Maz.
Who gave the 7?
Maz.
Maz.
I got a
If you're
6.9,
giving him a
that's far
7, if you're giving him a 7, what's Cribs is like a 15.
Yeah.
It's Charlie.
Charlie's like
Off the
22.
Richter scale.
Enzo saying JSOS 6.5. Bleeds blue always. I
Yeah,
like
of
that
course, of course.
one. Paul Italiano said 2. Worst father son. Oh, that's tongue in cheek,
Nah, come
obviously. Robbie Cook, JSOS 5.5.
A lot of 5s, 6s,
Yeah,
and
5.
7s.
Silvani 7 from Maz. Yeah, 5s and 6s and 7s.
Next.
Brian
With
Ambrose,
Italiano,
6.5.
if you're going to be there and you're going to keep trolling, I'll tell you, you're going to end up losing by the end of the fucking broadcast.
Taylor's not happy. You're all wrong.
Oh, yeah, Taylor's another one. She's just going to give a 10.
Sucked into the looks and the
What
name.
did
You're
Taylor
all
get?
wrong. She said you're all wrong.
Yeah, I know. Well, put what you think,
can you
Taylor.
blokes
Put what
see
you
that?
think, Taylor.
Not bad. Mine's got glasses and still horrible.
All right, so
I can't even
I
see
reckon
the
the average would be around 6.
No, I reckon
Alright,
it's 6.
okay.
5 or
Alright.
6 is about
all
it.
right.
Chat says 6.
Next
2,
one.
Paddy Dow.
Paddy Dow.
I'll give him a 6.
Yep.
He's just a battler.
That's good 3 words. Just a battler.
Just the battler.
Yep. I went 5.5. My 3 words were depth, cover, thanks.
Yeah.
Fair.
Because he played a role in the back half that was pretty important to our run. So
I gave him a 5, just
Yep.
a pass mark.
Yep.
And I probably I haven't written anything, but I'm going to say this. Did well when he came in.
Yes.
Did well when he came in.
yep.
I gave him a 6, and I
Yep.
Over.
and
Yep.
I just wrote determined.
Yeah, he's
Ooh,
the
I
turn.
like it.
Yeah, it's not bad. I like that.
I like
That's
it.
fair. Yeah.
Name in the chat or number and put the rating next to
Yeah.
it. So Paddy Dow, let us know what you think in the chat. We'll read them out. Probably.
Paddy Dow probably
by the
won't
I can
looks
be
of
see
it.
I can see Lou Foligno's name there. He's a great man.
Lou
5.5,
Foligno, 5.5.
He's
5, no room.
Yeah, I think.
big supporter of the Blues.
A lot of
Love it.
5s, a lot of 5.
He is. He
and a
comments
half.
on everything.
You've seen him
Yeah,
at Gold Coast at the airport.
yeah, he
Justin
does.
Akari said Paul Italiano is Paolo from Wish.
The funniest part about that is he's like Paul Italiano. His ego's probably gonna get bruised. No, he's not. He's a great man,
I love it, I love
Italiano.
A lot of 5s, a lot of 6s.
A lot of 5s and
I
6s.
love it.
6.5 from
Thanks,
Zainab.
Paddy.
Singing the Blues, 5.5.
Who's that terrorist? 10 out of 100, so it's a 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10.
There you go.
All right, next
Robbie
one,
Cooks
Jesse
is down
Motlop,
too. Jesse
number
Motlop.
3.
Spice of
AD,
life.
I've
you'll
given
go,
him
son.
7.5. Glimpse of the
Wow.
future. He gave us a good
You
vision.
said
of-
you're a hard man. Remember, you were just like throwing numbers out like there's no tomorrow.
What do you mean?
7.5 for Jesse.
Mate, Jesse was eating a Subway roll against Port Adelaide and then got thrown in the deep end
I'm
half
just
an hour
interested
before
to
the
see
game.
what Charlie and they get now.
Oh, you'll see, yeah. 7.5, I thought.
All right.
I had 6.
There's no wrong answers.
I know. Not Garden of Eden.
With the asterisks. I had him rated as 6. I said finisher, scope, X factor.
I gave him a 6.
Yep.
And I said not the finished article.
Yes, well,
Like
you're-
it.
I gave him a 5 just to pass.
Okay. Fair enough.
Really?
Well, I don't think like he was there.
So you're putting him on the Silvani scale?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck.
I thought he was one length better than J size.
Mate,
Easily.
he
Maybe
won't know.
5.5.
So
Like-
I'm just going to put it to you in this way: Melbourne versus Carlton in that game, that final. You're telling me that Silvani would have impacted the game that Jesse Motlop.
Well, I don't
I'm
know.
basing that off one game.
I
but
don't-
I'm
Let's,
saying-
let's justify the 5. That's what
Yeah.
we'll say. Justify the 5.
But
What's
he
your
just
argument?
didn't do
for the 5?
enough, man.
Okay,
Like
fair
seriously,
enough.
during the year, he was in and out, right?
Yeah, he was dropped.
He didn't.
Yeah,
What
he
did he
didn't.
drop? 20 odd
His
goals.
back half of the season was
24
good.
goals.
Yeah.
Well, he played like 16 games or something.
When
I
we
just
needed
think
him,
he
was
would
good.
go missing. Look, there's a lot of the reason I give these people 5s and that because you got to think of, like I was saying. I'm interested to see what you're going to give the higher players.
Yeah.
So if a higher player gets 8 and you're going to give him like a 6, he's only like that far down from like a Cripps or someone else like that. Like I don't know, man. He's got a lot of work to do.
Well,
he does well at times.
I thought he could probably scope his base his game off kind of a Bobby Hill.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes, but
I
he's
thought he
got-
gave us a glimpse as to what we
Yeah,
can
the
expect.
future.
I thought his final series.
Well, there's
particularly
his
the first
glimpse.
two,
I don't
was
think we've had
There's
a fucking
his
small
glimpse.
forward like that
5.
since Jevy.
There's his glimpse 5. He's got his base. Now move, Nate, and get some better.
right,
No, look, he was all right.
fair
Well,
enough.
he passed.
It's all right.
He passed.
Yep.
Just.
Next one.
What are we going to have?
Lockie
What's gonna
O'Brien.
happen here?
Well,
Oh,
he
what's
did.
in this chat actually? What
Ah, yeah,
Motlop
Motlop.
7, 5, 6.5, 7s.
A lot of
Oh, there's
sixes,
sevens there. Like,
Yeah,
you
there's a
know.
couple of 7s. Yep.
That's
Yep.
all right. I don't care what they think.
Yep. Thomas McCallie saying 6.5.
No, fair enough. But this is what this is good. Everyone's
Steph.
got their opinion
Healthy
about
debate.
it.
Healthy
There
debate.
is no wrong answers.
It's the new. Hey,
Hey,
listen.
listen.
That's a good one. I like it.
Hey, listen. Lockie O'Brien, number 4. Now I know he's delisted now, but he did play a few games, so we have to rate him.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've given him a
No, he played
2.
more than one, didn't he?
2 or
No,
3,
it
I
wouldn't
think.
be more than that.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it was,
After round 4, he was.
He might,
cut.
yeah.
I think it was one.
I've given him a 2 and just said he's not for us.
Yeah,
I
okay.
said 1.
Yep.
Disappointing, regressed, delisted.
Yeah,
I just gave him a 1 and said not cited.
yeah. I just
Accurate. Like,
I just gave him a 1 and
What's the saying on the forward line? Prefer
Others.
others.
I gave him a 1 and just wrote thanks for coming.
Watch the market.
yeah, market watch.
Unfortunately, like it's a strange. It's strange. Lockie came in, played a lot of games the first year. Then Dow played a lot of games. He couldn't get a game, and then he plays a lot of games. Dow can't get a game, and then it swapped again.
How the fuck did you give him a 3.5 and a 3.7?
mate,
played
there's
one
no
game.
wrong or right answer.
No, there
I
isn't.
like what
Come
LR.
on.
Look what LR gave him. 0.5.
That's base.
I just
0.5.
gave him a 1 for getting on the park.
That's what I gave him a 1 because he got on the park, right?
fair
All
enough.
right, the next one. Oh, this is Bella ragazza. This one here, mate. Number 5, Adam Chera.
Adam
This is,
Chera.
your
Calabrian.
Your paisan.
Yeah,
Paisano.
Paisano.
I've given him 8.5. Outstanding. I could have used 3 words. I used 1. He was just simply outstanding.
Love it. I gave him the exact same. 8.5. And my 3 words are brilliant, example. And the last word I wanted to use, because I think it's an undersold facet of his game, tough.
Yeah.
Tackles hard, hits hard.
I gave him a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
Like it.
And I just
Yep.
wrote grown into the Carlton mould.
Nice.
I gave him an 8.
Yep.
Yeah, Yeah, just gave him an 8. Again, I didn't write anything, but I would just say outstanding year and also surprised.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
the year
yeah,
before, we were kind of going, come on, you
Good,
could
but
do
not-
better than that.
Yeah.
Like, but he really,
agree with
like,
that.
he stepped
Still
into the
very
role.
young.
And I'm also surprised how tough he is. You
Yes,
use the word.
Yes.
He's tougher than what people think, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, yeah.
What do we
That
say?
passage of play in
A lot
that
of
semi
eights,
final.
8.5.
Eight.
He just wanted the ball a lot
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
There's a little small passage at the last
And
quarter.
he has also got that class about him,
Well,
too.
he's a
Does.
classy player,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
think he's shown that he's a
He's
tougher
tough
player
also,
now.
yeah.
He'd have to
Tackles
be
a lot.
one of our best ball users by far.
Mate, he was
Top five.
He'd
great.
have to be in our top three.
So he's one of our best
Look,
players.
he
to
just
be honest.
finished off a little bit slow at the end
Yeah.
of the year.
Yeah.
But up to that point, he was
It was great.
He was leading
Until he got
all
injured.
out.
How good was he in that first
Huh?
2.5 quarters against Collingwood?
Oh,
Oh my
Until
god!
the game he got injured.
Oh,
And
we
we
gave
still
him
gave
a vote.
we gave him
Yeah,
both.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, he
I
was
think I gave him best on
incredible, mate.
ground.
Yeah, you gave him 5. Yeah,
And
you're
he's
right.
only mate. We've got another 10 years of this
No,
guy.
he's great. Number 7, Matt Kennedy.
McKenny, I gave him a 6. Interrupted season. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
I,
I don't have anything.
I gave him a 5. I said solid truck, peak.
Mm.
I don't think he's got much improvement to come. I think he's at that level now, and we're not going to see much more, which is still okay.
I
like him.
I gave him a 5.
Yep.
And I wrote, couldn't find another gear.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. I like that. Yeah.
So you think his ceilings?
Yeah.
He's
He's
reached his
Matt-
ceiling.
You know what you're going to get from Matt Kennedy. He can't do the extraordinary, but you know you're going to get maybe a 6 or a 7
think-
every week.
It's good enough
Yeah.
when we need him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he's to come in for 2 or 3 games,
So what if he was to add a couple more strings to his bow?
it's very tough.
Well,
What
he's
is he,
not.
25,
That
26?
forward
Older,
that
mate,
forward craft that he
27.
played
He's
that he
slow,
showed.
you know, like...
No.
It's just not his game.
No.
Not to say he can't work on it.
Well, he can. What, as a high half forward?
Something like that. Yeah.
Tough gig to come in a semi-final against Melbourne and play a lockdown
All
forward
I'm
role.
gonna
We
say
have
is
played it.
there's-
Coming off an MCL.
Yeah, there's others that are better.
Fair enough.
I want him on the list. I want him there.
No,
I want him on
I
the
don't-
list.
I'll-
We
yeah,
need him on the
correct.
list.
Yeah.
Yours?
6.
Yep.
And if I have to say some words about him, what can I say about Matt Kennedy? Just, I don't know where he's at.
Don't know where he's at. Okay.
Because I just, like, he plays well and then he you know, like he
Yeah.
gets injured, but then he
Yeah.
comes back and he goes missing, and where do we play
He's
him?
on the precipice
He's
of
there,
that
you know.
25 to 26th player.
I'd have him
Yeah.
a bit lower, to be honest.
Yeah, it could be.
You'd have others ahead of him.
So his role
Yeah.
is to play that inside
But then at
mid
times
role.
he looks brilliant.
See, now I feel like it's going to be harsh.
It's going head to head with
This is
Stewart.
harsh.
Yes.
Yeah, but I feel like he's maybe a classier Ed Kerno.
But
Yes.
yeah, okay.
So
Yeah,
maybe consistency is probably what he needs
Yeah.
to work on.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's
He
it.
give you that.
Hey, you
and
know
maybe
what?
he gets
That's
you.
actually good.
Hey,
I like
don't
that.
forget too, if you go back and look, before he got injured,
Correct. He was
he was
good
playing
football.
pretty good footy.
I know.
Good football. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
But that's the problem.
Yeah, yeah.
You get someone like Sam Walsh, for example. He plays brilliant football. He gets injured, comes back like he hasn't missed a beat. These guys come back and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, they've just disappeared.
yeah, of
and
course.
there's the
Fair
difference
point.
between your good and your bad player.
Fair point.
But anyway,
Fair enough.
number 8, Lockie
This will be interesting.
Fogarty.
Fogarty.
I'm giving him a 6.
Yep.
Handy component.
I like that.
It's a good
Handy
one. Handy
component. That's
Yeah.
very good. Very good. I like that. I gave him a 7. My 3 words were pressure, turnaround, undervalued.
A firm.
That's what I had.
The last 2.
I agree.
Yep.
Spot on.
Turnaround, undervalued.
I gave him a 6 out of 10, and
Yep.
I just said Jack Russell.
Yeah.
The dog.
Yeah, he just chases and chases.
He's a fighter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he's a like you know, not I'm not saying around a nice way, but like you know the small dogs,
No.
like they just
They just
Yeah,
keep going
yeah,
at you.
yeah.
he just wants to get the ball.
Yeah.
Even though
He's
if
a
there's
fighter.
if there's a bigger dog in front of him, he'll still chase it.
What
Doesn't
do they
matter.
say? It's not about the size.
He's got blinkers on. He just
Size of the dog or whatever it is.
It's not about the size
bark
of the
or-
dog in the fight.
Cliches.
It's the size of the fight and the
Dog.
dog.
correct.
Yeah.
So I gave him a
Rob-
6.
Yeah.
I gave him a 6 too.
6. Yeah.
And it's just pressure tackle. That's all I wrote, and that's pretty much what he gives you. Pressure tackle. Pressure
You
tackle.
don't have to
But
be
that- we
a
know
$1
what he
million
is.
player,
No, that's
mate.
it.
And you know if
What
he's
did you say? What were your 2 words?
Handy component.
Yeah,
Thank
Andy
you.
Cabot. No, you need him. Yeah, pressure tackle. That's
Thank
why
you.
we got him in there. We need someone with that pressure tackle kind of in that forward line, and,
Yep.
and he gives you that. And he can go into the middle every once in a while. Here we go, the Capitan on number 9,
I mean-
Patrick Cripps.
Look, I was one of the most critical of him earlier in the year. and he turned his season around. And I have him landed on 7.5.
Yep.
I thought
Nice.
I thought his leadership towards the end of the season was super.
Yep.
And to be honest, he was trending towards closer to a 6.5, 7, but by his lofty standards. But I thought 7.5 was a fair number,
no, that's fair.
and his leadership was evident.
Yep.
Towards the end of the year.
Yep. I had him rated pretty highly. 8.5. I gave him.
RL.
I said leader, selfless.
You got him, Matt.
Leader, selfless, warrior. The word selfless comes up for me this year because I think he just
Pulled it back. Pulled
pulled it back, but he's you can just see
After round 40.
whether or not he consciously did it or not. You can see he's got a lot more trust in everyone else to say, I don't need to have 35 and kick 3 goals every week now. I know I've got guys under me that can ascertain a different role and help me out now.
Yeah.
And he's handed the reins over to midfielders and said, okay, if I'm not doing something, these guys can help me out and do it.
Yeah.
I gave him an 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I said provider and facilitator.
And that's what I want to see from him. Yep.
I gave him a 7.
Yep.
And I just, the words I will use for him would be, he's turned into a good captain now.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like that.
Like he's into
The
a good
selflessness.
captain, selflessness.
What do they
So
say?
what he's done is
Carl's is in the chat. Hello, Carl's.
he's kind of
He said
backed
8.
off a bit and given that responsibility to other
Yeah,
people, and the team's better for it, but it might have affected his game a little bit.
Yeah.
But
He's not
it's
trying
good.
to be a
No,
That,
it's
that,
good.
hero
that
every
42 touches against GWS
That's
type
fine.
Patrick Cripps.
Yeah.
I don't want. I
We
mean,
don't want
I'm
that.
not
But that's the
against it,
hero.
but it's
That's
not.
the hero.
It's not the Cripps. I think that's going to benefit.
But
us.
as far as the captain's role, I'd almost give him a 10.
I thought his,
that's
I
why
thought
my
his
rating-
leadership. Yeah.
Yeah,
clicked
because
up.
the captain's role, he did really I think we all kind of judged him.
I did.
Harshly at
I
the
was.
start of
I'm
the year.
one of his
His
harshest critics.
You know, I was saying maybe he shouldn't even be captain. Like just take it off him and give it to
Yeah.
someone else and let him play. But he actually,
A lot of 8s.
Got
A lot
some
of 8s.
comments
A lot of
here.
8.
Yeah, no.
Toby Crook has given Cripps a 9. Carl's has given Cripps an 8. Justin Akari said 8.5.
So along the same leadership.
Yep.
I
For
thought
the
to
leadership,
me, his
though.
leadership was what bumped him up. I would have had him same
Yeah.
as you, but I thought his leadership was
to
particularly
me,
the second
like
half
if
of
you
the
give
year.
someone a 9,
Johnny Holden
that's
gives Cripps an
almost
Johnny
he's at the
Holden
ultimate
was like-
year. You almost can't
Well,
get any
he's
better.
probably helped a lot of those
No, he did,
lesser
he did.
like players.
I like-
the Dows and all those.
What did
even
Rad say?
maybe a Fogarty.
Yeah, you got to sometimes take a backward step to it'll help your team. No, as far as captaincy, he's
He
done
knows
good.
he's good at the game of football.
he's
he
done
knows
good.
he's good.
I'm
But
happy
there's
he's
another area
happy
and he's
he's our
improved
captain.
in it, and he can go again.
Yeah, no, I'm happy he's our captain.
So,
That
yeah.
is good. All right, number 10.
Big H.
Yep,
Mackay.
this is going to be interesting. Harry
Kraken.
Mackay.
I
This is going to be very interesting.
I've given him a 6.5.
Okay.
Yep. I think he needs to bounce back. I wrote needs to bounce back.
I like it. I gave him a 5.
Yep.
Pass
Oh.
mark. Gave him a 5. Pretty
Yeah.
harsh on him because, mate,
Yeah.
a lot of those, you got to kick the goals, those set shots, mate.
Thank you.
Hey, you got to kick him. He's my favourite player. I love him. You got to kick
Not
him.
as much as Damien the Lancaster
Lancaster.
Bomber.
Oh,
Bomber.
Lancaster. No. Lancaster Bomber, Damien Lancaster.
It's number one.
That's his-
Press the president of the fan club.
Mate, he is the president of
The
the
Harry
Harry
Mackay
Mackay
We
fan
love
club.
Harry.
Yeah, absolutely.
We love Harry.
My 3 words were this: important, because that's what he is to our team. Routine,
Yeah, needs to get better.
and there's one more thing that he needs from all of us: support.
Yeah, that's
I'd
true.
say love, but yeah.
When he goes for the snap, don't go, oh,
Back him
God. Oh.
Back him in.
Let the man do what he has to do.
I gave him a 7 out of 10. Now I'm gonna go a bit left
Sparks flying.
here, a bit left to
Round
you
the side of
guys,
the valley they go.
because the number one, the focal point was
The goals.
Charlie.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Charlie. Yeah.
I understand you're in that team to kick goals,
Yeah.
Harry, but he became a key pillar with hard
Of
work.
course.
So that's where I thought we could benefit off him, and Charlie struggled without him
Yeah,
in some games, not in all games.
I know what you mean.
But when we came up against the bigger teams, I just thought that Charlie, when you're playing against even Lever and May, and you got Harris Andrews and all that, and they're playing.
When you've got some big defenders.
I've got not an argument with that. Just it's like in finals, those 2 finals, the
No,
second,
but even in
second
the
part
year-
of the Sydney game and the semi final against the RDs, like they're not going to give you goals. Like, I mean, even with or without him, he played with him against Brisbane, and Charlie struggled. Like,
Oh, we're talking about Harry now.
yeah.
That's
Yes,
all
I
right.
know.
I get what you're saying. No,
Sorry, I know.
No.
I think
No,
he needs
so
to
you
go.
have a
I
fair
think he
argument.
needs to go back the other way now and just focus on goal kicking.
Yeah.
To be honest,
And I think that's his big thing. I gave him.
what did he kick for the year? Like 24, 28
Just under
goals.
30 goals.
28, and he kicked a lot of behinds.
I gave him a 6. I think just over a pass mark.
Yep.
And he does a lot of work up the ground and that. Again, I would put my 3 or 4 words would be he's got to get his head right. Like he's
That's it,
got to
mate.
get it right.
Routine
like there's
and
something
support.
going on with him with the goal kicking. And imagine he kicks straight.
Oh, yeah.
You give him a 9 now, you know. So there's something there that he's just got to get right. And there's been players over the years that have gone through that. I remember, I remember for other teams like
Someone
Sav
over there,
Rocker
is that
had that problem.
A couple of ratings.
Harry 7. There's a lot of 6s, 7s.
7.
Someone's
about
commented
the
the
same.
amount of goals.
27.
The 27 that he
27.
kicked.
So it's not bad,
Someone
but
said
and
height
he got
too.
injured.
Yeah.
But his heart, the
Oh, it's
way
there.
he
You
played,
can't
mate,
question
I
it.
think
You can't
his past
question it.
2 years, like I'm not blaming injury or whatever, but it's come at a vital season of the
Point
stage of the season.
Yeah.
And every time he's got injured towards the back
Yeah,
end of the
yeah, yeah.
season, it kind of fucks
Yeah,
up.
and the other one was like he got knocked out. Like, look,
Yeah.
to me, over the pre-season now, he would have to, like I'm telling you, do something to get your head right about this goal kicking.
He's
It's
the
an
one
im-
who can change it.
It's
He's
an
the only one.
it's the most important part of his game. He needs to get it right. There is something going on every time he lines up. Let's fix that up. All right, Mitch McGavin.
Mitch
McGavin, gave him a 7, important structure.
Love it. I had pretty much the same comment. I gave him an 8. I said structure, clean, fit.
Needs to stay fit.
All right. I gave him an 8 out of 10,
Ooh.
and I said became reliable.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Fucking you two can run your own show. Me and fucking Rocco will do the proper.
I
rating.
gave
No,
him-
I'm joking.
I gave him a 6.
I thought, fuck.
No, that's fair.
Nah, fuck no.
Yeah.
6.
Yes. If I'm giving Patrick...
Protest?
Listen
Protest.
to me. Listen to me. If I'm giving Patrick Cribbs a 7, I'm not going to give Mitch McGovern a 7.
Why?
Because I think it was a good year. It was a good year, and he did what he had to do this year. That's what we got him there to do what he does now. All of a sudden, he's doing it. He's doing a fairly good job, right? But what do you want me to do? You want me to get to his feet and kiss his feet? That's good. You done good. He done a few mistakes. It wasn't like he was flawless
made
this year.
mistakes.
But
He
hey,
made a mistake with the rating. I gave him an A because
I'm
he
hard
became
on him.
reliable,
Fantastic this
but
year.
he was the drive off half back that he
Mate,
provided.
I gave Chera an 8.
Yeah.
And you're giving Mitch McGovern the same score.
Why
Yeah.
not?
I think they
For
both,
their roles,
I
I
think they
assume.
both played their role
Yeah.
to an exemplary standard,
You can have your opinion.
and I do.
It's wrong, but what did
He's
the,
not
what
gonna
did
let
the
it go.
comment say?
Correct weight protest overturned.
Who's written that? That's got to be
Joel
Joey.
S.
We've got a racing.
JS.
JS.
Can everyone see that fly?
Yeah. He's
it's-
alright.
It's alright. Louis the Fly.
That's the
Leaving.
Collingwood.
Enzo
That's
saying
Paul
Gov
Taliano
7
there.
still
The
panics
Fly.
a lot. Does he panic? Gov doesn't panic.
McGovern.
I think he does. I think he's a
reckon
pretty
it's-
cool
Remember
head.
that game where the Geelong game?
There's a couple of
was sitting-
skeptical
Remember
kick-ins.
the Geelong game?
Yeah.
the kick in, and he dropped mark, 2 drop marks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was second game
Really
and third
see.
game.
I
of the
will
season.
say this, though.
But he's become better.
No, since
Way
he's been like injury free and that, like
Yes.
I think it's important for our back
What did
line. and that.
did he have
No-
one
no
injury
doubt.
this year?
Yeah, he was out- he was out towards the
That
end.
was
Was it
it,
2 weeks? Yeah.
I will say one thing about him, right?
Say one thing.
There is
One thing.
when we are playing on the back foot and we're not one thing could be a lot.
Oh
of
yeah,
things.
could be a lot of things.
When we're on the back foot, he's the one that's never scared to take that.
Yeah, no,
risk.
and that's
Spot on.
one thing I've always said
Spot
about
on.
him. He takes it on.
Yeah.
All right, let's get a move on.
All right.
Tom DK
8.
on him.
8. Stood up when needed.
Yeah.
I
well,
like
I gave him an 8.
Yep. I said 7. Building, ruck, shooting star.
I did. I swear I haven't looked at his rating.
He's
no
almost-
one knows, but
He's
I
almost.
gave him a 7,
Hey.
and I said this: next year's Tim English.
Ooh, I like it. Yes,
Fair.
I like it.
I gave him a 6. I can't believe you're
one
giving
now.
the same rating as like a Chera, right? Like I
It's not the same rating though.
I gave Chera a 9.
I gave Chera an 8.5 and I gave TDK a 7. That's 1.5
7.
rating.
Who gave an 8?
I gave a 9.
I gave TDK 8 and Chera was 8.5.
That's what I mean.
No, but hang on. Tom
Chera's
DeConning's
like
role.
almost. He's almost going to win the BNF, and you've given TDK.
Yeah, but you can't
No,
base it like that. His
but
role
the
is to fill
the
that
complexity
game.
of what Tom DeConning's had to deal with is a lot different to what Chera.
to deal
Mate, Chera's got 4 other blokes to help him. TDK's got 1.5, and the half is Pitto.
Anyway, a 6. It's enough for him. A 6. Keep improving.
Okay, is that your 3 words? It's enough for him.
It's enough. It's enough is 6 for him, and he's building nicely. He's building nicely.
7, 6.5, 8, 8. Peter Vlahos said 8.
He's got an average
Zaynab
of
said 7.5.
He's got an average of about 7.5 right now.
All right.
So based on the majority,
Apparently
you're
we
wrong.
can't get any better. All right, good. All right. Mate, you're telling me he's like up an 8, mate.
All right,
he's
come on.
not one of the good
Next.
Manager. All right, I want to see what you give this bloke.
Here we
All
go.
right.
Acres.
8.
All right.
So remember, you gave
Mate.
TDK an 8. I want to see
Blake Acres gets 8.5.
only half a mark more.
Half a mark more because aside from his final series bumped him up.
Correct.
It did bump him up, but he did have a fairly good season. There was that
I had him
middle,
a 7.5 prior to finals and
that
adjusted
middle
to 8.5.
period, but he started really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adjusted the ratings for Tailwind and
I
the
did.
Lions. Yeah.
I did. I'm a big rating.
And another thing, finals,
Yep. He came up big. I'll tell you.
and that's what you should do.
Yeah.
That's what you should do.
Yeah.
Like that's the dominator.
He was almost a 9.
known for his
Whole
final.
season,
I was finding myself to mark him a 9, but I thought 8.5.
That's it. We can't get better winger than that.
Blake Acres 8.5. My 3 words are future 3rd round.
Big hello to the Fremantle Dokers. Fucking idiots.
Would you give him 11?
Oh no.
I gave him a 9 out of 10.
Hey!
Nice.
Right?
Rocco's cool.
Right.
cool
Before I
stumps.
say my 3 words, he made me eat my words.
He
He
did.
did. He
Yep.
did.
He made me eat my words, and that's I got humbled by Blake Acres.
Yeah.
But my 3 words are acres of gold.
Not
Hey.
not acres of.
Merda.
What you
Acres
used
of
to
gold.
call him,
I like
yeah.
it. Well
like
done.
it.
Nice.
Good shit. He humbled me.
I
Good
gave
stuff.
him an 8. 8's a good number, mate.
He's a top 3 winger.
Well, you think about it. A 10, you can't get better.
I know.
So 9 is almost there. 8, he did good. And I just I didn't write anything.
What
but
is he? What would you put him in the ratings of wingers in the
Yeah,
top
top
5?
five.
Easy.
Easy top
Without
5.
a doubt.
Easy.
Not
So
even
you got your
that.
Josh Dacos, Goulden,
Yeah.
maybe still side bottom,
So,
Yeah.
and
Langdon?
And he didn't have-
Langdon and Acres is
Langdon
borderline
was
fighting for
He's
4th
in
and
the
5th.
argument.
One of the better. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
he
he
will be top 3. I'm telling you.
and
Yeah.
one of our reasons why we improved so much.
Yeah.
What are the people saying? Because this is interesting. 7.5, 7.5, 8,
Yeah.
8.5, yeah,
Right.
9.
He did really well, man. 8 and
Yeah.
was there for some important moments.
Huge.
Came up massive. Yeah.
You get judged by that, Rocco. People remember you. People will remember this guy for what he did in those finals.
Yeah,
Bloody oath.
100%. No, look,
Bloody
8,
oath, Abel.
8's a good number, mate.
What's
All
the
right.
chat saying?
Yeah, 8, 8.5, so
Yeah,
a
about
couple
right.
of 9s.
About
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Next one.
Holland.
I've gone 7.5.
Like
Excellent first year. Couldn't have asked for any more.
Beautiful.
That's all
Well
I'll say.
put.
Couldn't ask for any more.
Well put. I went for. I had 7. Young running machine.
Nice.
I had a 7. Give me 1 sec, sorry. Knows what it's about.
Yeah. I gave him a 7 too. Again, I didn't write anything, but if I have to say anything about him, he's just what did we call him? The blue healer. He just
Chases
like,
all day.
yeah, he just
There's a lot of dog references on today. I like it.
it's really Holland.
He's probably my favourite player at the club. For me, he's my favourite player at the
Yeah, he
club.
came
Something
in,
about
man,
him.
skinny little
Matt,
bloke. You're thinking, how many
7.
games are you going to get?
George
Telling you,
Cirrus.
man, that
Actually
day that I
get to
saw him at
6.
training before
Oh,
the Melbourne
oh
game,
my
he
God.
trains like he plays,
Yeah.
and he plays like he trains.
Yeah,
That's
100%.
mate. If I see that,
I love
and there's
it.
another player that does that, and I reckon he's moulding off him is Sam Walsh.
Yeah.
He does the same thing.
Chicho,
Yeah.
Chicho
100%,
Gonfio
100%.
says Holland 6.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, about
Vince, is that Vince Stagnetti?
Oh,
Related?
that's my nephew.
Oh, your nephew. Hello, Vince.
Go, Vinny boy! we sat at the footy together. No, I love it, Vince.
He's got heart. Like it.
I like Vince that he's on there. Well done,
Khan
mate.
said 6.4.
All right, I like it. Let's keep it. Move on.
Dave Portnoy pizza
Doc.
It's really hard, this one, guys. I've landed on 7.5. Important piece.
Yep. I said 8, Mr. Fix It.
I gave 8. The story continues.
Ah, I like,
like
that.
it.
I like that. Very good.
I didn't run any words, but anyway, I gave him a 7.
Yeah.
I gave him a 7. What is he? The spiritual leader. All those words. You know what I mean?
But he's also a good football
No,
player.
no, he's a
lot
very
of
good
those
football.
spiritual leaders are like low-key dead shits,
No,
but
he's a
he
good
can play football.
No, he can't
He
play
can
football.
play football. I'm just being honest.
No, he can play football, and he just shows what it's all about.
Yes.
Shows what it's all about, man. And that game where he dislocated his shoulder, mate.
Popping out the front.
Actually, I'm going to give him another point just for that one.
So,
I'm telling you, that was like extreme, mate. To dislocate and then come out
Well,
and
that's
win
his
the
first
game.
time he's ever done it, so he didn't know how.
All right, this one here. I mean, Carroll. He played one game for the year.
Yeah.
One, not for us.
You reckon? Oh, you've just gone bang.
I think I've seen it. It's not just
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
just
no,
that
no,
game.
fair enough, fair
I just
enough.
don't. I just don't think he's for us. That's all.
I gave him a 3. It's not really, but I just said keep an eye.
I gave a 1. 3 words: graft, graft, graft.
I gave him just a 1, and I would say about that Carroll is I want to see more. Like, I want to see more
Just
from
keep
him.
an
Make
eye
him-
on him. He's only
keep an
20
eye-
years
and,
old.
and he did 1 or 2 things over
an
the
eye
last
on
few years that you go, wait a sec, he might have something, but he just hasn't had the opportunity.
Just keep an eye on him.
Be
All right.
foul, mate. Just keep grafting.
This one here,
Here we go.
Brody Kemp.
7.5. Growing before our eyes.
Like it.
Love this guy.
Probably a bit harsh on him, but I gave him a 6. Found his spot.
Yeah.
I also gave him a 6. This is a Pokemon reference. Charmander. The next evolution is Charmeleon.
Ah, okay, right. I like
I
it.
don't know what that means,
Yeah.
but
So, like, there's 3 evolutions. He ain't the finished product yet.
nah, he's definitely not the
He's-
finished product.
He's still the baby, but he's morphing into the.
So I
the
gave him
second
more. I
Evo.
gave him a 7.
Yeah,
I like it.
There's a lot of young
I like
players,
it.
mate.
Maz has gone 7.
Yeah.
Yep.
I reckon he's
Lou's
an
gone-
important
What's
cog
that?
for
He's
our
on an 8. I
defence.
think that's an
He
8.
had some big
Lou's got
moments
an
in
8.
games, but he just hasn't played enough.
Yeah.
Tony's.
No, he
Tony's got an
hasn't.
Is that Tony or
Yeah,
Terry?
Yeah.
Terry.
Terry. 7s and 8s.
He's got great hands, hasn't he, too?
Attack on the footy.
He attacks the football.
reads the
Yeah.
reads the play well.
I just thought he got thrown in the deep end
Yeah.
earlier in the year when we
Reminds
were,
me of a young
when we were
Lever.
struggling, and
Yeah.
you know he had to step up, and he did.
Important,
He did, yeah.
Couldn't ask
Got
for
to
any more.
improve his
Didn't
defensive
shit,
attributes.
yeah,
That's all.
correct.
If he'll work on that in the preseason.
No,
He's
I
got
like
to
him.
have something to
He's
work
an
on.
important part
Yep.
of this
Agreed.
defence.
Before I wrote what I wrote, I did have he knows his role.
Yeah.
Defines role.
Yep.
Know your role.
Yep.
He has
As
a
the Rock
defined
says,
role.
know your role and shut your mouth.
Sam Walsh.
I mean, this bloke shits me to tears. He's that good. I've given him a 9.5. And again, his final series elevated, whatever he wants
Well,
to
he
be.
did win the Gary.
Gary
yes.
is
I wrote whatever he wants to be. He's
Yep.
he's out of the world.
Oh.
Out of this world.
It was probably a bit harsh. I said 8.5, just because the first bit of the season was just a tiny little bit off. But obviously no preseason.
He come off nothing.
Yeah, no, he came off nothing.
zero.
Oh, no, he came off nothing. And we were going like
He got 29 possessions first game.
I know, it's unbelievable.
3
isn't it?
words. Gary Ayres medal.
Yeah.
That's it.
Tick.
Yep.
I
He's
can't
gonna
believe
lose
it.
it at me here.
You gave him an 8.5. What'd you give him, 8.5?
8.5. He's got a very high standard.
And what did you give?
Could have given him a 9 based on his final.
I gave him 9.5. Christian Dior.
I'll go. I gave him a 9 because, again, to be a 10,
Are you really
it'd have to be
worried?
perfect.
You're hesitant to say because you don't.
No, I'm not.
He's unhesitant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do you-
You're hesitant to say.
No, I'm not.
No, but I gave him
don't
a
care.
9,
don't care.
and I just wrote
You know me.
superstar.
Yeah.
He's a superstar. I mean, he just wills himself, mate. The bloke is just.
Incredible
The other
footballer.
thing about him is he gets 30 odd possessions, and no one talks about him. Like, it's just standard now
And he's
for him.
hurting opposition too now, those goals. And, yeah.
So definitely not.
Nazi?
What'd you do?
I gave an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Injury hampered season.
Yeah. And still,
Yeah, and he's still got an 8. I know.
He's
Imagine
just
he gets a
supernatural
full
what he can do.
pre-season.
That season
we
is
say
not
it.
even.
I
Sam
reckon.
Walsh.
Here's one for you. Next year, my comment on him
will be
He's gonna-
congratulations on the Brownlow medal.
Norm Smith medalist.
Something like that.
Norm Smith medal.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't worry about the Brownlow.
Brownlow.
He's elevated himself through the final series. Just proved. All right.
That's a precursor
Yeah.
to
Yep.
what you're going to see.
Oh,
Yep.
Lucky. I'm going to change my words. Lucky to have him.
Yeah.
Lucky to have him. All right. What about this bloke?
Corey
Oh,
Durden.
this is Corey Durden.
Corey
This
Durden,
is
Corey
Terry's
Durden.
favourite love child.
Careful here.
Terry knows me well enough to know I don't take a backward step. I've given him a 5.5. I think he needs.
Wow.
I think he needs to do some work. Yeah, I understand he was injured, but I just think who's come and taken his spot.
Yep.
They've done what the Poms did. They just take.
Yep.
They've just taken his spot. You know
The
how he loves-
Poms?
You know how he loves saying it, Pommy. You guys, we just fucking take. He goes, Vol, we want something, just fucking take.
He's right though.
That's what they do.
That's what the Vikings
I
used to
can't
do.
say it now. I consider the
No, no.
referendum's about to go.
Corey,
on,
go.
but anyway.
I'm going to be really just... go.
Corey Durden, 4 injuries, form dropped.
4.
Yeah, I said 4. I didn't like it
You're
yet.
not going to like what I gave him. Go.
I gave him a 4 also.
Still young.
I said needs to base his game around Papley.
Yeah, he's got work to do. I mean, he's not.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
not out of the
He's
equation.
one that's not even the finished product either.
Nah,
No,
he's
what
not out of the
others,
equation.
Quads,
I'm
go
happy to give him
Go
the
ahead.
crack.
Rock.
Now,
go.
before I give him this number, right, I
Yeah.
just want to say
Don't
that
justify. You just
no,
say it.
I still believe that he's in the future he could be important for us.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, no,
But
I
this
agree.
year he got a 1.
One.
What did he do?
Yeah.
Actually, that's my 3 words.
Here we go.
What did he do?
This thing's
Is that
about to.
four?
This thing's
That's
about to
four.
light up.
What did he do?
This thing's about to light up.
Yeah, all right, here we go. What do we got?
What did he
Lot of
do?
two.
John Holden,
Threes,
4.5.
fours.
Chicho saying 4.
4 for what? For each goal he kicked this
It's
year?
gonna light up.
What did he get? A 1 for each goal he kicked?
I think, what did he kick? Like 11 goals? Not even.
I don't know. He didn't
Someone
kick
put
much.
it in the chat.
Enzo,
He
Four,
went,
it's like 11.
he actually went back. I know he was injured.
Shoulder.
But he
I
went
agree.
backwards
I
this
agree.
year, man. He didn't
I
go
agree with that.
forward.
4, not a great.
When we
year.
at the start of the
Next
year,
year,
who would you thought our small forwards were?
I can tell you, it wasn't Fogarty.
Right.
I didn't have
Was
Fogarty.
Durden
ahead of
one
me.
of them?
Yeah, he was.
Was in that mix.
yeah,
He
I
would have been my
Oh,
first.
yeah.
Mine would have been it was always and Motlop before Durden.
But he's in there, like
Yeah,
in that
borderline
maybe that
before-
third.
Yeah, correct.
Now
He's
he's
a
not
third
even
slot.
he's not even there
He's
now,
probably-
so he's gone
He's
backwards.
probably
Can't
last.
guard
last
me.
choice.
Can't
Can't
guard
get
me
him
said I was
comfortable.
expecting a 3, not a 1. Jeez, Rocco.
Again, if I'm giving these players like a 7 and an 8 and
What
a
are
6,
you on about a 1?
all right, you put him in your team.
So you're telling me
I could see
what,
how
what
he
did
was
you give?
picked every
What
year.
did you give Lockie O'Brien?
1.
You're telling me he's on the same level as O'Brien.
This year
He may as
was.
well have been, honestly. I mean, subject,
This year he
subject to
was.
opinion.
He couldn't get in the
Subject to-
side, mate.
Exactly. Subject to opinion.
He couldn't get into the side, mate.
He did that.
He started, got injured, and couldn't get back.
He did, all right, and then they kicked him back out again. Come on, man.
Shoulder quad.
Yeah, all right. All
I'm
this
just playing
shit.
devil's
No,
advocate.
no,
He's a
it's
bit
good.
tougher than
Good movie, that.
O'Brien. Yeah, it is. Good.
Don't get me wrong. I know that you're saying the one there, but this year he went backwards. He went backwards this year. I don't care. I don't want to hear no excuses.
Next.
Get better.
Yep.
Lockie Plowman.
Thanks for your services.
Yep. Thanks very much.
1.
Thank you.
I said 1
You
times
rated
up.
him.
He's a good clubman.
I gave
Thanks.
1 times
Great.
up.
I
Yeah.
thought
Golly.
no, just got the best out of his
Yeah.
ability.
Agreed.
Oh, mate, mate, we were a huge rap for him when he first came.
Yeah.
Agreed.
When he came, he was actually half decent.
Yeah.
I reckon he had a few good. Like
Just
he was
moved
a
on- we
good.
just moved on from
a
him.
good,
Because of
reliable-
natural
I,
progression.
I know a lot of fans.
And he was a little bit of a whipping boy, so
Yeah.
he got more harshly dealt than any other player.
Yeah.
So
I know a lot of fans on his
Plowman
back, but
10.
I mean, some people, the male on the street, he's a genuine bloke, a ripper bloke. He's good, even though he knows that he's a VFL star. His energy's always up, and you know, he's good to have. It's good to have the
He's
club.
a clubman.
Yeah, that's
all right,
correct.
I'll give him 2 then.
I can't disrespect the man.
Nah.
He served our club. He copped a lot of stuff.
I actually thought he wasn't that bad.
When
Like
he
he was
first- when
okay.
you watch him when he
We
first
just
came, he
moved
was
on
actually
from
half
him.
decent
No,
football.
he is a half decent.
The
football.
one thing that always shit me is our supporters when they got his name announced on the.
Yeah,
they booed him. That was disgusting.
that pissed me off. That.
But yeah, we're gonna move on from
Yeah.
that. But
Anyway.
yeah,
No.
Jack Martino.
Well, I've given him a 7, and honestly, I pray to Allah, Muhammad, Gandhi, Buddha, whoever. I just pray he stays fit. I think he's what he's the reason we could go, or one of the reasons. we
Yep.
could
Oh
go
yeah, he's
next
that
time.
important.
Provided he's fit.
Of course.
7.5. VIP. Very important player.
Not a VUP.
Not a VIP. No.
I gave him a 7, and I wrote hips is back.
Like
Hips is back.
Hips,
Oh,
so I
yeah.
call him the hips.
I gave him a 6 for the good games he played because he was good when he played good.
Yep.
But he went missing in that final, right? He went missing during the year. I know he's got injured. Look, a 6 is enough. He didn't do more than a 6 to me. Yeah, he was all right. He kicked some goals. He's important in those games. We need more.
Yeah,
we need
yeah.
more from
I
him.
wasn't so harsh on him in the final because we got no field territory when the game was on the line. And how could
This
he
the
get
the
involved?
Brisbane one.
Yeah, he couldn't get involved.
I thought the Sydney game was
I
big.
don't know. He was
He was in
getting
the game,
involved in
shoot,
the
yeah,
other
yeah,
games.
definitely.
He went back. You know, he was getting the ball.
And
Like
then
he
Melbourne,
was,
he missed.
yeah.
Harsh, but fair enough.
No, 6 is enough for you. It's enough.
6 is enough for you.
That's all you get.
Marzi? Oh, you gave him
I
a
gave him
yep,
7.
sorry, yep. Next,
Caleb Marchbank.
Richie Benner.
6.5 role player.
I said 7, please stay fit.
Yeah.
I thought his
Um,
final series was
I gave him a 6.
Yep.
And I wrote the weapon has been serviced.
Yeah, I like it. Good. Well played.
6.
Yep.
Glad he's back.
Nice. I
Yep.
like it. Glad
He's
back.
good, man. He really was good when he came back. Like he was good. Like I thought he'd never get back to that because he was always
He'll
touted
get
as a
better
good-
than-
Can we ask, and can we have some genuine honesty here? That game where he got kept in the side, what final was it?
Melbourne.
The
Melbourne.
Melbourne or the Sydney game?
He
Yes.
played against Sydney.
Yep. And there was a question mark,
Yeah.
and we looked at the team and go, how the fuck do they? How they kept Marchbank in the squad?
Yeah.
By half time of that game, I just shut
Oh,
my mouth.
it was
No,
into the Sydney game because
Yeah,
it came on
it
as
was.
sub as
It was the
Giants.
Sydney game. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were.
Yeah.
A lot of
We
people
all
were
said
expecting
it.
him to get.
because
Yeah.
because
He was huge.
You know,
Who was
I
coming back?
I always said maybe Chincotta would have got dropped.
who was coming back?
McGovern.
McGovern was coming back, so we were thinking, the same role players.
No,
what-
No. McGovern played against
Oh,
the Giants.
Giants. Oh,
That's
yeah,
who
you're
Toby
right.
Green slung.
Yeah.
Is it like
Punched
Doherty
him.
or something?
I don't remember who it was. Somebody he was.
Doherty.
I don't know.
Walsh.
I can't remember.
Chera.
There was a lot of talk of him getting dropped for one of those finals, and
I
he
think he
played
was-
well. He played well.
In that Sydney
Yeah.
game, he was one of the
The
reasons
reasons
we won
why-
the
I
game.
know.
He was good, and
I
that
agree.
what really impressed me, that one mark, and I think we were
Well,
sitting.
yeah, on the
When he went
centre
back
wing.
with the flight.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was like, all right,
They made the
You
right
dummy.
call with that. Pulled
Yep.
the right rein there.
all right. Everyone gave it a thing. All right, what about this bloke?
Jacob.
Wiedering.
The titanium caravan.
Titanium.
9.5, Jacob Wiedering.
Oh!
Shut the gates, Fortress. And I was, again, one of his biggest critics.
You can't
He
get
shut me
better.
off. I gave him 9.5. He's a Fortress.
Shut the gates.
We
I
wouldn't have done what we
Fuck
did
no.
without him.
I said 8.
Not through that run.
Pretty
No
critical
way.
in his first half of the
Yeah.
season, but he bounced
True.
back. And my
Yeah.
3 words are best fullback.
I
Here's
gave
the All Australian.
I gave him a 9, and all I wrote was all Oz defender.
Nice.
I
Fullback,
gave
fullback.
him an 8.
There you go.
He naturally had a slow start to the year.
He did.
Now, whatever excuses you want to use, and we know he had his issues, and that's fair enough, but it showed on the field.
Correct.
Did you give him an 8 genuinely because of his banking scam and how dumb
No,
he was?
it's not
I'm joking.
because. It's not because of the banking scam. It's
got
that
it all back
he
anyway.
had a good second half of the year.
did, he was
His
fantastic.
first
he
half
must be
of the
clever. He's got the
year.
insurance job.
His first half of the year.
Average. I agree.
So,
I agree.
and the second half is probably a 9 and a 9.5, like you gave him. But overall, he was 8, and he was huge. Like 8's enough.
Yep.
Again, you got to improve, mate, or else we're not going to win fucking flags. If you
Yeah.
think that's good enough.
Thanks, Jack.
What about Nick Newman?
Giving him a 9.5, fellas. Couldn't ask for anything else. I
Simple.
just lost for words. I thought he was
I gave him
Yeah.
a 9.
9.5.
I gave him a 9, and I just said week to week.
I gave him also a 9, and I said, "Tell me one bad game."
Dot. You can't.
I agree. I gave him a 9 also, and he was
I
fantastic.
think it's unanimous, and I think the
He
chat
was
will be
just
unanimous with that
fantastic.
one
He
as
was
well.
just fantastic. What is he in the bloody
Basic instinct.
Status
He's
quo.
the-
Status
Yeah,
quo.
status quo.
He's all
Yeah, all of them.
Everything.
Garden of Eden.
I'd be shocked if anyone gives him less than 8.
Anyway,
8.5
What have
even,
we got
really.
here?
I
What
mean,
have
I
we got
can't.
here, guys?
9, 8.5.
Minimum's at 8.5.
Maris, is it Maris?
Someone said
8.5.
Mark.
Maria.
Mark. Marcos said fucking
No.
7.
Who's Mark?
Bombers. What's his name?
Shut
Mark
up,
Bombers.
stupid. Go and
That's
get
the one,
your...
8.5.
Trevor Rivals,
yeah.
man.
Is he on here?
It must be. Mark
I can't even
Bogdan
believe he
Bogdan
knows
has
that
to be
he.
him.
You don't even know to use a bloody
LR
keypad
said
there.
Newman
How'd you
8.5,
bloody roll?
plain and simple. Wayne Montgomery, Newman 9.
8.5 minimum and 9.
Nah,
JS
he's been great.
Newman 9. Love it.
All right, who we got next? Zachary, see you later, Fisher.
6. I don't know. That's what my 3 words were. I don't know.
I said 4 out of favour.
I said 5 trade table.
I gave him a 3.
Yep.
Well,
No,
he
mate.
played like 3 games.
But the games were half decent.
Oh, but so what, man? You played 3 games. You couldn't get into the side. You come in and you played decently in the back line, and I was impressed, and I was actually surprised he didn't end up playing in that first final.
Yeah.
Right? But at the end of the day, you could not get into the side.
That's who Marchbank came in for.
Fisher.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
3. What do you want from me, man? Like, you can't get into the side. At one stage the year before, you were a permanent fixture.
Yep,
right?
he was.
Then all of a sudden, you cannot get into the side. Mate, we were dying to get someone in there with his pace and that, and he can't get in.
Probably similar to the Durden. He's gone backward.
He's gone backwards.
Yeah.
But admittedly, he did play well in those 3 or 4
Great
games.
against Melbourne when we beat them in that close
But that's
game.
what you get, like a 3. What do you want from me, mate?
He fell out of favour. It's as simple as that.
You're not going to win premierships with Zach Fisher in your side.
You look all right in the Hallis colours.
Fuck's he doing going to North Melbourne
Not
then?
Zach Fisher playing that sort of football. You're not going to win.
Just on Fisher.
That's probably why he's going
I'd be asking him to stay.
Yeah, 100%.
He's
need
contracted.
that
He's still contracted.
Got 1 more year, yeah?
He's still contractor, mate.
I know.
You need 1 more year.
Yeah, but if
He's
a
got to
team-
have that depth.
He's
But if a
He's
team,
good depth. I
Yeah,
reckon
but-
he could stay.
He's half chance
no,
to
he
stay.
could. But if a
I hope he
team,
does.
but if another team's giving you like 4 or 5 years,
course you
whatever,
gotta go, of
it'd be
course.
hard to
Yeah,
say
because
no.
you know you're going to get
Yeah.
week to week football,
Yeah.
but
But then you're playing
are you-
against things.
Are you going to get a flag?
Get ready there.
Go get ready. Artistry.
Anyway, Lachlan Cowan. Next
Yeah.
time off
Really
Mm.
like this kid. 6. Didn't play. I gave him a 6. Improvement coming. That's
I like it. I gave him a 5. I said exposure, booming kick.
the yeah.
Love him. I love him.
Yeah.
I rate him.
I gave him a 5. He now has a taste.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it.
Look, I gave him a 4, but I might change that to a 5 because I thought he did pass.
Yeah.
He did have a pass year.
Yep.
And he's just going to get better.
They've
He's
exposed-
just going to get better. I actually did
him a
like
little-
him. And it's going to be interesting next year to see Cowan, Kemp.
He looked really
I think he's.
impressive.
I think he's a very. I think he's a big. I think he's a Michael Voss type of player.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
I
he's
actually reckon he
hard,
might be-
man. I reckon he's a Michael Voss type of player.
He's
in my
our
opinion.
I think he's in the future, like down the track, we're in premierships. I can see him. He'll be part of that back
Yeah.
line.
Yep.
So
Good
Cowan
size
5.
as well.
It's got
Yep.
a bit of... Oh, no.
All right, our man Mark
The
Piranetto.
Aldi line.
6.5. Handy to have. Can't knock him.
Yep. I said 5. Pass mark for me. Underappreciated ruck.
Does what he can.
I gave him a 7.
Me,
Okay.
Sigger.
If Darcy, Cameron and Cox can win the flag, why can't he?
Because we got to get into a grand final first.
No, but I'm just saying.
I want to see.
Nah, he could.
This is where I want the chat to fire
didn't
up
thi-
here.
I
I want to
thought
see
his
what
year
they
was
rate
good.
Mark Pitternet because he's a divisive figure in
I
our
thought
club
his
at the
year
moment.
was good.
He's a very divisive player. Mark Pitternet
Ripper
in
bloke
the chat.
too.
Mark Pitternet in the
I
chat.
gave him 5.
Okay.
He passed the
Maybe I got it
year.
wrong.
No,
Wayne
no. But I
Montgomery,
can understand what you're
5
saying.
needed.
I can understand what you're saying.
Brian Ambrose
Ambrose,
saying 6.
But did he have a?
Pedo 5.5. Is that
No,
chop?
7 isn't great for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
How can you say?
8,
I can see-
9,
Pedo.
9 is great.
6 Carlton Shrek. Ooh, I like that. Okay, interesting.
Bit of an ogre, yeah.
Okay.
If I had to pick 3 words,
Yeah.
I'm going to pick. He's like the best we've got.
Yeah.
Like you got TDK, forget about it. He's a different ruckman, but he's the best. Like I'm telling you, if you had a better tap, he wouldn't be playing.
He's still, fucking, what is he, 25?
Yeah,
24?
27.
Is he?
Look, he's got to
Oh, he's
improve.
our age, yeah, you're right.
He's got
Sorry.
it, but he's
No,
got to
sorry.
improve parts of his game, Mars.
But he also, definitely,
You know what I
everyone
mean?
does.
Like around the
But
ground.
he also
he'd
allows
like to keep-
TDK to do what he
Yeah,
wants to do.
100%. As far but if you want to put him as a unit,
A unit, they're fucking nearly, they're an 8 out of 10.
that's right. But if you want to do it individually, anyway, 5. Enough for you too. You got to
4
get better.
seasons.
Keep trying.
Signed him for 4 years.
Injury hampered.
Hang on, fuck all money. He cost us nothing.
No, I'm just saying, but they've backed him in.
Yeah.
They said we see you at our club for the next 4 years.
Also, I think partially because I think if he went anywhere else, he probably
I
wasn't.
think
He
that-
wasn't going to get that money and
Well,
those 4 year terms.
Well, I heard that there was a few clubs after him, so they kind of
There
had
were a
to
few
jump.
clubs
They
after
had to jump on him
Yeah.
and give him an offer. Yeah,
Yeah.
because we
I
had
can
no.
see why.
Look, if he's
I
out,
like him. I've got
if
time
he-
for him.
I like him.
Yeah, no, we need him. If he's out,
Mm.
we're stuffed.
Yeah, mate.
We've got
I
no
agree.
one else. You know what I mean?
Murkov's unfortunately not going to probably be with us, from what I've been
Cunningham.
hearing. Cunningham 6.5. I'm very confused. I'm confused.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay.
I'm
I had
confused.
5. Found his niche. As that high half.
So he's
forward,
found his
midfield.
niche, but he's a 5.
Yeah, it was a pass mark for the year. I thought the back end of the season he really dropped off, which was disappointing. I thought his final series was not great.
He did drop off there. I have to admit.
I really, when he came into the side,
Didn't play for 700 odd days or something.
that's true. It
Yeah.
doesn't help.
Yeah.
When he came into the team, I reckon he could be similar. He's not that type of player, but Charlie Curnow missed all that time, and he came back in, was a bit rusty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give him a
David Cunningham sort of the
Few
same,
games.
but he hit the ground running when he came
No,
in.
he
Really
was
good
really
against. He was
Gold
really
Coast.
good against Gold Coast. Really good against
Yeah.
Hawthorn.
Good
Good
in
against
the ball,
Fremantle.
Yeah.
So
No, he's good.
That's fair.
I gave him a 5 out of 10, and I just wrote late bloomer.
okay, yep.
Yeah, I gave him a 5. He passed. He came in. Looking forward to like next year.
Yeah,
Looking forward to see what
Yeah.
he does with a pre-season.
absolutely.
Like he's got his confidence back.
Yep.
You know, he's not going to get injured.
He's
I
top-
thought he did. But which games? When did he get dropped? For what game?
I thought he
Sydney,
played
right?
majority of
Played
them.
Sydney. He played. No, he didn't.
Sydney? No. Well, he
No,
didn't
no,
play the
he
last
did, he
game.
did.
He didn't play against
Brisbane.
Brisbane.
He was the sub against Melbourne, right?
Who?
No, Holland's
he
No,
played.
sorry.
Holland's was
Holland's
something.
was.
No,
We
no, no,
won
no, no.
nearly
As in, like,
every
he-
time.
Who came off?
He didn't
Yeah,
play
he got
with
subbed.
Holland.
He got
Got
subbed
Cunningham
off.
got subbed
Yeah,
off.
Yeah, he got
yeah.
subbed off against
And then he
Melbourne.
got-
And then he didn't. That's right. And then he didn't play against Brisbane. Now, funnily enough, I don't think he played in a losing game. Did he play maybe in the GWS?
Yeah.
Every time, as soon as he came in, we started winning. But anyway,
No,
all
he's
right,
a bit of an enigma.
we'll see. I'd like to see him next
Maybe
year.
an
Yeah.
enigma.
What about Hewitt?
I've gone 7 and great facilitator.
Like it. I went 8.5.
Like it.
I thought he was fantastic this year when he came back in. His first half of the year, he had the broken hand and got severely concussed,
Yes.
which just threw him about. You could see in the early parts, and he was playing with the glove, and then he was a bit
Yeah.
unsure.
I do remember the
Yeah.
broken ankle point. Yeah, yeah.
So my 3 words are handball, tackle, cog.
Mine is 7. What you see is what you get.
I
Rocket
gave him a
Challenge?
6.
Jeez, that's harsh.
6.
Fuck.
It was all right. Second
I
half.
wouldn't argue that.
Yeah.
Like,
Second
I
half-
was considering giving him a 6 too.
Second half was good.
I don't give half
First
marks.
half was a bit like.
I haven't given any. I don't give half
coming
marks.
off your head,
Nathan Eagleton. Jeez, that is stiff.
Here we are. Rocco been waiting all night for this one.
All right,
Charlie Kerner.
pants down, everyone.
9 could have been a 10
Ooh, yep.
if I'm marking players up, e.g. Akers and Walsh for their
Yeah.
finals. I got to mark. If I'm being fair, I got to mark him down.
Yep.
Could have been a 10, settled on a 9.
Yep.
Can't
Yep.
ask for much more.
Yep.
I mean,
I
yeah,
said
great.
9, genuine freak show.
I gave him a 9. Just said the Garden of Eden.
I gave him a.
So you had an advantage. You fucking knew what this Garden of Eden was, mate.
I gave him a 9 too. There's nothing more you can say. Of
Yep.
course,
Yeah.
like you said,
It's
it
going
was
to
a
be
bit
9s and
disappointing.
10s.
It was a
9s
bit
and 10s.
disappointing in the final series, you know. But you gave him a 9, and he's a superstar. What
Yeah.
can you say? About
He is
him?
what he is.
He's top 3 in the competition.
Yeah,
Player.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
no
sure.
doubt about it.
for sure.
No
Top
doubt
2.
about it.
Mm.
Maybe number 1. I don't know.
Lewis Young, he played a few games.
You didn't want to talk about Harry Lemmy?
No,
Did
what's
he
there to
play?
say?
No, he
Him
didn't
and
play.
Jackson Binns are 31 and
no,
32.
you had to play a game.
I just said let him roast.
Well, then Binns and Lemmy
Leaving
don't,
him.
you know, whatever.
Go on. Lewis
Yeah,
Young.
Lewis Young, 4. Not as solid as I once thought.
Yep. I said 3, down pecking order.
What'd you give him?
2.
Yeah.
Don't look so glum.
No, just 2 jumper Lewis is back.
Yeah, two jumpers. That's right. No, I gave him a 1.
Jumper Lewis.
What are you going to give him? 1.
Yeah.
Come
Game
on.
that I saw against GWS when he got
But he
sat
has-
on by Toby Green, he was wearing 2 jumpers, a long sleeve, and then he,
No, you can't
he
do
was
that.
wearing an actual jersey over the long sleeve. Ella, there, come
Nah,
on,
whatever. 1. He's got.
Give yourself a snap kick.
Ed Kerno.
5.5. Thanks. Full stop.
I didn't. 5. I didn't really give him a rating. Just said happy retirement, mate.
Good on
the
him.
same.
Thanks for
5,
everything.
Thanks for your services.
I gave him a 2.
That would be Mars of like 2 years ago.
2.
He wasn't great when he came.
Come on, he wasn't great.
He's
Every
Geelong.
time he came in,
Hey, the
everyone
game against
complained.
Geelong, he was at least a 3 on that. Just that. No, I'm joking.
Well,
Take
which
the-
game?
Round 2 against.
All right, so we give him 3, and then I'll take away 1 for the rest of the year. He couldn't get a proper game. Everyone's waiting for him to retire. Every time he comes in, he kicks over his head. He's too old, and then all of a sudden you're giving them 5s. Yeah, so in other words, he should be playing next year. No,
No,
it's
I
a
wouldn't
2,
say
man.
that.
It's a 2. But in saying that, overall in his career, he's been a great servant, man. I love.
6. I would love to sit down with him as a legend of the jumper punch. And have a chat
Well,
to him.
now we can, since he's not at the club
And
anymore.
also, I think he would be great to stick around the VFL.
Yeah.
Maybe play as a VFL
He's
player.
got to be almost $1.01 to still retain a job at some capacity at the club.
What are we saying here in the thing? Anyone banging me about the 2?
4, 4, 3,
Yeah.
6, 3
Okay,
and a half,
yeah, fair enough.
5,
Fair enough.
5.
Well, look, it was below par.
4
It
and a
was
half.
below,
Yeah,
like,
he
you can't
passed.
say-
He
John
passed
Adams did
5.
something interesting.
What did he
Next
say?
VFL captain.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be against that. I wouldn't be against it.
All right, what do we got
Look.
next? Honey.
I've gone.
Honey.
I've gone 3,
It's
and
a
the
fun-
comment was, nah.
You know, which man-
Leave me out of Josh Honey, unfortunately.
I
What'd you
said
think?
I gave him a 3.
3. Slightly let down. is
Yeah.
what I put.
Not my.
Could be rookie though. Don't know.
3 for what?
Because we didn't
What
want
did he do?
I was going to give him a 0.2, but
I gave him a 1. Like, I don't understand what he did.
the West Coast game. Sorry,
And what did he do?
The West Coast.
a couple of goals.
North
no?
No, he
Melbourne.
didn't.
North Melbourne.
He did kick a couple of goals
He
for
kicked-
West Coast
He
game.
kicked it. Yeah, he did.
Did
No?
he? I might have kicked a
that
goal.
what
I think he
about
ended
The
up.
game
with-
at Marvel, he's kicked a couple or kicked
Yeah.
one.
This
Yeah.
year.
He kicked
Yeah.
one against North.
North.
All right, give him 1
For that
the
goal.
North goal. Nah, come on, man.
I just said 3.
I gave him a 2, and I
Whatever.
said that the honey's dried up. And
Yeah.
everything.
It's actually disappointing about Honey. All right, what about this one?
All right.
This will be.
Boyd.
Guys, I know we got to wrap it up, but like I could sit and talk for that long about this guy. I've given him a 6, but I reckon Jordan Boyd has that much upside.
Yeah.
I
agree.
think he could be a somebody for us.
Yeah.
I'm infatuated with him.
Paul?
His season was a
Oh,
6,
sorry.
but I'm so
I-
infatuated with him. I love him.
completely agree with Adrian.
He could be somebody.
I gave him a 7 and said, I said absolutely love him.
I'm dying here.
I got any more?
I just said absolutely love him.
I gave him a 5, but
Better.
unlucky suspension.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That
I-
fucked him.
It did.
I agree.
It did. It
That
did.
fucked him.
Oh, Maynard
Put a plain and
gets
simple.
none, and this guy gets 3 for a tackle.
Exactly.
I gave him a
Whatever.
5,
Fuck
but
this
I'm
season.
going to say I was impressed. Like, it's just...
He's a
it's,
somebody, this
It's a
kid.
pass mark.
Got a beautiful.
But
I
I just...
put him
Batting.
top 5 ball user. at our
I was
club.
impressed, and I was impressed when he came back after the
Yep.
suspension.
Yep.
He looked... Oh my God, he looked a lot. He looked different. Like
Well, we
he
were
looked-
concerned that because he only played a couple of VFL
Yeah.
games, like, what's he going to be
No,
like
he was
thrown in the
good.
deep end?
I
I thought
like
he
it.
was great.
I like
Prelim final
Yeah.
against Brisbane at the Gabba. Showed a bit.
He's better for the run, 100%.
Yeah.
Yep. I like
All
him
right,
a lot.
what about Chincotta?
Chabada.
Or Cincotta?
Ricotta, Cincotta.
I've given him I've given him a 6.5, and my comments was good experience for him.
Yep, I have
Yeah,
the
I
exact same rating, 6.5. I just said rise to fame.
I gave him a 5 out of 10.
Yep.
I said the sponge, time to start washing.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
apparently
gave
he's a
him
sponge.
5.
Yep.
5.
Yep.
That's all I can say about him.
5.
I think, in actual fact, I think
That's your 3 words. Gave him 5.
I gave him 5. I think he did well. I think he's important, but he's got a lot to do.
I agree. I think he's,
5's enough.
he could be a decent, like a type of project.
I like him.
Yeah,
I
could be a-
like
yeah.
him a
That's why
lot.
they call him the sponge. So I said time to start washing.
But again, if I'm giving these other players like Hewitt that a 6, like what am I going to give him?
Yep.
Adam, is that next?
Adam
Saad.
Sard.
Sardi, I've gone.
My boy.
I've given Sardi an 8, and
it.
to be honest and reliable.
Love it. I gave him an 8 as well. My 3 words are reliable, slick, woof.
Woof. I like him.
This bloke says he's the best 39 in town.
There you are, the best.
Well,
we were just talking about
I know.
Gincana.
How was it? Like, we're talking about Gincana, now we're talking about
Sard, and then all of a
Get out
sudden,
of here
yeah,
and
everybody
we'll
rocked up.
introduce you soon.
If you
Nah,
give us,
This is all scripted, isn't
if
it?
you give
Get
us,
out of here.
no, well, you could stay if you want, but give us
we'll
5
tell you
minutes,
in 5 minutes.
and we're going to swap
We'll tell you
around.
when to come in, all right?
Sorry to keep you waiting. Ian.
Sorry.
Get out of
Sorry,
here.
mate.
He's not fucking sorry.
We didn't even invite him.
He just rocked up.
He just heard.
Is that he was watching the live show? They haven't even invited me there.
Where's the invite
Where's the
there?
invite?
I gave Sard a 7.
Right?
What?
I keep fucking talking. I didn't say anything.
It was a good year, 7, but I don't. It wasn't his best year.
Agreed. Yeah.
There was some very good games,
okay,
but there was
okay.
some ordinary games. And again, if I'm giving 9
It's
to
all right, you don't have
Wild
to justify
and
it.
8
It's all right,
to
man.
Black,
Relax.
I'm not going to give him more than the
I'll
7.
say one thing. Oh, go on, go on.
No. I want to hear his rating, and I want to ask Chat something.
What'd you give him?
I gave him a 7 also,
7.
and I said I need more goals.
See, oh yeah, no, I like that. That's true.
Don't think we
said that
utilised
at the
him in
start
that
of the
way.
year.
We didn't use him.
We
that-
don't use him like that, and I'd like to see that because I reckon he could fucking flush a few from 60.
You know who'll help him with that?
Boyd,
Zach Williams.
Zach Williams, yeah. And allow him to get up the ground off the back of stoppages as well.
Yeah. I want to ask,
Yeah.
does anyone know what he said in that prelim final after the game?
But it was great to see.
Yeah.
It was great to see.
I want to go to West Brunswick to ask him.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll find out till maybe later on, like later on in years what he found out. Like those sort of things don't seem to come out. But
Did any of you go like this when you saw it? Did you go?
I
"Oh."
liked it.
Yeah,
I liked
agreed.
that he stood up as a leader and said, you know what, I'll speak here. And they all seem to be listening to him.
Did you notice one thing?
Yeah.
Did you notice one thing after that game? None of them were on the ground being picked up or anything.
No,
like that.
good.
That's good.
That was like, I think that was like, I don't want to go back to the Scummers, but like last year,
Collingwood said, don't
McRae.
get up. You're not losers.
Yeah.
get off the fucking floor.
Yeah.
100%.
Don't
I love
lie
the
down.
way Voss stood there. They did the thing. They all walked off together. Anyway, that's for another day.
All right.
Yep.
Owies.
6.5, consistency should be his focus.
Yep.
He needs it. He needs
agree.
it because he's important to us.
Yep.
6.5.
I had 7. Does his job.
Yeah.
6.
Words? I gave him a 6.
I gave him a 6. I would say
Four,
need
isn't it?
more
That's
consistency.
why I said
Yeah.
words.
I
Need
agree.
more
Yeah,
consistency.
I agree.
Yeah.
I said 6 out of 10, and I just wrote passion.
Yeah.
Or passion.
He's definitely like
yeah,
no, he's definitely passionate. No, I
I was
love
going to
it.
write passion
love it.
merchant, but I reckon he's actually.
I actually love Owies. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
I do too.
But he can do.
Fuck, what's that?
Oh,
Who's writing?
oh, we're frozen. Hold on.
No.
No, we're
Yep,
not frozen.
We're back again.
We're back in business?
Reconnection successful. Are we back? Let us know in the chat if we're back. It says we're connected.
Yeah, your internet dipped.
We on now?
Yeah,
mate?
we back on. Hold
Hang
on.
on.
Dipped.
Hold
Let
on.
it
Let us
go.
know. Let us know. Let us
Later.
know.
We on?
Let's
Wait
see.
up. Yeah. it's-
Why did it freeze?
Freeze. Hold on.
Wait up.
Let's
You know,
just
it's at
wait.
least like a minute in the
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like 30 seconds.
30 seconds or
Yeah.
something.
Are we on live now, though?
Yeah.
Alright.
It was reconnected.
Stand by.
Stand by. Stand,
Stand
by.
by.
Stand by. Stand by. Let us know when we're back.
This is live.
Go you
We're back.
Go, you're back, you're back, we're back, we're back.
Just the internet.
Telstra.
Yeah.
Someone comment Telstra. Who are they?
Brian asked the question mark.
Yeah, I think,
No.
I think
We're back.
The
All right.
internet just dipped.
Yeah,
Just
Internet
dipped.
dip. We're
All
good.
right, I'm going to go 7.5 for Matt Cottrell.
Yep.
Workhorse. Always a spot for him, in my opinion, in the team.
I said 7. The red-headed running machine. Get one up. You
Gave him a 6, right?
Yeah.
But I like him.
Mars has got Mars is handling this with a bit of trepidation.
No, he's all right. I think he's shit scared of the internet.
7.
yeah.
Caught his
6 or
cordial.
7. I think 6 or 7 is
Yeah.
is very reasonable. He
fucking.
yeah.
He's
Mate,
like red cordial.
Honestly, we seen him in that
hyper.
Gold Coast game when we were there.
On the-
Mate, this guy,
No, he doesn't.
he's a
And
fucking
you look at
workhorse,
his K's,
man.
man.
He
His
runs
K's are
this guy,
phenomenal
man.
every year.
I love him.
Yeah.
I love him.
Our last one,
Who's after 46?
The coach.
Michael
Coach.
Voss. We got to rate the coach.
I didn't rate. This is. I'm gonna go 8 from where we were
Correct.
to where we are.
Yeah.
And I got to admit, there is a big thing at Carlton where they realise how much of a good man manager he has been since that, the bad run. I think 8's fair.
Yeah.
8.5.
8.5.
The chosen one. 7th to the 7th.
Stole the words out of my mouth.
Oh, sorry. I actually didn't know that.
The chosen one.
My man.
The chosen one.
It's the chosen one.
He's the one.
7th to the 7th.
You want to go? You go.
7.
I knew he was going to give you that.
7. It's just a 7. It's a very good performance. He started bad at the start of the year. Like, what do you want me to do? You lost 8 games.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, what do you want me to do?
Well, what do you want me to do? Like, you lost 8 games. At that start, even the first couple of wins and that weren't great.
Yeah, I know.
And then he got him going.
Yeah.
So you move. Like, if I'm gonna rate him at round 13,
Yeah, but you're not
I'm
rating
giving him a
around
2. You know, but he went all the way to a 7. He got us to a preliminary, and he got a little bit out coached, but he'll learn from that. A 7's a good, mate. You get a 9, you're winning grand finals.
So you can't even if you've got a granny, you can't.
No.
Yeah.
9 out of 10.
Yeah. Fair enough.
The extra point comes when you win the grand final.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Win?
Yeah.
But love him.
Win.
Oh, yeah, that's not if. Yeah.
said
Good
when.
point.
When.
Sorry,
Say
I
if.
thought you said if.
But love him. I love him.
when.
I love him.
When we.
I think now, like at the start, I was thinking, I don't know, but I think now that he's got us to a certain level, I think now he's the perfect person to have. Like, he's just perfect. Now his experience.
Well, can I ask you, boys, what's our measuring stick now, in your opinion? What's our benchmark now?
Minimum top 4.
Like, what are we going to be measured against now?
Minimum top 4.
Because last year we didn't make the 8. Like, what are we measured up against now?
Home preliminary
What do you boys
final
think?
is what I want.
Yeah.
Honestly,
what
I'm
happens
looking.
from there?
I just want
Minimum top 4.
top 4.
You
Top
gotta go.
four
just want
means
top
you're
four.
competing
Minimum.
for a flag.
But I just want to say something.
Top 4, I reckon.
If it's top 4,
Yeah.
right? If it's top 4,
Yep.
everything has to go right. Like, let's not, because
Yeah,
again, I'll go back to
yeah.
Brett Radd, and he said, the aim is top 4. But then you've got to take the circumstances during the year.
Of course, yeah.
Like, you're going to get injuries, you're going to do this and that. If everything falls correctly and our injuries are fair and that, I think it has to be top 4. We have to be aiming for top 4.
Kind of on that. We're on that.
We need home
Collingwood
finals.
mold.
We're going to see the draw that we get in December. It'd be interesting to see how lopsided or how the AFL scales it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know, like Essendon got 2 games against North and West Coast. That's
reckon-
in
I
theory an
reckon
easy 4 type of wins.
reckon
I don't think we're going to get that, but yeah.
Oh, I reckon they might set us up just nicely. Couple of
I
good
think that
stuff.
was great. That's a great, I think, most of your things were wrong, but
Sorry, Dad.
I think you did all right for the first time.
Which ones did you disagree with? Do you remember?
No, I can't remember.
Okay,
But
so many.
there's so many I disagree.
All right, rate our performance,
that's good, like
ladies
you-
and gentlemen, out of 10. Rate Rocco, Mars, AD, and myself.
Well, what can I say? All I'm saying, like, really, like, people go, oh, you know, but...
What did you give
we
Ed
didn't win
Kerno
anything.
again? Where's
Gave him
Ed?
a 4.
Who?
3.
Ed Kerno's
He
a
gave
2.
2.
Lewis Younger 1. Yeah. I'm not arguing, mate.
Mate, he was barely made a sub and you want to give him a pass mark. Pass mark, you need to be in the side every week.
Dropped
Fair
off
call.
again. We might have dropped off again.
Why is that happening?
It's all right. That's okay. No, we're still
How
up.
do you know we dropped off?
Hey,
It's
is this
red. I think just the bandwidth looks like
a
it's
good
gone.
time to...
No, well, we got the leaderboard.
No, we'll swap now.
All right.
We'll get our thing.
Let us. I think we're still live. We seem
Are
to
we?
be still
People
live.
see us?
Frozen.
Someone
see?
said frozen again.
He's giving us the thumbs up.
I
Means
know
they
it.
must be laughing
Someone
at us.
said
No, I
frozen.
know it,
All
I
right.
know
Okay. Yeah, you
Get
can see the
everyone
red.
off the thing. Get everyone off the... You're on Wi-Fi? Get off the Wi-Fi.
Oh, we're green again.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
green
I
again.
know, I can see because...
Can you tell?
Yeah, I know.
Are we on or off?
Yeah,
now?
we're on. But
We're
it just
on.
froze.
Yeah,
It
just
just
Oh,
frozen.
frozen, Terry.
That's right.
saying
We're in the bottom
frozen.
right-hand corner. All right, we're good. We'll wrap it up now. This is the best time. To...
Everyone get off Wi-Fi, all right? That's a bit unusual.
Yeah?
That's it.
All right, let's do it.
Thanks
Hey,
for having me on.
Pleasure.
Appreciate it. Stick around.
Thank you, my friend. Yeah,
Nothing
stick around
to
because
do.
we'll do it. I'll ask.
I'm going to go and have
I'll
a
ask her.
conversation with Cleo.
Yeah, go
See
and
what
talk
she's
with
all
Cleo.
about.
Vince will still be there. Grab
Let's
us if you like.
get the big boy in.
Yep. All good. We've
Sorry.
had
And check out the Weekend Grill as well.
Weekend Grill.
So
Weekend Grill. We'll give
very
him
good
another
contact.
plug.
We'll
won't
put
we,
it, in
though?
the,
We'll have the
put it
call-
down
we'll have
below
the notes.
anyway.
Yeah, let's get Angie in. Let's get Angie.
Ange. Hello.
How do you know when we're on and off?
Ange.
See this
Bottom
thing?
right-hand corner. There's
Oh,
a red
there,
logo.
when that's green.
Apologies for the frozen
Sorry, guys, mate.
state.
Well, it's not my fault. What can I do, man? Like,
Yeah, better internet, man.
Buddy, you know I've got good internet.
Yeah.
I've got the
It's not my
cable.
type. It's not my type. Nah, it just happens. You just drop off. Like 2 and a bit hours for it to drop off.
The window's open, Ray. Give him a mic. Oh, you clip it on, because he'll stuff it up.
Ella.
don't want to. You come here.
No, you sit here. You're the guest.
You sit in the middle.
I hate the middle.
It is Ange. If he wants to sit on the edge.
Yeah, come on, man. Can I sit there? Because of my fucking shoulder.
Cheeky.
Doesn't
Oh,
shoulder.
shoulder. You're not sitting on
Here
your
we
shoulder.
go.
Typical
The shoulder,
fucking
the
Greek,
the
already
shoulder,
combo.
the neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go sit here.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sit here.
Asshole.
Sit down. Fucking
See
it's
what,
nice and
see what happens when you win a premiership?
Yeah, you can do
You
it.
do whatever you want to do. How you been,
How
brother?
are
good, man.
Thanks for coming.
Pleasure.
Part of the Jumper Punch. You are a star now.
Oh,
You're tired. How's the
I
how's
haven't had a shower.
how's
Mate,
Norm?
you that stinks.
Yeah, you went to a
Funeral.
funeral today.
Ah.
Run,
You went for a run.
dinner,
Yes. Dinner.
clean,
What'd you eat?
here.
What'd you eat?
Leg of lamb.
I like
Slow
it.
braised
Roast.
or was it?
Yeah, slow, 4 hours.
Who does the cooking at home?
My wife. I prepare and I clean.
Okay.
I do the
I help
same.
prepare
Good
and
deal.
clean.
I do the same. I do the
teamwork.
I do the preparation, then I clean.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. All right. What we're gonna do is,
I'll disconnect the Wi-Fi.
how
Are we
is-
on?
Yeah, we're live
Are we on now?
Yeah,
right
we're live.
now.
Say hello. They're saying
hello.
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 How are you, Ange?
They're all saying how are you, Ange?
How are
Ange,
you
a legend.
going?
Leg,
Oh, no, far from it, please.
Premiership player, mate.
Don't matter.
Hey, you're
It doesn't
Vince.
matter.
Vince Stagnetti. You're,
Yeah.
What
he
do you
goes, my uncle is a tight ass.
Why? Oh, because of the internet.
Rocco got a 3 for 4 internet.
Who's that from? Scotty Tompkins. Love it.
How can you read that?
I can't read it.
You can read that?
Yeah.
This is the young
Matula.
bucks.
It's like the Flinders Street station tonight.
Coming in, mate. Coming in.
The beauty
We
of
just
live TV. That is correct.
That's it. That's
Jack.
it. Hey,
We're
listen.
getting a
What
lot
we
of
did
love,
was we rated the players. So what we're going to do is I do want to talk about the grand final with you for a sec. But before we go there, what we did is we had the Jumper Punch most valuable player this year. So we you gave votes to at one stage.
Yep.
We gave votes, and now we're going to go through our winners, right? So what we're going to do first, I haven't got this written down, but we'll go from 10 to 6.
Right. Okay.
In 10,
Yep.
Adam Saar.
10th, as in 10th.
10th.
For the jumper
Okay.
punch.
Yeah,
most
best and
valuable
fairest.
player. Yeah.
Amongst the.
Of 44 votes.
Yes.
Okay.
Then we had Sam Doherty on 46 votes.
Okay, nice.
Then we had a even draw with McKay and Hewitt
Right.
on 49 votes.
Right.
Even
Mackay,
though-
sorry,
even
you're
though-
right
even
too.
though he didn't play a few games.
Who's that?
Mackay.
Both
Yeah,
of them
but-
didn't.
Yeah, they both didn't, but they had like some good games where they
Okay,
scored
sure.
high. Yeah.
Go on.
Then we had Jacob Wietering on 62, so he jumped up.
Right.
And then in 6th spot we had our captain, 69.
Oh,
69.
You like that?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. 69, go on.
All right.
And then
Now,
drum roll.
before you put it up, I'll announce them and then you can show it.
Yes,
or do you want to
okay,
put
yeah.
it up and while we talk?
There you go.
Is the first
All right.
spot on the leaderboard?
Yeah, 5th to 1.
Okay, all right.
In 5th spot, we had he jumped up real quick in the last 6 or 7 weeks, and that is our Blake Acres with 73.
Love it.
He was actually my favourite, but like
He was.
at the beginning of the year, I thought he was in trouble.
Well, he
Not
had
in
a
trouble,
kind of
but-
a slow.
Yeah,
it wasn't
just-
the greatest.
Yeah, and he'd cough up the ball a little bit, but
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
he just turned it around.
He
and
did.
he was my favourite player at the end of the season.
I think he
think
was
he won
my
a lot
favourite
of
player.
I
hearts.
think he was
Yeah.
all our favourite player at the end,
he
especially
won a lot of
the
hearts,
saves he did, like the heart. Yeah, the heart
Both
that he
ends.
showed.
Kicking
Also-
winners and saving
Yeah, I
goals.
know.
And playing hurt,
Yes,
like
yes, and you
physically
know.
hurt, not like internally. Like you could see that he was.
So that sort of injury, imagine playing. How hard is that?
If I had a little cut finger, I'd be crying. The
Hey,
play
mate,
couldn't
you
even-
condom for your 100th game, mate.
Let's not go there. Not with the 90s back then. No.
Different times. Different
All right, let's go to number 4.
Different times.
4th, yep.
Nick Newman.
Yep.
99 votes.
Yep.
Wow.
Almost broke the 100. Did the Shane Warne, went out
Yeah.
on the last on 99. So Nick Newman, he was good this year, and
Yep.
he's a man close to you because playing in the defensive role, you know what I mean? So,
Half back, left footer.
yeah.
They say it's probably the easiest position on the ground.
You reckon?
I've been told, yeah, by ex
Who
players.
usually says that? The forwards and the mids.
It's never the backs.
But he was great this year. Now, number 3 and number 2 and number 1 could have gone anywhere here.
Yep.
But number 3, Charlie Curnow.
Valid.
Wow.
102. He broke the ton.
If only he'd played just a little bit better.
Yeah,
Last
so
week.
because we voted in the finals and that,
Correct.
and in the last game or so, and the
Would
last
have
few games, and in the
drop.
finals, he really didn't vote at all. And up to that point, he was like leading almost or second. Coming in second, Adam Chera,
Hey.
Okay.
136 votes, and again he kind of slowed down a little bit in the end. Right, so he got 100, and the winner.
Here we go.
Let's have a
Get it up
look.
on the board.
Sam
Sam
Walsh on 150 votes. Now, Sam Walsh just kept pushing and pushing, and at the end was getting votes after votes, and then in the finals, well, he won the Gary Ayres.
Okay.
He won the
Most
best
valuable
finals.
He's the
Finals
only
player.
he's the only player to have ever won it without playing a grand final.
Is that right?
Yep.
Correct.
Okay. When did they announce that?
Yesterday.
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 Gee, that's an achievement.
Yeah, he's a good
Without-
player,
yeah,
man.
without the grand
And he
final.
just showed his worth playing in those finals, how well he played, you know what I mean? Like, it's a bit like, I always refer to the Dominator, Wayne Johnson, mate. He showed his worth in every final series, you know, and Walsh, I know it's his first final series, but far out, he was good. He was good.
The
He was
Melbourne
good.
game, he was unbelievable.
Unplayable.
Yeah.
Okay, now. But yeah, well done, Sam Walsh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
well
Sam
done,
Walsh
Sam Walsh.
is
Bravo there.
the jumper punch most valuable player. All right.
Now, why have we got him in here?
Just because it's Ange.
Yeah, why? You stuffed up my whole night.
No, no.
No,
Well,
you
I
didn't.
did.
I'm very
I did.
happy
I
to
had
be
to
here.
beg him. I had to
And I
beg him
did.
to come.
Stuffed him up for the last
No,
3
you did.
years.
You
No,
did.
no.
No, you didn't.
No,
Actually, I promised and I delivered.
You
I'm
did
a little
deliver.
late. I'm a little late, but
No, it's good. It's good. No, we appreciate you. We knew you had something on, and we kind of had it. We were supposed to have Ange at the start. That's why I wanted to
Hey.
talk about the grand
all
final.
worked
But there
out.
you come at the end.
It all
So
worked
what
out.
we're going to do is we're going to change this around a little bit, and let's go in. What do you think about the grand final? What do you think about the grand final? Collingwood winning.
deserved winners.
Yeah.
They were. Like, you got to take your hat off.
Yeah, best team.
By far.
Yeah.
And like even the last, was it the last 3 or 4 games that they played pre-finals?
Mm.
I thought just they were experimenting because they didn't have to
Yeah.
play for anything.
Yeah.
So although they were
Because they weren't that good in those
out of the
last.
top 4, the last 4 that were standing, they were at their poorest and can't
Yeah.
at their best.
Yes.
Yeah, but it didn't really matter, did it?
Not at the end.
Come
No.
finals, mate. Stick
Turned
to
it
your
on.
processes and like, yeah, if you want to have a chat about it, like to me, it just comes down to recruiting. Yeah, not only for the game, but pre-game. Recruiting is huge. Culture is huge.
Yep.
Do you agree?
100%.
The two biggest,
And-
two of the biggest things.
And that's some of the things that we were lacking over
Yeah,
the last
yeah,
few years.
And it's probably underrated. Coaching.
Yeah.
Coaching's massive because
Yeah.
you don't have to be a star. And I don't think if we dissect and look at all the Collingwood players, there's only a handful of stars.
Yeah.
But back in the day, we don't want to talk about the day, but you had to rely on the stars.
Yes.
Now a lot of the stars didn't actually play well in the
Yep.
granny. Moore,
Yep.
Josh,
Yeah.
De Goey, right? But there were defining moments where all those 3
Did something.
did something at the end
Yeah.
where it mattered.
Yeah.
For me, no one's actually mentioned this. Did you see Darcy Moore's punch when it was the
advantage.
the advantage?
Yeah, yeah.
For me, that won them the game.
Yeah.
And then it falls into Dacos' hand.
It did. It fell straight into his hand.
Mate, and everything like kind of fell into place.
Yeah.
But they always find a way. Collingwood have found
And
a
you
way.
were saying this. Now, I was saying this before about you because we spoke about this because I come down to North Seafood Bar and Grill.
No one ever puts in the bar.
No.
North Seafood
It's a bar, man.
and grill.
You get
What is it?
alcohol there.
And
You do.
the gelateria as well.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
And
Yeah,
you've got
yeah.
you got a new supplier, and we're going to be improving the whole thing and that. But we'll talk about
Well,
that
thank
later.
you.
No. We did talk. We talked previously, and I asked you, and you said Collingwood, and I go, how And you said, what did you say to me? You said about how the way Collingwood just push that ball. They knock
scratch, crawl. It's the 1%ers that are on the stat sheet.
Yeah.
That impressed me.
Yeah.
Just, you get tackled, it gets ricocheted, gets kicked off the ground, it gets punched on. It's moving. They're flowing.
It's kind of Richmond mould.
It's not pretty, but it's effective.
The hardest thing to do to defend is when you're running back, the ball's coming in, and you don't. When it's all live.
Yeah, but as a backman, you got to be behind the forward.
Yeah.
So
behind the forward.
You have to
goal
be.
side.
But you
Always
can't. You can't be in front.
Yeah.
You can't read because you're the backman.
Yeah.
I can't. Like the forward
that's
guides
right.
you. He leads you to the ball.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, unless you're smart enough to leave him.
Because if you're in front, then you keep an eye on the ball, but you
always
haven't got an eye on
always
the man.
forward goal side.
Yeah.
Of
Always.
course. So it's really tough. But they're always in front. Like they just always seem to be at the right place at the right time.
And then to me...
And that's coaching too.
Yeah, it is
It's
coaching.
got to be because everyone says, it's a fluke. It's not a fluke. They've been doing it for 2 years.
Yeah.
It's no fluke.
They've just been winning. Just been winning. But if they just lost, what would have happened? It'd be a different narrative.
Of course.
It'd be Pendlebury, what was he talking about? He was too slow.
Yeah.
Or, because there was an emphasis on
They don't have a
Pendlebury.
key forward.
Don't have a key forward.
So if
side bottom's too old.
So if the goey, he goes for the last goal, he drifts a bit, he kicks a point
He's
instead.
fatigued.
Right? That one moment changes the whole narrative of the game.
It really can. It does, and it can.
Yeah.
And it could have.
And it does,
But it was deserved. Like they had, if it would have been unjust if Collingwood didn't win, and because they also had scored them as well. With points and goals.
Well, it's only the second time that the winning team has kicked less goals than the losing team.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Crazy,
So, but they kick like 15.
Who was the last team
points.
to do it?
Carlton
Oh,
against
yeah,
Essendon
yeah.
in 1968.
It's always good.
Yeah, 68. Yeah. So look, it was an interesting. Look. The grand final wasn't a great grand final. People say it was a great. I don't think it was a great grand final, but there were great moments in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like as you said, that the goey kicking that goal, side bottom, the goals after the siren. You know what I mean? Those little things.
And then there's four players that stand out for me throughout the year that have got they're all got high IQ. Collingwood are all in sync. There's continuity, right? There's side bottom, Pendlebury, and the brothers, Dacos brothers. When they have the ball, they very, very rarely cough it up. They'll see, because you can't see on telly, you can kind of work it out. They're not going to bomb it because they can see that there's a wall. So they'll weave, they'll go back, they'll even go backwards. Start again. We've got the ball. Just start again. And then when there's a little hole, bang, straight through the middle or to the side. As opposed to just bombing it. And then Brisbane had bombed it a few times. Bang, straight to Collingwood.
The passage of play of Nick Dacos just before halftime to set up the goal.
Yes.
He had the ball at the wing, forward, nothing on, sidestep, and he found the kick in the corridor on the 45.
Who does that?
Incredible.
Usually,
Incredible.
as soon as you get it, you're hot, you kick it long. 2 or 50-50 or 4 on 2, 3 on 1. But this guy could probably see that because he's
those better players have got that extra second, haven't they?
How do you coach that?
Well, you
It's
can't.
innate. It's innate.
You can't.
It's innate.
You can't.
It's innate. You can coach it by, what do they do, like scenario training? You've got the ball. As soon as they blow the whistle, you've got a second to get rid of it. Or 2 seconds to get rid of
We've
it.
spoken about it. For a whole entire game, you've probably got the ball for 30 seconds, 40 seconds.
What are you going to do?
Over 2 hours, sorry. And at the end of every quarter, did you notice they kicked 1 or 2 goals? Just buried them.
Before.
Buried them.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. They played.
They tried once. They brought Raynar back.
Yes.
Didn't work.
Yes.
Yeah. So they chipped it. They chipped it. They
around.
lowered the
Yeah,
eyes.
correct.
They didn't kick it long.
Yeah.
And then I think someone kicked a goal.
Would have either
on
been
the side
Chris
again.
The goalie kick one at quarter time.
Yeah.
Chris kick one at half
At
time.
half time. Yeah.
And then you don't have. Look, I think there were dubious decisions with the umpiring calls, on both sides.
Yeah.
Correct.
Both.
Always is.
Like even the Markov,
Always is, yeah.
that was appalling. So the bloke's gone. He didn't actually creep up. He was creeping back. He was given the the baller.
I agree.
He was giving.
And then he moved
He
back.
moved further back.
I
which
don't
means-
understand.
He was
that.
trying to get away, so
Because-
behind the fight.
That's okay. So no one's on the mark. So what is the rule?
But because the
Either
umpire
stand or
says
55
once he
metres.
says stand, you can't move.
Yeah. You have to
That's
be a
what it is.
statue.
You can't move. right? Even if you're going back.
Yeah,
Like once he goes stand, you have to
You have to
stop.
stop.
Are you joking?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. See, but I agree because I can understand if you're moving forward or you're going sideways, but if you're going backwards,
Yeah, I don't want to be on the mark.
yeah, I don't want to. But
You're on the
no,
mark.
if he calls you, you have to stay.
Oh well, okay.
It's a ridiculous thing, you know, and I agree with that one there. Yeah.
And then kicking long bombs, like there were a few long bombs over 50, so that they had to actually kick it 60 plus.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're,
You kidding
they're
me?
low percentage plays.
That's right.
As a coach, the opposition coach,
one
Chris,
out of 10.
Chris Fagan would be saying, "Well, we're happy for these guys to have set shots from 55 because
What are the chances?
Exactly.
What are the odds?
Yeah.
They
And
flushed
they got
them.
him.
They flushed
I
them,
know.
mate.
They got him, man, and
Flush.
that, you got to take your opportunity, man, and then they did, you know. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm broken. But
It shouldn't be. It's okay as long as Carlton have the hunger.
Well,
I
and
just
this is
hope-
it. This
I
has
hope-
got
I hope
to.
they're hurting because you have to hurt. You
Yeah.
got to hurt, and you got to bring it into
Well,
next
talk
year.
about the Brisbane game. That when we played Brisbane, you were up there, right? You saw that, right? We're up by 5 goals. Well, what did we do wrong?
Mate, I told my friends, my fellow friends, about 1,000 of them. I said, mate, they're coming back. They're like, oh, you got rocks in your head. You have rocks in your head. I said, well, look, you don't have to play footy to understand it, but I just think they're gonna claw back. I didn't know they were going to claw back that quickly.
Yeah, they call back real
Did we
quick.
fall asleep? Did we have the nous? Did we have the execution?
Yeah.
Like, poor decision making.
Against Brisbane.
Yes.
Yeah. Execution.
Just little things, yes.
You were saying, look, I disagree with that. Michael Voss was outcoached. I don't think he was outcoached. For me, it was just execution throughout that middle. That's what I thought it was.
Cool heads. We didn't have cool heads.
Exactly.
Have like Pendle because they were focusing on Pendle.
But is that coaching? Could
And
be.
it can be.
No, but
Someone's
you
gotta
know, for that
take
Brisbane-
ownership. So one person takes ownership. So who took ownership for the last 5 minutes of the game? And they were focusing on it on the footy
This is
shows.
for Collingwood.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was Pendlebury. He was
Yeah.
orchestrating.
Right.
Yeah. Doing this, doing that.
So
And
who
it
took?
worked.
Who took?
Well, no one did. Who did? I
for,
don't know.
for the Carlton Brisbane game when we started that second quarter, right? What happened? Who took ownership there to say
Okay,
let's?
well, poor Cripps gave him a 50.
No, that was in the third
Oh,
quarter.
sorry.
But still, when they came at us,
Okay.
who was responding? Who was hitting them
Yeah.
back on the counter?
Right.
And that's what they've got to learn.
Yeah.
So after,
That's what they've got to learn.
Okay, well, after the second goal, after the third goal,
Yeah.
That's when
okay,
you go.
pull one back.
Yeah.
Lower your eyes
We
when
could've
you're
did that.
moving forward.
They kicked 9 out of 10 goals in a patch, Brisbane.
And
Can't do that. You can't
when,
do that.
When has that actually happened to us? I mean, the Adelaide
Nah.
game, whatever. But
Yeah,
that
apart from-
rarely happens.
Our
so often.
our pressure numbers, if you look at them, dropped off.
Yeah.
Brisbane's went up, and that's the result.
And look,
There's the game.
in fairness to Curnow as well, they were bombing it to him, but they were bombing it to his wrong side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Exactly.
If you had a look,
100%.
it was like just to his disadvantage side,
Yeah.
and it's hard.
That
It's
makes
hard.
a huge difference.
Massive,
Yeah.
massive.
Yeah. Especially being a defender, man. If they're kicking it to your,
He was
to
under
your,
siege. He was under siege, and they're all trying. Even the other guys are just trying to take hangers. Everyone's trying to take hangers.
Yeah, yeah.
Just one up. One's enough.
Yeah.
Get some, little crumbers down the bottom, but there was 2 or 3 actually trying to take hangers.
Yeah.
But you just hope that from that middle patch of the
Come
game
on.
that they learn.
Yeah, I reckon that. I think they will.
Because you could see us the moment as soon as they
A
start
little
to
drop,
fold
yeah,
back,
it's game over.
you leave that bit of space in front of the defenders to use the ball, the midfielders to use the ball. See you later. And it came as no shock with Brisbane as soon as they started dominating clearances and stoppages, which is that's our mantra, that's our game. We completely drop. You can't, and we haven't been able to layer it enough yet. We can't sustain, especially in that type of game, continually playing out of the back half. That's what we're doing for 3 quarters.
100%.
We couldn't do it.
And
couldn't do it.
Even with looking at it and watching the highlights, just the tackling,
Missed tackles.
just tackles. We just corral them
Yeah.
to kick it up high.
Yeah.
They would alleviate and they'll turn around and kick a goal, as opposed to just corral, let them kick
Let
up
them
high,
pick up.
and it's a 50-50.
Sometimes you can commit too much.
100%.
Don't commit too much. No.
Yeah, no, listen, I think we'll learn. We'll be better for it. I mean, from where we came from,
hope so. You
let's
hope so.
admit
Yeah.
that Ant was the only one out of all of us
did.
that thought they would make the finals. And
true.
you saw something that we didn't see.
How do I pick what?
No, have you picked which gin you want?
Oh, any gin.
All right, any gin. All right.
Any gin.
Yeah, so anyone that doesn't remember, there was a little bit.
Any
He's
gin.
Greek, man. He
Love
won the
gin.
bet.
Hey, any
get some for
comments?
free.
Any comments? Read some
We
comments.
got, there's a few. Lou Folino said that they need to get Angus kicking in there.
glasses.
Peter V agreed, said the delivery to Curnow was poor against Brizzy.
Yep.
Brisbane beat us at our own game. I like that.
Yeah,
Anthony
they did.
Vincenzo, they actually did.
Yeah.
Someone said, who's this? Original 1551 or 1581?
yeah.
Psychologist here. Would love to know how much they use intelligence and personality testing.
No, personality.
Personality testing in drafting and what tests. Okay, interesting.
All right, I'll
I
sit
reckon
to
they
talk
would.
about that.
They do. I think they
Now,
do.
when
doubt
you
they
went, when you went into '95,
Yeah.
right? You
question.
got
I like it.
there was a psychologist who came in, correct?
Yes.
Stuart or something.
Yeah, is it in Stuart?
Well, I can't remember his
Something
name.
sure.
Everyone,
Yes,
Who
yes.
said that? Someone said
well,
that.
everyone
right,
said
yeah.
it.
Okay, right,
Everyone
right.
said it.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I do actually.
And what did he do?
Just doesn't remember his
Per-
name.
No,
Stuart.
I can't remember his name.
Anthony Stewart.
Anthony
Anthony Stewart.
Well, being a bit of a fruit myself, well, it's true
Did he
because
help?
well, I did need help, right? And it did work for me.
So what did he do?
So he just put processes in place,
Yes.
and it was like it's like we were going for the the block of 4.
Yeah.
Same with your what's the word? Help me out here. Development,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Right.
right? So it'll be in blocks. I think we.
So your individual development,
Yeah.
he put into like little blocks. Yeah.
Absolutely. So same with our monthly,
Yeah.
and it worked. It worked for me, and then as soon as I was like off the track, he come and grab me again, and go stay on track.
Yeah.
So and then with Kuda as well. Like Kuda was in all sorts as well at one point, and it helped him because his father had passed away as
Yes.
well. So he was in all sorts, and Anthony just grabbed him and told him that you can do this, mate. You know, you could be the most powerful person within the AFL. Take it.
And he
Sat
did.
him down, and then you can have a chat to him, and he'll tell you all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and he turned his life around.
Does he this Anthony Stewart? So then does he make you concentrate on certain things? Like does he go, right, Ange?
Oh, there was one particular thing where he said, "Let's play golf." Like picture golf in your head, right? Yeah. I may even have the paraphernalia at home. And he said, "Okay, it's a par 3. There's a sand bunker there. There's a little bit of a pond in front. What are you thinking of?" I go, I'm thinking of the sand and the water." He goes, no. Eliminate that out of your mind. It's not there. Just think of the green.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And I was only like
Make
21,
the
22.
image clearer.
I was 23.
Make
yeah.
it clearer.
Yeah. So eliminate all the negativity.
Because if you concentrate on that,
Get rid
You
of the
might-
obstacle.
Yeah.
that's what you're thinking about.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? Let's
It's simplifying.
Yeah.
Not as simple as simplifying, but
Eradicate the negativity.
yeah.
yeah.
Or the obstacles that are in front
Order
of you.
out of chaos.
Yes.
Order
Yeah.
out of chaos.
And it made sense. That was that one thing stuck.
Yeah.
When he goes, we're going for. He goes, okay, we're going for a shot. You know, on the green. It's
Maybe they should take Harry Mackay.
What we
Don't
were
look at the
saying.
behind posts.
Well, we
Forget
was,
the behind posts.
we said before
Hey.
about Harry. Like I thought his game, I gave him like a 6 and that because I just think he's got to do something about this goal kicking. You know, he's got to work on that this year, and not so much the kicking. What's in his head, because it
Routine.
seems to be something is troubling him when he goes for a shot. Yeah, so let's fix this up. You know what I mean? And I don't know how they're going to fix that up, but you know, like someone.
Right.
It sounds like someone like that. You know what I mean? And I'm sure they got someone there
they
now.
do. They would.
I'm sure they got someone there now. So yeah, that's,
look,
that's very
for
interesting.
me, it's all about today. It's sports science.
yeah,
It's huge. Massive.
You know, the mind. The
Yeah.
mind's everything. Like I look at Collingwood again, and they're all just like upbeat
Mind
yeah.
over matter.
they were even laughing like before the game.
right before it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm thinking,
Yeah,
if
it's
these
up
guys
to you,
lose, they're going to cop it.
And that's what would have happened.
That's right. So the lack of a bounce.
But maybe that's just their mantra.
it is because I heard
It is. It has
I
to
heard
be.
the
Craig
fly.
McRae,
Yeah, he goes, mate. I just want you to have fun,
Fun.
when you're away from that white line.
Yep.
Once you've entered the white line and you cross that white line, it's business.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. I always used to say that it's a war.
Yeah.
Over the white line, it's a war. Behind that white line, do what you want within reason.
Yeah.
You know, of course, respect and.
But how
humility.
hard is it not to think about going beyond that line? Like, I know you go, all right, but we'll just forget about it. But did you used to like think about the game, like
More so, yeah, because it was all talent back in the day.
Yeah.
And you know, it only just started being semi-professional as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, eating well and thinking of your mind and you know, having psychologists in place. I'm thinking, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, I just want to kick the ball.
Yeah, exactly. So if you didn't play well, if you didn't string 2 or 3 games to get, you're out.
Everyone's trying to find an edge. We've got to try and find a competitive edge, wherever that might be.
And then, again, going back to Collingwood, 4 weeks ago, I could name 4 players off the bat that were almost out. Cox.
Yep.
Was
Yeah.
fine
Well,
for
he
his
got
position.
dropped at one stage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Markov.
Yep.
The middle.
Not Tom Mitchell.
Mitchell.
Yeah,
There
he
was
was
one
on a
other-
bit of the outer. Yeah.
That's right. There was one other. God, I had them all.
Frampton, Lipinski.
No, Lipinski is another one.
Lipinski.
Ginnivan.
Yeah.
Mate.
And they're
Well,
they were important parts of the
That's
grand
right. And they all
final.
played kind of well. Yeah. They
Yeah.
all played their part.
100%.
And you just stay on course.
Yeah.
And stick to the their processes and their way of playing. Listen to the coach. Listen to the coaches. And has anyone mentioned the coaching staff?
Well, I was going to say about
No
that.
one-
That
no one-
they're important too, the
Absolutely.
coaching
Maybe
staff. And sometimes, like I've heard from like players like
Yeah.
you and other
Masterminds.
past players that would say that like the
Line coaches.
well, yeah, all your line coaches were more important to the individual than actually the senior coach because you're the one they
They're
dealt with.
one-on-one with you, aren't
The
they?
senior coach, the senior coach more or less oversees
Yeah.
and motivates you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you look at him thinking, oh wow, he's the God, he's
Yeah.
the Messiah. So, and it's all about the delivery as well.
Yeah.
And resonating with every player. Like I can see the Fly resonating with every player.
Yeah.
And everyone's from all sorts of places. And
Yeah.
everyone,
All right, can you see that with Voss now?
Of course I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, just let him run out his tenure, like I said. After,
Yeah, of course.
Just let it run out.
Always.
He does seem to be loved by the players and that, yeah?
I carry him everywhere.
Boss the boss.
I carry
Love,
him everywhere.
respected as well.
He's
He is.
respected.
He is.
And
And
you-
he's a bit like the Fly. Like he's,
Yeah,
he's on the ground,
Yeah.
motivating him.
Well,
But the Fly's a bit more like a kid as well. It's like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
Running around and jumping up and down and high-fiving. It's beautiful.
and does that kind of
It's
energise,
I'm pretty sure it would.
the whole club?
It
yeah.
would. Like you never got that in the 90s,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, can you imagine
You really
David
got
Parker?
spoken to. You wouldn't want to speak to him unless he spoke to you.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go into his, walking past, giving him a high five, and you're like, what the hell is that?
Imagine doing
Imagine
that.
that.
You just
That's
Parker.
everyone manages differently. There's a time and a place for both.
That's right.
Time
Yeah.
and a place for both.
Yeah. It seems to be a bit different now, of course, but it has to. We have to move in. You've
Oh,
got
it
so
goes
many
for both.
different
And
personalities.
the culture's beautiful. The culture's wonderful at Collingwood.
Yeah.
And it was at Carlton too. I'm sure when when
I
they
think the culture boat's got a lot better this year
I
for
saw-
us. We it feels a more happier club and
the only people that know are the
Are the
coaches
players.
and the players. That's it.
Yeah.
If
You know what I
want
did
if
see?
you want to know the ins and outs, you got to ask them.
Yeah, of course.
We just think we know.
yeah, of course. We see from the outside, of course.
You know what I did see? I saw, I think it was Collingwood or their TikTok or whatever, where they brought the dads in. And
Yes.
they had a kicking competition.
Oh yeah, I
with all
saw
the
that.
dads,
Saw that,
just
yeah.
the dads.
Yeah, I saw
And
that.
I
Father's
just
Day.
thought,
It's Father's Day.
yeah, that's
Okay.
right. I just thought,
Who
I
won
mean,
it?
I mean,
How fun's that?
it's petty, but like, because Father's Day,
Good.
but it's grouse.
It's bringing back the oldies, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, unites people.
I mean, it gets
does.
everyone involved, you know. So
And me personally, I'm not a big football follower.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I'd finished,
That's
no2,
it.
I was off. I just switched off.
Yeah.
whatever.
I was ready to go for
Yeah.
look for my next year.
All right, I've got a question for you. We were going to do this for AFL talk. No, you're just putting up the thing, but it's a question we were asked the other day, right? Or we discussed in.
Is this
in
part of, is
with
this
a-
going to be the AFL talk?
Yeah, we'll do
Okay,
it.
all right, yep. Okay.
We had a bit of the conversation was
Yep.
was
Forthright, opinionated,
Yeah.
passionate.
So in the grand final, there were certain people who missed out but played the whole year.
Oh, okay. Oh, do they deserve a medal?
Yes. What do you reckon?
I think they do. It was spoken about just now with Lee Matthews too.
Yeah.
A few hours ago. Yeah. 100%.
He agrees.
You can give him the medal. That's fine. Would you feel part of it?
Of course, why not? Because you're part of it. You're part of the inner sanctum, mate. You're part of the
I don't
42
think
or
you-
whatever it is.
I
Or
don't think you would.
Well, he
you would.
played the
You would
fucking
be.
game.
Just like the
I don't
NBA.
care.
Like the NBA.
But he's
it don't matter.
until you're in that situation, I don't think even a premiership player wouldn't understand. Just say you missed out on the grand final, like you played every game.
Okay.
I know you're part of the thing.
Yeah.
But Australian culture, Australian football is if you don't play on that day, like
You
I've
don't deserve
spoken.
to be.
Not that you don't deserve it, you just don't. I've spoken to past players who have
Yep.
said that they just wouldn't feel part of it. You know, like, and the players try to make you feel part of it. Like
Okay.
Vinny Cottogio's one, right? I've spoken to him about it, and he said no. He goes, because even though, like, every time we go to a function, you know what I mean, they're all there. Everyone,
Probably hurts,
Vinny, you know, like, yeah, you were part. But he said, like, I just wouldn't feel part of it because I wasn't there that day. Anyway.
But that's how it's been branded, right?
Yes.
That's what I said.
Okay.
That's
Yes,
what I was
I
saying to
know,
you.
I know, but
Okay.
It's
you
a
gonna-
placebo.
Now,
I know.
let's
They
say-
your brain.
Let's say Kuda only played one game for the year, and it was the prelim to get into the grand final.
and he won it.
But then gets injured and doesn't play in the grand final.
Yeah.
But he gets us in the grand final.
Yeah, I know.
Like you got selected to
know.
play prelim.
I know.
That's
He
what
won
I
the
also
game.
said.
He won the game for us. Kicked
I
the
know.
goal on the siren, but he busted his leg.
Yeah, I know.
They play, they win,
Yep.
and he's not part of it. Come on.
Let's come up with a parameter.
No, but what I'm
are
saying
the
is,
parameters?
I understand that you give him a medal and he deserves
They all
a medal,
deserve it.
right?
All deserve
Would
it.
he feel part of it?
Of course he would. I would. But if it was branded like that, yes.
So
it
if you're-
hasn't been.
that's
done.
what I
think
mean.
if you play a final and you so
No,
say,
any game, even if
any
it's the
game.
first game.
so if you've played regular season, if
What's
you've
a
played
what's regular?
no, in
More
the
than
regular
6,
season,
more than 10.
that's what I'm saying.
No,
What
what is it? What's
parameters?
it?
Now I've come around to it. Like
prerequisite?
even without him saying it last night, I was thinking about it. If you play one
What's
game,
the comment
you get a
That's
say,
it.
Paul?
Yeah, one
What's the
game.
comment say?
Oh, what do the comments say? What are they
Absolutely.
saying?
No, if you haven't played, you wouldn't want it.
Who's that
Ooh.
by?
Lou Folio.
Folino?
Folino?
Play one
okay.
game. If you played one game in that year, within the year.
Yeah.
I reckon
Yes,
if you
absolutely.
play one game, because you could be a match winner. That could be the difference between you getting into the top 4 or not getting into the
Whatever.
top
I understand. It's all I'm saying is,
Yeah, I know.
On the
how
day.
would the
On the day,
player?
that doesn't matter.
No,
I
but
would.
would
I
the
would.
player feel
If the
part of
AFL,
it?
but if the AFL turned that around and changed it all, yeah. Absolutely.
James says agree with Ange, one game. JS says participation ribbons with the question mark emoji.
Yeah, we could do
You have never
participation.
played the sport, Rocker.
Okay,
You deserve to be rewarded.
What was that? I've never played the sport.
Manusis, scroll down. Manusis Papyrus. You have never played the sport, Rocker. You deserve to be
I reckon
rewarded.
if you play one game, you should get a
Yeah,
No,
medal.
but what's that anyway? Who's this bloke?
Don't matter.
If you don't, I don't think you
I-
should, if you don't play a game,
It's
I
fine.
don't think you should get a
No,
medal.
but he's saying you've never played the sport, right? That's got nothing to do with it. I've never played the sport. It's got nothing to do with it. Like,
opinion.
I've played other sports.
It's okay.
I've played other sports. I've won plenty of bloody indoor cricket grand finals, right?
But what
And
about
I've
it-
missed out on indoor cricket grand finals because it's not you're injured. I had a wedding or
but usually
something.
you get a
You know,
medal.
something stupid.
Did you get a medal?
Huh?
Did you get a medal?
No.
Usually you do.
No, they
'Cause
give
you're
it to
part
the
of the squad.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying for me personally, I wouldn't. It's inbred in Australia where you just don't feel part of it.
What do
Troy
they do?
Bond. Troy Bond.
Yes.
Baseball?
95.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Troy
Played
Bolton,
20
Carlton,
odd,
sorry.
20 odd games.
All right. So
Didn't get picked in the granny.
he's the one you got to ask. Like, would you feel? All right.
Do you know what he did straight after that?
Yeah, he left
Straight after.
away, didn't he?
Go on.
Yeah, I think he left that night.
I kind of don't blame the guy.
No, I know he's upset, but all right, just say now you go back and you go, you know what? We're going to give medals back to all of them, right?
Yeah.
Here, Troy Bond, you is a premiership as you played 95%.
Yeah, we've changed the narrative.
Yeah,
and all
here's the
that.
thing. You think he would go, oh, yeah, I don't know, man.
Well, it'll be as of
It's
this
interesting.
year or next year, whatever. it
You
is.
know what? Again, you're kind of the right person to ask, but also the wrong person to ask.
he didn't not-
Yeah,
he did not
it'd
play
be
well.
interesting to get a player who it actually happened to and ask them what they
Interesting
were like.
discussion.
It's an interesting discussion, yeah. But you're right. I believe if you even play 1 minute right? You're part of that
Yeah.
premiership year.
That's right, absolutely.
Yeah.
What do they do in soccer? What's the Premier League?
Soccer. So Premier League is, I think it's five games you have to play and you get a medal.
Yeah.
But if you're playing cup competitions, the whole squad gets one.
Didn't
'Cause it's a cup
Andrew
comp.
Gaze get a ring?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Because
he
that's
only
NBA.
yeah, and
you
he
get
only
one.
played like
It's because you're part of the squad.
yeah, but
too.
he got a ring.
Even the 13th man in
Yeah,
the
that's
NBA
right,
gets
But he
one.
didn't play in the
It's
things
okay,
of that. Yeah,
but
but he
he's
got a
part of
ring.
it.
But in those sports, it is accepted, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it should be accepted.
Yeah.
in the AFL.
Cricket, they do the
Because
same.
The
14th
AFL,
man.
we're sheep,
When
right?
they win the World Cup, whoever's in the squad gets a medal. I know it's a cup competition, but you get a medal.
Yeah.
Doesn't the AFL normally follow?
No, it's interesting.
They follow
The
steps
trend,
of-
yeah.
the trends
It's,
of-
I think it's
Saying-
only the NRL and the AFL that
Very
are
interesting.
the only two sports.
Any more comments there? I can't see. I wish I
Maz
could.
said
You're
if
not
you're
gonna-
playing
yeah.
finals, then you should get a medal. Gokan says yes, but not good enough for the final game, Nick. If it's through injury, well, unlucky. If it's through injury, unlucky.
It's interesting.
Okay.
Very interesting. I don't know if they'll change it, and I don't know what I don't know what the players would feel.
Yeah, and what did Anthony Ioannidis say? He said, but imagine being the only player not playing a game for the whole year. That'll be tough.
Taylor Adams.
Well, look at poor Frampton. He's played one game.
Yeah, I
Taylor
know.
Adams.
And he gets a premiership.
Taylor
And
Adams.
McStay.
And McStay.
McStay.
He missed
Yeah.
out the last game practically.
And if
yeah.
he wasn't there, they might not have
You
got
have
to a
to.
prelim.
You
They
gotta-
might
you
not
gotta
have got
give.
to a
I think
quali-final.
It's a
No,
no
look,
I reckon
don't
it'll
get me
change.
wrong. I agree,
I think
but
it'll
I just,
change. I'm genuine. I reckon.
I
it'll
just
change.
think I don't know how much of a part
Yeah,
you
it's
would,
a fair-
you would
that's a
feel.
fair question.
You would feel. It'd be interesting.
It's down to the individual.
like it's just
Down
like
it's down to how the individual feels.
yeah.
Simple
It
as
was
that.
like when was it Bob Murphy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure, and he was an integral part to the Bulldogs.
And they gave him not that they gave him. They
On stage.
Beveridge,
Yeah,
Beveridge
he's
gave
huge,
him the
mate.
medal,
But I'm
but
sure
he
he
gave
gave
it
it
back.
Absolutely.
Because he didn't feel he was
Because
part
it's
of
been-
it.
Because
that
that's
way.
how correct, and that's
It's
how I
it's
think
been
of it. Is
portrayed.
as it's just
Fair enough.
planted in your brain, like to be like that.
Yes.
Well,
And this is the problem. I'll be
Undo it.
interested. I'm going to get. Do you know Bob Murphy? I'm going to speak to Bob Murphy. He'd be an interesting one to see. Why did you give back the medal? Yeah, interesting.
Well, ask
Very
him.
good.
I
Very
can
good.
hear Vince and Adrian in the background.
Yeah,
having a
they're
big
just bananas.
discussion
They're not even
about it.
watching the show, you bananas,
They're
man.
doing
You're
their own
supposed to be in the
supper
green room
Yeah.
watching the show.
blue.
The blue room. Anyway, we love your comments. If you want to donate, just donate.
just throw that way.
Typical.
Pommy's in the chat, just
Hey, listen.
checking in. Love you all. Hello, Pommy.
How you
Hope
going,
you're doing
Pommy?
well, mate.
Go that
Bloody
Tigers.
How are you, mate? Glad you're joining in. I hope everyone's enjoying this privilege of having me here. This is
What's Pommy said? He said,
we
I
love
do
Ant.
think-
And while you're
he
here,
said, I think all coaching staff and a cut-off of 5 games should be a medal, but not on the day. Have it post-game by the club, like the Premier League.
Yeah.
Like the club.
well, yeah, on the
Yeah.
day it'd be difficult to like kind of present it on the day.
Yeah,
you know?
no.
Like you get like all these people just walking up to the yeah, like you
Do
get
though? No,
the
but
boot
no,
starter
the Premier
coming
League,
in.
They
you
do
know?
it.
They
Yeah.
actually do it anyway.
Yeah.
They
What's
get
that?
like fucking. There's like 40 people.
Yeah.
50
If
people
they change,
there.
but if they change it, just quickly, if they change
No,
it,
you
as
can't.
of next year, they change it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you play one game and
Yeah.
you're eligible.
I'm sure they'll come up
Be
with
awesome.
parameters.
I
And
love
I'll be
it.
pumped. I'll be like, yeah, I've won one.
But imagine that, right?
I reckon
Imagine as a
but it
player,
might
you
take a
fucking-
while. It might take. Just say they say next year. From now on,
Yeah.
you play one game. You play
That's
whatever.
right, so it'll be embedded in your head going.
I
okay.
know, but I think it'll take a while for people to like then.
No, it'll take me a second.
Yeah. Imagine if you're a player in the year, right?
I'm
It
a
makes it
two-time
play even
premiership-
harder.
It does. It would. It actually would.